Today is a very good day. Not only because we're here to record another episode of House Call, to yap about some football, have some fun. It's a good day because the Eagles have once again lost 2 games in a row. It's a great day to laugh at the guy who swore he would never see his team lose to Jackson Dart. And my God, he has. How are you feeling, Donovan?
Just gotta go over
No, man, I think that was probably the worst part about it. Is like seeing Scatterboo just be able to just like take off his shirt and just celebrate like for the next 24 hours, like they won the Super Bowl. It's like, all right, bro. Like, and everything's been going crazy. Zadarius Smith retired. I was like, man, like, you don't want to be. I was like, okay.
Dude, the timing of that was hilarious. It should be a bad day for you too, because a lot of people were talking about how you apparently swore that you would shave your head if Jackson Dart went ahead and beat the Eagles.
You got it confused. I said, if Jackson Dart finds a way to beat the Eagles, I'll get a Jackson Dart tattoo because I'll be so happy to see the Eagles lose.
Oh, so you was get a tattoo.
Apparently, I need to get a Jackson Dart tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can draw one on you.
You can draw one on me?
Yeah, because if it was like a real deal thing, then I'd be like, you got to get that, bro.
What do you mean? It is a real deal thing. It's on wax. It's on film. 4K.
When you really swear on it like that.
Yeah.
I'll draw it.
Nevertheless.
We'll draw this for it.
But as you guys see by the title, we're going to talk about that. But more importantly, we're going to talk about every single NFL team's strength and weakness through 6 weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So a big picture episode where we talk about, the biggest strength that defines a team. But some teams, it's obvious, like, oh, they got Patrick Mahomes. That's their biggest strength. So it'll really just be us highlighting something about this team that's made them special, whether we saw it coming or not. And then one big weakness that, if not addressed, might be a fatal flaw or just a silver lining that maybe isn't something they're great at if they're a great team. We'll see. Every team will be different, but one strength, one weakness for every single NFL organization.
Love it.
Let's do it.
Before we get into every single NFL team's biggest strength and weakness, Mo, what did you learn this week? What are we highlighting on this week's rendition of the Mo You Know?
Mo You Know. So this week I found out something, again, not necessarily like football-y on the field related, but more so just like beefs related. Something that I didn't know that was like actual static. So throughout the course of my fandom of, not fandom, but like super casual fandom, just walking around the street and just seeing like whatever ESPN talks about or what's been happening, I have known the Patriots to be, or at least feel like a stand-up organization. And then I went on this little wormhole and I found out that Bill Belichick and the Patriots have been beefing. Now, of course, I know Bill's like no longer there. Hasn't been there for years. I'm aware of that. And then I found out about this article that dropped hella long ago, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, talking about how Bill said that he does not allow any Patriot scouts into their practice facility to go ahead and like do the normal thing and see how these future NFL players, these college guys, like could potentially pan out. So seeing that was really fucking weird, and I want to know how in general this like beef started. I used to think that he was damn near the Greg Popovich of the NBA.
Not damn near. He is the Greg Popovich of the NBA. I mean, the NFL. He is like in the debate for greatest coach of all time, like most successful coach of all time, best defensive guru of the modern NFL. He is as goated as you would think, and yet is still going out as sad as you would think.
Because he's grumpy Bill Belichick.
Yep.
I mean, he's grumpy Greg Popovich.
And that's saying something because Greg Popovich can be motherfucking grumpy.
Yeah, I'm like, what does that mean?
But
he's grumpier.
Greg Popovich is grumpy. That's like, all right, like I'm just gonna like put on a facade.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bill Belichick, to his core, is a grumpy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, maybe not now, but like we'll see. Like there's like he's gotten to the point where now his team is getting beat.
Yeah,
like a drum every single week. The Patriots ran him out. He's over here just trying to find something to do. And so it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah. So to your point, yes, he was as goated as you would think and still went out sad, which is, I'm sure when you're thinking about that, how does that happen if I wasn't following NFL news in 2020?
Yeah.
Tom Brady left. The team clearly had a lack of talent up and down the roster and needed to have a new vision. He was very grumpy in his ways and stuck being the guy that he envisions himself, which when he was in his peak, he was both coach and general manager, which you don't really see anymore.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't see that very often in any sport. You don't see in the NFL really at all anymore. And
Because it's super hard to do for anybody.
yeah, it's very difficult. And it was to mixed success. Like it worked. They won lots of championships. But there was plenty of times it missed. Like famously, he was really bad at evaluating wide receivers. They had so many wide receiver busts in the draft in the later Brady years when they were trying to retool around him. He wasn't a perfect GM. They did enough because they had Brady and they had him being a genius on defense. But he wasn't that great at it. So, there's a lot of friction there where he's like, I'm the GOAT. Why would I possibly want to give up anything? Why would I not continue to be the GOAT after Brady's gone? And they were like, listen, man, shit's dead. If we got to make something happen. And it broke up not very amicably.
That's so damning. Like, just to think about how, okay, damn, I'm not on good terms with my last team, my last organization, whatever, fine. Bro, you're a head coach of this football team that's been struggling oh so mightily. And to see how he's like taking his personal biases and saying, you weren't allowed here no more at all. Saying fuck all the opportunities that your other guys might get. It's insane.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is like Drake May went to UNC.
Yeah.
Drake May was just there and the Patriots didn't make any type of, no, but UNC didn't make any type of congratulation post for Drake May in the NFL.
They ended up making one because I think everyone was like, everybody was like, yo, it's crazy that like this guy was just at your school and you're not sending out these tweets when everybody sends out those tweets.
Yeah, true.
And so like they got the public pressure to do it. But yeah, man, again, he is grumpy. And it's just like,
but why is he grumpy though?
Because he got ran out. Because basically he also got exposed is like the wrong term. But for like the last 5 years after he leaves and then Brady goes and wins the Super Bowl, you've had this debate of like, was it really Brady? Was it really Belichick? Yeah. When in actuality, it's the combination of both of them for the entire 20 years. But it's a lot easier to be Bill Belichick when you have a Tom Brady. And so after he had that, they go down the drain. He goes to UNC playing with, randoms, right? just brown shirts in NCAA. And then they're getting their teeth kicked in. Also, they are 2-3 right now. 0-1 in conference play. They've lost 2 in a row.
Oh, they won twice?
I know. I'm actually shocked.
I thought they were worse than that. Okay.
Me too. Good for them.
Well, their wins were against Richmond and Charlotte.
Charlotte? Just Charlotte?
Just Charlotte.
Yeah,
just Charlotte?
It's one of the like community college teams probably.
Just Charlotte?
Some dudes like us had to face them.
Charlotte, who is currently 0-2.
Yeah,
just Charlotte.
Just some random
Not university, just the city. Their 40U team. But that Donovan mentioned it. That's been the talking point now. Is like people are on TV, which people on TV need some shit to talk about every day. Is Bill Belichick ruining his legacy? Is he like how people were saying Russell Wilson playing himself out of the Hall of Fame? Yeah, they're like, is Bill Belichick playing himself out of GOAT coach talks? No, the shit is cemented. He is who he is.
Yeah,
but for a week by week, year by year news cycle, it's not looking good for him because he's going out as sad as you could hope for, going down in level and performing worse.
You think he could come back to the NFL?
No.
Could he, like in terms of abilities? Sure, but the NFL is a relationships league. Yeah, coaching is a very like people call it a boys club. They all look out for each other. It's very, very like you see a lot of failed coaches get second chances because they're friends with coordinators that they coach with, and they get jobs and they bring them back. Like it's very intertwined with the relationships. I can't imagine Bill Belichick is doing well in that regard right now.
Damn.
And with the power he's gonna want if he goes to an organization, he wants to run that bitch. I don't like he would have got a coaching job last year, most likely, if he was okay with not running that bitch, but he wasn't. So like I think was it the Rams he was talking to that went with Raheem Morris?
Like the Rams, no, the Falcons.
I meant to say Falcons, not Rams. Obviously, not Sean McVay. I was thinking Falcons because Raheem Morris came from the Rams, so I was thinking that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He was talking to the Falcons, and they went with Raheem Morris instead, who was a first-time coach, or not first-time, a newly first-time coach who came in as a coordinator from the Rams. They went with him just because they wanted a voice in there that wasn't going to be a headache, I think is the assumption.
Smart move. I see why. Okay.
Yeah, if Bill Belichick isn't quite at his peak anymore, is the juice worth the squeeze with him trying to put his hands on everything?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Damn. Tough scene.
Because he legitimately is like the GOAT. Like it's not gas.
Is he more like defensive oriented?
Yes.
Is he like a defensive genius more than
he was a defensive genius that was one of the best coordinators in the league early in his career. And then he got a few head coaching jobs. I think he was the head coach of the Browns, which didn't work out. And then he went to the Patriots and obviously had the whole dynasty.
Yeah.
Brady led the offense. They put all their money into defensive talent because he's the GOAT there. Brady can make do with cheap talent. And that was like the perfect synergy. He was equally as big of a part of that as Brady.
Gotcha. Okay.
This was Bill Belichick 5 months ago, by the way.
What? This is a real picture?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, when you type in to get that, I'll show him.
Bill Belichick Beach.
What?
Beach yoga.
What the fuck, man? Yo, he's living his best life. All right.
Oh wait, fuck. Oops.
Oh man.
Okay, what he meant to show is this.
Wow.
Yeah, living his best life. So maybe he doesn't care about any of this.
How old is he?
Like
He's-
76.
Jeez.
How old is she? 1/3 of that.
Sick man.
Anyways, let's get into every single NFL team's biggest strength and weakness. We're gonna go division by division. Where should we start with? What division should we begin?
AFC West.
AFC West. Who has the Chiefs?
Not me.
Not me.
Oh, apparently I have the Chiefs. I always ask a question and I got them. Okay, so for the Chiefs, I mean, the biggest strength is obviously Patrick Mahomes is goated. And what that really means is their biggest strength is they're going to have the best quick game, short and intermediate area offense in the NFL, no matter what, no matter who's on the field. So I think it's just like the floor of the offense with Mahomes and what they can do with a depleted roster is the strength. Because no matter what, early in the season, they had a terrible run game, which is actually coming alive now the past couple weeks. Pacheco was out there running. They're getting more touches of Brashard Smith. All these guys are looking better than they looked the first 3 weeks. But no matter what, they will have an effective quick game offense because Patrick Mahomes is on the roster.
Which is honestly like fair, especially for the run game. It is fair of us to be like, okay, Pacheco, now you have an actual offseason and an actual time to like get into football shape. Like I know that like you've played some time, but you also coming off of a broken leg. And so now that you're finally here, you have some time to get back into the rhythm of things. I'm happy for him to play well in the running game. The passing game it's always like this. I feel like the standard, honestly, that people judge the Chiefs by, because even whenever they've had great receivers and no receivers, they've always been a top 10 offense. They've always been efficient. They've always been great on third down, right? Mahomes isn't going to turn the ball over a lot. It really is like, is it fun? Do you have explosive plays? And that's really it. Because regardless, the AFC Championship game, that's in pencil on their schedule, right? They're going to be there. And it really comes down to, can Mahomes have the ball last, and can they make the right play and this and that. So I agree. Like the floor of the offense
will Mahomes
great.
have the ball last two is another thing. One, the floor will always be ridiculous. Two, the late game execution will just always be perfect. The combination of Mahomes and Andy Reid, they are just as clutch as it comes in a way that's like palpable. It's not just like aura. Like they are tangibly the most clutch fourth quarter team in the NFL year by year. So not much needs to be said about the strength of the Chiefs. We all know it's that.
Yeah.
We don't think it's the weakness of this team right now. Because they're coming into form. They just beat the Lions. And they just beat the Lions. Like it was a great defensive performance. We saw what I think is a vintage Spags game, putting together a really great defensive game plan to counteract everything the Lions want to do. Two-way force. The receivers getting healthy. We have Rashee Rice coming back this week. They're kind of about to be clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
So if you had to identify one weakness.
I would say it's the pass rush still. Like I think like the defense is coming around, but for so long they've been so dependent on Chris Jones and his ability to make plays at the biggest moments. And he's always come through, and it's like it's been great. But as the defense has lost pieces, you've seen more and more pressure be put on Chris Jones. And for him to also be aging, that's not a great recipe. And so I am kind of concerned about like if we get into a playoff scenario, which obviously like they're going to be in the playoffs, what happens when it's 3rd and 4 and all of a sudden I need Chris Jones to win a one-on-one, and this is the one time in 5 years that he doesn't, and then they end up losing.
Yeah. I think, what was it? When did they play the Jags? Is it a week ago?
2 weeks ago.
Say 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I think that towards the end of that game, there was like a key play in which Trevor Lawrence went ahead and he slipped like 3 or 4 times or whatever and stumbles his way into a rushing touchdown. If you watch like closely on that play, Chris Jones specifically was just like staring. He was just like walking.
Yep.
He was just staring. He was being super lazy. And I don't know if it's like age tied up with that. Maybe it is, because he just doesn't have the juice or as much juice anymore. But I think I would agree with you when it comes to their weakness. It might be like their pass rush, and without having that, of course, you just put a lot more stress on other guys.
Yeah, it's the defense in general and trying to find the ceiling defensively that they've had in the past. I think
Yeah.
is the way to phrase it. And that's both pass rush and secondary. They just, in general, have had defensive talent atrophy over the last couple of years. One, with Chris Jones getting older, which is obviously an issue, but not much you can do about that. The other guys, George Karlaftis, who they just paid, kind of a very regular pass rusher to me. Like, they had to pay him, retain him, because you don't want to let him walk, because like they're trying to win now, but not a guy that like really moves the needle for me.
Mhm.
So if the pass rush is going to be pretty one note, you're going to rely on Chris Jones and Spags dialing up some good pressure packages. You really need to have the good secondary they've had in the past when they've had really, really versatile defenses in the back end. When they had way more talent than they have now, they've lost it over time. Justin Reed just left, and that's like the third guy they lost in 3 years after losing Snead. And then one more I'm forgetting off the top of my head that they lost. But now they're starting Trent McDuffie as a mostly outside corner when he's at his best as a slot corner. They've moved around a little bit now. They've had some times where they're getting Noel Williams out there and moving Trent McDuffie back to the slot. But they just have to do a lot of like creative workarounds to headaches in secondary since they've lost so much talent over the years and haven't quite replenished it with the same level of versatility. So there just isn't the floor or the ceiling defensively right now on a consistent basis. So they're kind of having to figure that out in real time as the season goes on.
Yeah. Overall, just and we might end up getting to this point with Kansas City, but the complementary nature that they've had over the last 2 or 3 years, especially after they retooled, that feels like it's in flux right now.
Yeah.
Right. You always feel like you can have like that you can tell Mahomes, hey, we need 24 points today. You know we're only gonna give up 21. And now on a game-to-game basis, it really feels like, okay, now I might have to score 30, or I might have to play ball control offense, where last year they 100% were leaning into, we're going to play this very grinded out ball control type of game, and everybody kind of knows what's going to happen every single week. You don't really have that right now. And so I think for them, and because they have Mahomes and they have obviously like they have an identity, but getting to that ceiling and having that form of identity and being able to impose that in every single week, that is still a little bit in flux for them.
Yeah, and right now they have the third worst run defense in the NBA right now per EPA per rush. So overall, it's just figuring out all levels of defense and getting it to the point where obviously the standard is very high. So like they're not a horrible defense or anything. Yeah. But to win the Super Bowl, we wanted to see them be like a top 10 defense definitively, like we've seen in the past. And figuring out the combination of your run defense in the second level being good enough, your pass rush being good enough outside of Chris Jones, figuring out how you're going to move these secondary parts and maximize Trent McDuffie, fill the Justin Reed void, figure out who's going to be your outside corners. Just a lot of moving parts, which is to be expected with a team that's contending for this long and losing this much talent year over year. So the normal stuff for a team in this part of their timeline.
Yeah, that defensive line definitely needs work.
Yeah. Okay, next team. Chargers in the AFC West. Currently in first place, 4-2. Getting that 4-2 by the skin of their goddamn teeth, beating the Dolphins with a heroic Justin Herbert play in which he shed a sack and delivered a crossing route to Ladd McConkey to get in field goal range to beat them on the last play of the game. Kind of a crazy win, all things considered. They were getting ran down by Devon Achane. Second week in a row, their run defense has been bleeding on the edges. Bill Krosky-Merritt cooked them 2 weeks ago, running around the edges. Now Devon Achane did it. Coming a clear weakness of the Jesse Minter defense. But still, the biggest weakness. Everybody's goddamn hurt, and the offensive line is the worst in the NFL. Specifically, offensive line injuries, which is leading to bad offensive line play. Perhaps the biggest weakness of any team right now that's trying to win games.
Yeah, I think the Chargers have one of those weaknesses that is there like year to year, which is like whatever your training staff is doing, because like they have injuries every single year, and it really is clockwork where you get into training camp, and the first week is like, wow, Chargers, like they really look good. There's a lot of optimism, and then boom, season-ending injury from one of your key players. You get through the first 4 weeks, and just bodies after bodies after bodies. Fuck? Everybody just falls and falls and falls.
Yeah. What do you notice in this picture?
I noticed that there's
why is a lineman on the fucking ground?
I'm
and
glad
then
you
where
asked.
are these three? Who are these three guys guarding? What's going on?
I'm glad you mentioned this. Why is a lineman on the ground? Because that's Bradley Bozeman, noted war criminal, who I keep mentioning and calling him the terrorist he is. Bradley Bozeman is the worst center that's starting amongst any playoff team right now, I think. But he's a captain of this team. That is a big part of the locker room. And Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman love him. And he continues to start no matter how poorly he plays, no matter the fact that they signed Andre James, who is a center who started before at least and worthy of a look, I would think. He continues to start. Combine his presence and the nuclear waste that he brings to this line with the fact that their starting tackles this week were Austin Deculus and Bobby Hart, a right tackle who hasn't started a game since 2021. signed off the streets to protect Justin Herbert, and they found a way to win the game because the Dolphins are unserious. But the offensive line is as big of an issue as you could possibly imagine.
I'm sorry. If I'm like a head coach, if I'm a GM, if I see your belly on the ground like that, you're getting cut. There's
Guess
no
what?
conversation.
This shit happens every week. He stays on the ground.
Your belly on the ground, no, you're getting cut.
He
You can't-
stays
that can't
doing the
happen,
worm.
bro.
He's constantly shimmying on the ground.
You're like belly is on the ground, you're getting cut, man. Sorry.
Something about his presence makes me so mad. But the biggest strength is that Herbert is goated at dealing with pressure. That he is amazing at.
Of course, he has to deal with that every single week.
Exactly. He's been trained by fire. He's
Yeah.
been wielded through the fire and flames to be amazing at dealing with pressure and finding a way to get it done. He's 6'6", 240 pounds, gigantic, can deal with that, shed people off of him.
Quarterback.
Exactly. That's another thing we're talking about later. I'm sick and tired of these tiny quarterbacks. I need a big behemoth back there, and this shows it. Because they won this game because he's big and strong. Shed off that sack from Jalen Phillips, who is an athlete, a big guy himself. Shed it off to deliver the essentially game-winning pass.
Mhm.
That's their biggest strength. That he's built to withstand these injuries because he had to do it his whole career, and he's like such a high floor quarterback with no like glaring flaws of any kind, so he can deal with it. And then if you want to be more specific than just quarterback good, their pass defense is amazing with Jesse Minter. That's their other biggest strength.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wow, man.
Man, tough for them.
You
That
surviving.
that picture's so damning, and it's such a clear weakness. And like obviously we're gonna go through every team, but like this is one of the three biggest weaknesses in the entire NFL.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's,
especially from a team that like through the first 3 weeks, we're like, oh shit, we got a new contender.
Mhm.
Something can get done. And they're going to get some bodies coming back this week. Their interior, their line is set now. They're still healthy. Zion Johnson, Bradley Bozeman, and Mekhi Becton played this week. Joe Alt could come back this coming week, and Trey Pipkin should, who's the backup right tackle, is filling in for Slater for the whole
Mhm.
season. So maybe we'll finally see this week they have a whole O-line, or at the very least 4 of their 5 starters, and Alt come back in a couple weeks. But I don't know. It feels like, even though I know it can get better, it just feels like I'm going to deal with this the whole year. I feel like as soon as Alt gets back, he's going to die again.
somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
You guys in the fucking 49ers, man. I don't know who got worse injury luck.
I know. Okay, who has the Raiders? What is the biggest strength and weakness of Las Vegas?
We'll start with the negatives so that we can go somewhere. The biggest weakness is their defense. Like shout out to them, right? They played the Titans, hilariously unserious franchise, and so you actually had a decent game, but the defense is just tough. Like they don't get sacks. Their secondary is not good. They don't really get a lot of takeaways. A lot of the stats that you will see coming this week, again, inflated because you just played the Titans, and the Titans are the slump busters of the NFL. Everybody who plays them, you can get career highs and season highs off of them. And that is just like, that is their weakness. And you knew that it was going to be their weakness coming into the year. As somebody who had a little bit of faith in the Raiders and understanding that was going to be their weakness, my calculus for that was also that Geno Smith wasn't going to be one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
Jeez.
And so if you want to say that Geno is their biggest weakness because you already knew that the defense wasn't going to be good, okay, fine. You can say that. I'll have those two things as the biggest weakness for the Raiders.
And it should be noticed, specifically their passing defense is the biggest issue because the run defense has been surprisingly stout. I think they have some linebacker additions that have been really effective against the run. Pratt has been really good, who just got hurt. And Max Crosby, who's not necessarily like known for his run defense, has been pretty goddamn hellacious against the run this year, I think, to the eye test. And they are 4th in stuff percentage against the run.
Yeah.
So the first couple weeks, I saw that, and I was like, they played the Patriots, who run serious week 1. I don't know if I'm really buying that this run defense is so crazy.
Yeah.
But through 6 weeks, they start grading out as a really, really great run defense that makes it tough there. Now, maybe at expense of the pass defense, which is goddamn terrible with that terrible ass secondary. But at least they can defend the run. So we'll give them that slight silver lining.
And so because of that silver lining, Geno Smith, you're the biggest weakness of the Raiders.
That's fair because
is it Geno or is it this offensive line or is it just both?
so both.
Yeah.
Geno's inability to survive with the offensive line, enforcing the issue and making a ton of mistakes. But Geno Smith has played with bad offensive lines for years, and that was kind of why people were excited about this team because they knew if anybody can make do with that Raiders offensive line, it's Geno Smith. And his decision making is just a next level terrible. And maybe it's also because Chip Kelly is like just really bad, and he was kind of expected to be good for some reason. Maybe their offensive coordinator also sucks, and it's a blend of issues that have led to Geno Smith being bad. But I'm okay with you saying it's the biggest weakness just because it was supposed to be their biggest strength. So the absence of the floor lifter and that being a negative makes it like even bigger of an issue than something that we knew would be bad.
Exactly. In terms of the swing is fine. And Chip Kelly, you can say whatever you want about his lack of, I guess, like overall like impressiveness during the stint. He's not the one making insanely boneheaded throws every,
Yeah.
every single week against very simple coverages. Like
What's
that,
their biggest strength?
their biggest strength, I would say, like their young skill position core. Like obviously you have like Brock Bowers, he's been hurt, but
Yeah.
you obviously know that he's been good. Ashton Genty, not his fault, first team. And then Trey Tucker has really come on this year. And so I think like those three things, or those three players, it's probably been, the best part of their their team.
guess.
At least offensively, maybe. Like
I would just say the fact they employ Max Crosby is like, it's like that's really it. Is the fact that you have this one guy who's so amazing on your one side of the ball that low key their defense might be better than their offense right now.
Dude, that's so damn.
It's not, but like,
listen,
it is.
it's kind of funny that it's like kind of close.
It's damning, man.
But
but
shout out to Tucker, you're right.
yeah. So those three pieces where once again, if you're the Raiders, you're like, we can just get a quarterback, we can be okay, and hopefully Geno has some type of reset and he can get back to any type of version of Geno Smith that we thought he was going to be. And we've talked about it before. It's very frustrating for people who were very pro Geno because he's been bad. So the people who didn't like Geno were saying like, okay, like we told you, but he's been bad in a different way. And so it's like, no, but like you don't understand. It's not it's not the same. But he hasn't been great. So yeah, I would say this young skill position, because I do think that for a team that is very clearly still in the rebuilding phase, you have something offensively that you can build off of.
Yeah,
So,
if you can repair the offensive line in this coming draft to some degree and get your QB of the future, whether it be somebody who's going to start next year or develop one more year behind Geno and hope we get a better year two out of Geno, that you can see that vision coming together quickly. Especially if they get at least one more wide receiver, and if like Jack Besh or Thornton take a leap in year two, and we start to see that round out around Trey Tucker, you get Brock Bowers healthy for a full year, who's essentially a slot receiver with Michael Mayer there, and then obviously Genty. That's you could do a lot worse than that as like a building block. But yeah, clearly this ain't the year to maximize it.
Yeah.
Who has the Broncos, the final team in this division?
I also have the Broncos.
Okay.
What is their biggest strength? Let's start there.
Yeah. All right. So their biggest strength is their front seven and their secondary.
Yeah.
My bad. Their D line and their secondary.
Yeah, not the front seven, not the linebackers, not them goddamn linebackers.
You have the D line and the secondary. That everything else, like outside of those guys in the middle, that is their strength.
Specifically depth there, at least in the D line. The depth of the D line is insane. The fact that they can push out 4 defensive linemen at one point, that could be the best defensive lineman on most teams. With Benito, Cooper, Zach Allen, and what's the other defensive tackle's name? Was blanking right now.
John Franklin Myers. Or
Franklin Myers, yes, the one who completely destroyed Saylor when they played the Chargers and put him on his ass. The fact that they can roll out all 4 of those guys, who once again could be the best defensive lineman on many teams, that incredible depth.
yeah. So I think so. You have those 4 guys, and then in your secondary, obviously you have a DPOY at corner. On the opposite side, you have Riley Moss. Shout out to him because he just gets thrown at all day. Then you have Brandon Jones in the back. Hufanga's been really good for them. They have such a floor defensively where it's so hard to move the ball on them.
Yeah, the high end talent is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
there's other good defensive units, but how many defensive units have that much star power?
And they're also great because you see so many other great defenses, and a lot of times when you talk about them, you talk about them in the context of what their defensive coordinator is doing to put them in position. You're talking about the scheme, and not to say that Vance Joseph isn't doing a good job, because like he obviously is, but they are a very simple defense in terms of like, hey, we're just gonna win, right? Like we're gonna play man coverage, and can you beat us or can you not? And so they are very true to what they do, and they have a lot of success doing it. So when you have a unit like that, and you have a very clear identity, and you have the talent to back it up, that's awesome.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
They have the highest pressure rate in the NFL, to be expected with those defensive linemen I named. And then where do you think they rank in average separation on wide receiver targets? So how far the closest defender is to a receiver receiving a target?
Top 3.
One. Number
I
one.
was about to say 2. Wow.
The
okay.
most pressure and the most lockdown coverage. And that's a stat that's influenced by percentage of man coverage you run. Because obviously, if you're running a lot of zone, that's going to happen more. There's going to be more separation there. So that's not entirely like correlated to we have the better DBs. In their case, it is.
Yeah. So that's their biggest strength.
Okay.
Their biggest weakness. Now you can say the linebacking core.
Mhm.
However, because of the defensive infrastructure, I will say that is a little bit insulated, and I won't say that's their biggest weakness. The biggest weakness is number 10.
Damn. Damn.
And I really don't. Actually, no, I don't care. He has not been good, and he is so lucky, especially this last week, that one, you were playing overseas, and two, you were playing the Jets, because nobody's going to care about what Bo Nix did this last week. Nobody's going to care that the Broncos scored 13 points. Right? The Jets lost the game and they scored 11, and Jets are 0-6. They scored 13 points against a defense that has not been playing well this entire season. And a lot of it is because Bo Nix and his progression, and we've talked about it. We tried to give him grace for the first couple weeks of the season and say, like, obviously it was bad and we made the jokes, but you'll get better.
I have a question for you,
It's like, not really. You have not seen the progression to the level that you haven't seen the progression to the level of, oh, this is like the 14th best quarterback in the league. Because if you have that, you have that level of production with the Broncos defense, that is the team that everybody was saying, oh, they can be a stealth contender.
I think there's an important part to point out, though. Not only is it like Bo Nix and his ability is his biggest weakness, Sean Payton's complete lack of trust in Bo Nix is their biggest weakness, I think. Because we talked about last year, they ran him with training wheels in the offense. Everyone talks about it. Lots of bootlegs to the right, reading one side of the field, use your legs, make one or two reads, don't do anything over the middle of the field, throw lots of screens. It'll be very easy offense for you to be not the reason we lose, right? That's been the case this year, again, which is a bit of a shock. I think you would have expected in year two for that to kind of move closer to being a previous era of Sean Payton offense, like when you had Drew Brees, had Jameis Winston, had other guys where he asked you to go under center, read the offense, sling that bitch. That's what Sean Payton's done for years before Bo Nix. The training wheels are even tighter right now.
Yeah.
He's throwing so many screens. This game against the Jets, I went back and watched it this morning, is a game in which a coach clearly did not want his quarterback to be the reason they lost. All they did was screens. All they did was conservative play. And we've talked about that. Broncos fans are blaming it on Sean Payton for bad play calling. It's not that Sean Payton thinks a screenplay is the best way to get a third down every time. It's that he thinks they're more likely to have that be successful than for Bo Nix to drop back and read the middle of the field. Whether or not you agree that Bo Nix is that big of a liability and can't be trusted on third down, neither here nor there. The guy in the coaching room, the guy in charge, doesn't believe in him. And that's a fucking problem. Maybe he doesn't believe in him enough. Maybe he needs to give him more of a chance. I don't know. But he doesn't believe in him, so they have no chance of having a good offense right now.
I have a question. Can you guys guess how many passing yards they had in the third quarter?
17.
-5.
Whoa, damn. 0. Close.
Yeah, it's a non-starter when you have to play this way. And I don't know. I do think that Sean Payton is a smart offensive mind. He knows what he's doing to some degree. And if he doesn't believe in Bo Nix, this isn't some like new thing. Lots of quarterbacks are treated this way by coaches that don't believe in them. We were talking about it with the Texas game. Last game, I said in the chat, I was like, looks a lot like Sean Payton's offense out there throwing a lot of screens because they don't trust Arch Manning to be the guy to get it done on third and long. They're trying to insulate him and have a high success rate by proxy of throwing screens and not allowing yourself to fall behind the chains. Feels the same exact way. You look at any college football game on a Saturday with a team as a mid quarterback, you'll see the style of play. Now, is that necessarily congruent with everything Sean Payton said over the summer about how much he believes in Bo Nix, how he's the best quarterback he's ever coached, how he's clearly a star in the making? No. Fuck no. So Sean Payton's credibility is a gigantic loser here because either Bo Nix is overrated and he's the reason he's overrated, or what's going on here? Did you misevaluate him or is he bad? I don't know.
No, he was doing the Jim Harbaugh thing of I have to speak as much confidence into my quarterback as possible because I know what we have on defense and I know what we have the potential to accomplish. And so I'm going to not literally, but I'm going to bang your chest and hit your shoulder pads and rile you up and do all the things that I have to do in the media and let everybody know, like, this is our guy. And that's like, I completely understand that path for Sean Payton. Like, I don't blame him one bit at all for doing any of that.
I blame him a little bit.
I don't.
To an extent. So not one bit. I don't blame him in general for feeling that way. Mm-hmm. This last game, I blame him though. This last game, he needs to. You're not going to win that way, like consistently. Like they beat the Jets, obviously, because they're Jets. But you're not going to have a good offense playing that way consistently. And I think you have to like, at a certain point, you got to like find out that he can't. Do it. Yeah. Like give him a chance.
You have to let
he
him
could
prove.
do more than he was given the chance to do against the Jets. At least I'm not high on Bo Nix to any level of like we should make him like empower him in this offense. empower him a little bit more. You can't call the game like that. That was a little bit too far.
That's fair.
Okay.
So
can see that.
I don't know, but it's tough though. I say that it's tough though when you're the guy having to make those decisions and you have that little faith in Bo Nix clearly.
But also, it's not like the rest of the offense is fine. Like your offensive line is good. You have the things that can help insulate a young quarterback that is still learning, and especially this is the biggest problem with Bo Nix, and I think, and not even the problem, but the biggest frustration is that he was an older rookie, older prospect, right?
Yeah.
Like in terms of young quarterbacks, he's the oldest one. And so you would think that he would have enough experience, enough snaps playing football to where we can, like you said, we can run a little bit more than just screens and drags and everything like that. Like we can be a little bit more creative.
It's so weird, like balancing that, because like Broncos fans are so defensive of him because like he's accurate to some degree. He can make a throw, but the problem is like the field processing up the middle on everything consistent basis and the faith in the coach. So like there's enough signs and like flashy plays with his legs, good throws down the field that Bo Nix believers will be like, see, he can do it if you give him the chance. But there's enough clear negatives if you look past the surface level that it's understandable why they don't want to give him a chance. So this is going to be a push and pull forever.
It just makes his life so much harder because I also feel like when it comes to that position that he plays and where he's at when it comes to reading the field and also just like getting the offense into the rhythm, he can't even get himself into the rhythm because like going back to what you said, his hand is just constantly being held.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
40 minutes in, one division in.
Yeah, well, we also had some Bill Belichick discourse.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, what's your next team? What do you pick an NFC team to start the new division?
Ooh, new division. Okay, which NFC team should I go ahead and pick? I only have one.
You have one NFC team?
Yep, I do.
Damn. Okay, which one?
That one team is the Detroit Lions.
All right, NFC North it is.
Yep. Okay, so
Perfect.
the Lions, obviously, what are they? They've had a pretty good season so far.
4-2.
Yeah, 4-2, have had like massive wins. Okay, a couple of like, understandable losses. Overall, it's hard to point out weaknesses other than their run game to me.
Yes, that's exactly the right one.
That is probably like the biggest weakness that they have going on for them currently. Outside of that, like they feel like a pretty normal Super Bowl contender and one of like there's not a lot of firm teams out there in the league right now. But they just feel like super consistent, damn near all around other than that.
Yeah. Their rushing offense right now is 16th in EPA, which isn't, like a nightmare.
Yeah.
But this is a team that's supposed to be, or not supposed to be, in previous years, has been top 5 every year, has been dominant with Montgomery and with Gibbs. In this last game, they had to go to a more passing game script. Gibbs played 25% of the snaps, which is his lowest in the past 3 years. Not Gibbs, my bad. Montgomery played 25% of the snaps. They had to kind of have to go away from that general, what do they call it, Sonic and Knuckles style that they've played over recent years. So yeah, that hasn't been going, which is to be understandable at some point. They lose Ben Johnson, who's a brilliant run game coordinator, and the new like reshuffling of their offensive line, I think has been fine in the passing game. Not so much in the run game, which is also understandable when you have 3 new starters. That's definitely the biggest weakness. Strength, I guess, would just be the passing weapons, right? Just
Dude,
the opposite end of that.
Yeah, they're offensively, they're just unfuckwittable damn near, bro. Like they can on any given night, like if you want to have a chance to beat the Lions, you have to be able to score like 30. That's the bar.
The skill
That's the
positions are just
minimum.
ridiculous.
Exactly. They have so many weapons and they're just like they're one of the few true contenders. So it's pretty like kind of dry for them, me personally.
Yeah, honestly, that's the least time we're gonna spend on a team. Lions, amazing offensive
Respect.
talent in the passing game, so run game. But once again, incredibly high standards for this offense. So the run game isn't even that big of a weakness. But I guess you can go defensively for an actual bigger weakness.
They're another one where training staff, biggest weakness.
It's getting hurt a lot.
They- Everybody's just always
True.
hurt.
The corners have been dropping like fucking flies.
Yeah.
They're playing corners that I am completely unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
Very
damn,
true.
do I not know a ball? I'm like, oh no, it's a 5th string cornerback
Yeah.
starting. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm fine. So yeah, like Terry Arnold's hurt, who was already like a controversial corner to some. They have a great safety room. Brian Branch is out here sucker punching Juju Smith-Schuster again suspended. So yeah, just the general health of their secondary, because they play, even still with a new coordinator, a very, very man coverage heavy scheme, which is reliant on talented corners out there being able to do their job with the aggression they play with. The more bodies you lose, the harder that play style becomes.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Packers. Who has the Packers?
Who has Packers? Oh, that's me.
What is the biggest strength and weakness of the Cheeseheads?
The
Your
biggest strength.
Sunshines.
The biggest strength is just the passing game system as a
Yeah.
whole.
Isn't that weird that that's been the biggest weakness so far?
No, that's the strength.
Oh.
Yeah, the passing game. I think the biggest weakness
I
is
misheard you completely.
I think the biggest weakness is the rushing attack, and obviously like that's been it's a combination of like the offensive line being hurt, and they also had just like new pieces that they were shuffling in this year, and this last game was good, right? Like this was the breakout Josh Jacobs game. He was finally efficient. He averaged over 5 yards a carry. That's exactly what you want to see. I'm also going to chalk that up to you played the Bengals because every other game that you've played, it's kind of been a struggle and you have not been efficient. And so let's see if you can carry this into next week. But they just haven't really been great. And so Josh Jacobs he's been good and he is like their main back and they're going to run everything through him. But the efficiency on the ground hasn't been there. I feel like their strength is the passing game system because you don't have a dominant number one receiver. Yet you are still able to be very efficient in the passing game. You're able to allow your receivers to get a lot of yards after the catch and create explosive plays that way and still be able to stay on schedule. And now I think like once their running game gets situated, then we're going to see probably a complete game from the Packers offense. We haven't really seen that throughout this year. I've been saying a lot about how they're very streaky. They have lows throughout pretty much every game. But what LaFleur is able to do, Jordan Love's aggressiveness, like all of that combined is able to keep them on schedule. So I think that has been, their biggest strength, at least offensively right
now. When I misunderstood you at first, I thought you were getting at that just the inconsistencies offensively isn't a weakness relative to what's going to be their strength. And yeah, it's just been weird. Like they have had some injuries in the offensive line that have no doubt contributed to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, they're still trying to get Matthew Golden going to like the degree you want to see him get going as a true number one receiver. Losing Jaden Reed hurts. Like there's just so many small things that like this team is like the most clear, like move away, not move in terms of roster move, but like figuring something out into being like a true juggernaut. Every game you watch them, you're like, damn, you're 80% of a really good team. And I know the 100% is there. I truly believe in the 100% because of who you have on defense now.
Yeah.
But I just keep seeing 80% games after 80% games.
And I'm tired of that.
Yep.
I want the whole load.
I want the whole load real bad.
I want the whole load.
I need it.
That's the strength.
And the other big strength is they employ Micah Parsons, and they employ a great secondary now, which is surprising. With the ascension of Nixon, they have some good safeties. I shouldn't say great secondary. Enough secondary talent that with the great pass rush they have, very good defense that isn't really a question at all.
Yeah.
Hello, Kat. Hey. We got a guest appearance on the show.
Nice.
Check it. All right, Vikings. I think I have the Vikings, don't I?
You.
Yes. Biggest strength, general coaching, I think, on both sides of the ball. Kevin O'Connell is a genius. Won Coach of the Year last year. Helped revitalize Sam Darnold's career. Currently dealing with some things outside of his hands that are holding him back a little bit. But we know Kevin O'Connell is a genius offensive mind. And Brian Flores, top 5 defensive coordinator in the NFL. That's really what I mean when I say coaching, is the strength that Brian Flores brings with the famous disguise coverages, the way he utilizes all of his edge rushers, which they have a very athletic edge rushing room.
Yeah, that goes to show because genuinely I was about to say this is my favorite defense to watch.
Yeah, they drop all the edges back in coverage, whether it be Van Ginkel, whether it be Grenard, whether it be the other one whose name's escaping me, the rookie they drafted last year, who is playing a bigger role now, which I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. Dallas Turner. All these guys can drop into coverage. All these guys can rush the edge, hold the edge in running game, be athletic enough to beat tackles one-on-one. Very, very versatile room that he makes the most of with his own fucking mad science genius there. But the weakness is the one I alluded to. Holding back Kevin O'Connell. Obviously the quarterback room.
Yeah. When did McCarthy come back? Isn't it like kind of sometimes
Nobody
soon?
knows.
And
That's
even
what's
if he
funny.
like does come back, like what are you kind of expecting to do?
I don't know. But there's been so much like vague reporting. At first he was going to be week to week. Then it's, he might miss 7 weeks. Like the door is so open for him to miss as long as it's convenient for this team. As long as Carson Wentz plays well, he will be nursing an injury recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, even with Carson, it's still a weakness of the team.
Yeah. Next week is going to be really interesting because you have an Eagles defense that obviously just had a very bad game against the Giants, feel kind of vulnerable. And if you can go and have some success against them and against this Vic Fangio defense, then you might feel okay keeping, JJ McCarthy out for a little bit longer. Even then, we haven't seen a lot of good from JJ McCarthy. So right now, it's like we're hoping and praying that either you get the Carson Wentz, resurrection, or we get JJ McCarthy back in here and actually see if we can get something out of our top pick.
Yeah. And last time we saw this team, They had a victory. They walked down a team in the fourth quarter with Carson Wentz, mostly because Justin Jefferson took that game by the fucking horns and said, I'm going to win it myself.
Mhm.
And Jordan Addison came back and played very well as well. But Justin Jefferson had like over 100 yards, I think 6 receptions, just insane efficiency performance. So they have a floor that is always going to be there with that wide receiver room, with what Jordan Mason's brought in the running game. Whether or not they can be a serious contender really does come back down to whoever is playing quarterback. Can they be good enough?
Yeah.
Will Carson Wentz hold the ball forever and take the worst sacks you've ever fucking seen? Will JJ McCarthy miss every single out route possible?
Probably.
Probably both of those things. Can they win in spite of it? Yes. How much? I don't know.
Yeah, I do kind of feel for Vikings fans because this was the year, but also it was also very predictable.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing a lot of the quarterbacks, be trash and then come back and actually, be nice. I still find it very, very hard that as a consistent method of finding quarterback play is sustainable.
Looking at the recycling bin.
Yeah, just every single year or every 2 years, finding somebody that you can say, "Oh, I can fix them."
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just want somebody to be good, and like hopefully for them, like JJ McCarthy can actually still be that. But again, he hasn't given us any reason to think that up until this point, so it really doesn't matter.
Okay, who has the Chicago Bears coming off of a Monday Night Football victory over the Washington Commanders? What is their biggest strength and weakness?
Their biggest strength is their passing defense. I think and last night they gave up a couple of explosive plays. That hasn't really been like the overarching theme this year. Like they are pretty good at limiting explosives, but their defense as a whole is their strength because they are creating turnovers at the second high. The only team that's creating more turnovers is the Jaguars, and that has been able, especially last night. It's the reason why they won that game is because they were able to capitalize off of those 3 turnovers, get their offense that you feel much better about them now. Mm-hmm. I'm actually really impressed because earlier in the year I was like, yo, like the moment anything goes wrong for them, everything just starts to spiral. That easily could have happened last night and it didn't. And the fact that they were still able to find a way to win again because they created multiple turnovers, that is key. And so for this offense that is still learning, still growing, still getting everybody in the right positions, having extra opportunities with favorable field position, that's great. And so right now, their turnover happy and very opportunistic defense is great. And I think that is the strength of this team right now.
Yeah, for sure. And it's crazy they're doing without their cornerback one. Mm-hmm. They're all pro talent level corner that apparently the door is open. He might come back at the end of the season. They did a procedure that isn't as dire as once thought to roll him out for the year. Hopefully that happens, but they got Kyler Gordon back now, which makes a big difference. Their safety room has been playing extremely well. Yeah. Brisker's been everywhere. They were really great on that end. I just wish they had a goddamn pass rush to go with it.
That's tough.
Same. Honestly, I feel like watching the Bears so far this year has been super uplifting, considering like I looked into a lot of their losses last year and games like last night that we watched, they tend to lose. Often last year, and now it's been like a couple of them that they won, so that's such a positive sign.
Yeah, and then they clutched up in the end offensively. Obviously, the takeaways on defense really got them there, but yeah, you really don't see a clutch Bears victory very often. So shout out the Ben Johnson era being slightly different than the previous.
Yeah, shout out to him.
What's their biggest strength? My bad. What's their biggest weakness?
I mean, you can run on them. Like that's the weakness. Like if you look at success rate, explosive runs, EPA per attempt, they're bottom 10 in the league right now.
No, so, they're one of the worst run defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, so you can, and for a defense, it forces them to create turnovers because that's how they're able to still stay on track. But if you don't turn the ball over, we can march down the field at will. We can do whatever we want on the ground, and that obviously like puts your defense and puts the entire just game script at a massive disadvantage. Mm-hmm. So they do have to shore that up, and that is their biggest weakness right now.
Yeah, and it's really the defensive line. They have I can't really remember any time in that game yesterday where the defensive lineman made an impact play against the run. Mm-hmm. They're all just so average to below average against the run. It's kind of remarkable. A lot of pressure, a lot of criticism gets put on their linebacker core. Their linebackers get nothing from their linemen helping them absorb blocks and make the life easy for the linebackers to attack these run lanes. It's just a soft ass front seven.
Yeah, so that is their biggest weakness, and so if you can get some toughness, get some real football players back into the Chicago team, then you'll be fine. And and obviously you're not going to fix everything overnight from what it was last year to this year. That's obviously going to be something that they address either at the deadline if they feel good about it or in the offseason. But that's what I think their biggest weakness is right now.
Another one that's nearly as detrimental so far: offensive discipline. This team is so stupid at times. Yeah. The amount of penalties from that offensive line, I'm like, how does this even happen so much? Like, I don't know. Like, people always talk about it as a coaching thing when a team is undisciplined. I'm like, man, I don't know what Ben Johnson can do about these left tackles constantly getting false starts. I don't know what he can do about his left tackle yesterday, or I think it was left tackle, calling back a Rome Odunze touchdown because he wasn't lined up on the line by a couple inches too. It was a close call. Like all this small stuff. I'm like, these guys just make mistakes, man. What the fuck? Can't attack my hand.
I have that exact like undisciplined nature for another team on this list, but yeah, they're definitely up there.
Yeah, and like it's not entirely surprising. I think we'll see a few teams on here that have new offensive coordinators and young quarterbacks, and especially young receivers up and down the roster, inexperience in this system. It takes time. You typically see these teams need time to get used to these complicated modern offenses. So that was to be expected. Doesn't make it less frustrating.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, next division. Is that everybody?
Yep. What's your next division?
Let's go AFC North.
Okay. AFC North.
Yes, and we will start with the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Their biggest strength is the fact that they play in the AFC North.
Okay.
And when Lamar Jackson comes back, there's still going to be an opportunity to win the division, which is most likely going to be their only path to get to the playoffs. Right now, the Steelers are 4-1. Guess what? I've seen good Steelers years before that have started very, very well. And what happened? You guys are tinkler. But yeah, I've seen good Steelers starts before, and I've seen collapses before. And it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, it's just happened. So if the Steelers end up, going 9-8, there's a world where Lamar Jackson comes in. They always win 70 to 80% of the games whenever he's in there. He just goes Superman mode. The schedule gets easier, and they end up winning the AFC North. That's the biggest thing going for them right now because everything else is pretty like dire.
Yeah. As far as I don't even care about the strengths. They're 1-5. Everyone's hurt.
Yeah.
There is no strength to be seen in this current version of the team. We know if Lamar's back, the rushing game could be one of the best strengths in the league if they're operating all cylinders. They haven't been to date. I want to talk about their weaknesses. It's perplexing how bad their secondary is. And they played a good game this week against the Rams. They held that offense. To me, that's just unserious showing from the Rams. So I'm more concerned about that from them.
Well, that's kind of When I have the Rams on my list. When we talk about them,
okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
but overall, this team, this defense, it's just big play after big play. They have no pushback on anything. They're so easy to attack on the sidelines, so easy to run on, so easy to throw over the middle. The secondary's got awful. The linebacker core's got awful. The defensive line's got awful. If you have a bad offense and you need to get right game, ask CJ Stroud what happens when you come in and see this Ravens defense. You get right immediately. They looked incredible playing against this team, and that offense is still pissed. I won't be fooled into thinking they figured it out. This defense just offers no resistance on any level. With Madubuike gone for the season, no pass rush at all. There's zero pressure.
Did they make a trade recently?
Yes, they traded one of their pass rushers to the Chargers to bring in Alohi Gilman, a safety, which maybe that helps. Clearly, they want to move Kyle Hamilton around and not have him have to be the deep safety to save everything.
Yeah.
So let's say maybe Alohi Gilman can come in and fix that. We will see. It is just obviously the injuries are a thing I haven't mentioned. A lot of their core defensive talent is hurt, so that doesn't help. But even the guys that haven't been hurt, it's just not a good unit.
They were cooked regardless, man. Now we can just go ahead and task that as like, oh, it's an injured thing. Nah, not really. Y'all been ass regardless.
Yeah, and I had their entire defense as the weakness, but that also includes coaching because we've also seen Zach Orr this year not look like a competent defensive coordinator, not be able to find a scheme or a balance and a way to maximize this version of the Ravens defense. And it's really tough, right? Obviously, whenever you lose when you have one of the better DCs in the league or better coordinators at any position, we've talked about it all offseason with the Lions and Ben Johnson and, even on their defense with Aaron Glenn. But the Lions, they were able to figure it out. Like Kelvin Shepherd and what he's doing there, obviously they're still running a very similar scheme, but the Lions defense is playing fine and they've been able to withstand that. Since losing McDonald, like the Ravens, they were great last year. You're trying to have Zach Orr really be able to reinvent the Ravens and trying to figure out a way to stabilize everything, and it just hasn't happened. And so I think their entire defensive infrastructure is their weakness right now.
Yeah, they are 28th in QB pressure rate.
Any metric that you look at, they're probably going to be bottom 5.
I know, it's crazy. And they had so much reliance on Mike Green, a second-round rookie who is a light speed rusher coming in and making impact day one, and he's done none of that at all. There's no hope really for the pass rush, I think.
No.
There's hope for the secondary, which I thought would be really good. If that can come together and they can get healthy and get some better play from the linebackers, there's hope they can cover. And hopefully, the coverage leads to longer quarterback dropbacks. Maybe the pass rush gets there faster. Like, it kind of just a symbiotic relationship there.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be a path to them being respectable at some point as a defensive line. But it's never going to be an impact defensive liner now with Madubuike gone for the entire season.
So damn depressing.
I need Lamar to win MVP. Like, he's going to have to play, and obviously, again, he always does, but you need Lamar to basically like win MVP for them to have a chance to go on this run and get into the playoffs.
Or play at that level at least.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, whether or not he wins, he needs to be in the running.
Yeah.
Okay. Mo, what team do you have in this division?
The only team I have is the Bengals.
What is the biggest strength of the Bengals? Tell me something good about the Bengals.
All right, so let me see what I wrote down, bro. It's probably going to be fucking hilarious because I remember doing that. Okay, so the Bengals. Biggest strength, you have Joe Flacco. Biggest weakness, you have Joe Flacco.
Why is Joe Flacco a biggest strength?
Because through that first game, he didn't necessarily play bad at all. He played better than what Jake Browning was giving them, genuinely. He felt like a just normal vet who can do the normal things, pace the offense at a decent level, not rush or force anything, didn't put the ball in harm's way. At this point in time, like, that's all you can ask for. Someone who's not going to tank your team. And at least that day, he didn't tank the team.
The guy sucks. The guy did not look good. He sucks, man. So many balls thrown to the ground and behind the backfield. I hated watching him. Yeah. But I guess the biggest strength is you still have T. Higgins and Jamar. He threw a touchdown to Jamar Chase, who just muscled the corner in front of him for that touchdown on the right sideline. They still have the two weapons.
But also another thing that's super interesting about them, well, not super interesting, but it's like surprising bright side for me when I found this out is like, oh shit, like their CB1, DJ Turner, he's good, man. He's good. He genuinely provides great outside protection. He does a really good job of just like damn near mirroring his opposition. And I think that is something to just genuinely hang your hat on to. Their CB1, I forgot who their CB2 is. He's also really good as well. I got his name. It starts with a D, I believe. They're gonna kill me in the comments, but that guy as well. He's good, man. But outside of that, like, you have nothing else to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins as their strength. Their weakness, everything else. They're bottom 5 in rush defense, bottom 5 in pass defense. Worst run game I've ever seen. Chase Brown believers, RIP, we're all dead. It's not. You're talking about Dax Hill. That's their nickel.
He saw. Solid.
Yeah, Cam Taylor-Britt is their other starting corner. But yeah, man, they just, it sucks right now. They have Trey Hendrickson, and outside of that, nobody else in the front seven is above average in really any way.
Yeah.
DJ Turner is a good watch, I suggest.
Great. Shout out DJ Turner. If you have one fan, it is Moto99.
Hell yeah.
Browns. This one is interesting because this is a tale of extreme strength and extreme weaknesses. Biggest strength, their defensive line is goddamn ridiculous. And that has allowed them to have victory one time purely because the defensive line won the game for them. Myles Garrett plus a number 5 overall pick leads to some great production there. And even outside of Mason Graham, they have just a very strong interior defensive line core in general. It's very well-rounded. They have multiple guys that are causing pressures, allowing Myles Garrett to eat when he's running these double blocks. Overall, that's a game-changing defensive unit and overall good defense. You know, they still have some good DBs there. It is a strong unit overall. We go to the other side of the ball. The biggest weakness, every single thing that has to do with passing offense is the biggest weakness of this team.
Dude, I found out they haven't scored 18 points since last year, at least, or over 18 points since last year. That's fucking insane.
Insane, but not surprising.
Damn, man.
Their offensive line, not good. They will draft a tackle in the first round next year, I assume, not unless they draft a quarterback. Or both. I bet they draft both, actually. They have multiple picks. I bet they go for both. They have no great protection. is not good. They have some talented linemen. They have Joel Bitonio still, longtime veteran. They have some talent there. Too many detrimental leaks in the passing game specifically. The quarterback room is what it is. We're starting Dylan Gabriel now, who's in start number 2. Doesn't look great, doesn't look horrible. He just looks like a 5'10" quarterback trying to fight for his life with very little infrastructure around him. The weapons have like some cute promises to it. I like Harold Fannin. Him and Njoku are a very good tight end group. Doesn't move the needle when your outside receivers are bottom 5 unit in the league. You know, there's some stuff there. There's Jerry Jeudy, there's Tillman, there's some interesting names. It's not a needle moving unit. The quarterback is an issue. The offensive line is an issue. There is literally no hope for that passing offense.
I'm so over quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. It's at this point, like, I just want them to play Wildcat. Like, they shouldn't. You're saying they're going to draft a quarterback and a tackle in the draft next year. Don't draft a quarterback. It's been, what's the stat? They have like 41 quarterbacks that they've started since 1999. In our lifetime, they have started 41 quarterbacks, which is, it's ridiculous. And drafting somebody to play quarterback for you is equivalent to like jail time. It's a punishment to them, right? Like everybody gets drafted and you get dapped up, and Roger Goodell shouldn't do that. Like that's just, it's mean to them. And so for Dylan Gabriel to be out there, and like you said, I feel bad because he didn't play like amazing, and he's just trying his best.
Yeah,
but he threw the ball 52 times. They literally, and they couldn't do anything past 6 yards.
Exactly. So he threw the ball a lot, but it felt like he never threw the ball down the field. This is such a dink and dunk offense in the worst way possible. So many routes in Njoku and Fannin at the line of scrimmage. They are pure at the line of scrimmage team. It feels like nothing can develop down the field, whether it be because of the quarterback accuracy issues, whether it be because the line doesn't hold up enough, because the receivers can't separate, all of the above.
And they can't even run shit either. So that just like is another reason why.
Yeah, they've had some good run games throughout the season, but not super consistent.
Yeah.
It's just a bad offensive infrastructure.
So yeah, they suck. And also we were having the debate before the year happened of who had the worst quarterback room in the league. Was it the Browns or the Saints? And the Browns are very clearly one at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's
52
a gap.
throws is so crazy.
52 is nuts. Shit,
Look
man.
at this chart, man. Not a single one is over 20 yards. Actually, no, 2 of them are over 20 yards, and actually they're incompletions.
That's 4 completed passes over 10 yards.
Wow. And look at all these throws behind the line of scrimmage.
Within 5 yards is
this is nuts.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, you can't say he didn't throw it in the middle of the field. He peppered that bitch 6 yards in the middle of the
Right,
field.
they need to address this run blocking situation fucking immediately. God, we're just playing catch. They need to address this run blocking situation immediately, man, because this shit cannot happen.
Yeah, it's bad.
Do you know how bad you have to be to like have this type of chart and still have a negative completion percentage over expected? Like,
wow, minus 11.5%.
And you're just throwing at the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough. Yeah, they suck.
Is that the entire division? Oh, Steelers.
Steelers. Their biggest strength, the edge trio of TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith. They are fantastic and they wreck games. And Herbig has like it. The last couple of years, it's really been like TJ Watt and Highsmith. Herbig is really established himself. He had a really good game this last week. And if that is your trio of pass rushers, that is like, this is what everything is built off of for the Steelers. You are able to just pin your ears back and rush the quarterback and get after guys. So that's one of your strengths.
And Derek Harmon looked really good in this past game too. He's starting to come around.
Yeah, so I think like their entire pass rush is fantastic. Those 3 guys specifically are the 3 that I'm looking at as like, oh no, this is awesome, and we can really do something here. Their biggest weakness, I would say, it's their secondary depth. Especially this last game, so many people got banged up, and I don't know if they're going to be able to keep sustaining the secondary if obviously like everybody gets hurt, as we've seen with other defenses. But that's also been a problem for the Steelers and their defenses, is that the defense over the last couple of years, when we're in this phase of, we're going to win 9 games, but we're going to have a negative point differential, but our defense is still going to be really good. A lot of that is the defense starts off top 3, top 4 unit in the league, and then we get to week 10 and you just start to bleed out a little bit and little by little. And I'm worried that the secondary, because we're already starting now in week 6, I'm worried that once we get to week 10 and week 11, those little injuries are really going to line up, and then going to have that same thing happen again. That everybody's just going to bleed out, and so I'm kind of worried about, like, Jalen Ramsey had a hamstring injury. Darius Slay got hurt. Joey Porter got hurt. Deshaun Elliott has been, he's been in and out. Like, everybody that you look at in that secondary has already hurt, has already gotten hurt. So hopefully everybody can stay healthy. If not, that is their biggest weakness.
Yeah. And as far as other strengths go, I think the connection between Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf that's blooming, that's a strength. They're passing up the sidelines with those two specifically. Has become a real strength. Those two are eating together. And it's not like the most consistent passing offense in the league, but they're getting it done. As much as they need to. They're getting it done. Aaron Rodgers has been pretty dreadful under pressure. He can't move these days. They don't have a lot of safety valves, a lot of short area targets that are going to be really good separators. They lack that type of like slot receiver guy that can be an outlet valve. They need their own like Keenan Allen or something like that for Aaron Rodgers to get some shit off. But when kept clean, Aaron Rodgers has played above average, is connecting very well on deep targets to DK Metcalf. They're utilizing DK Metcalf a lot better than the Seahawks were, I think. They're not asking him to be like a pure goal ball receiver. They're allowing him to be more of a vertical winner instead of like down the field more, which is working. He looks as good as he's ever looked, I think.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, they're truly maximizing DK Metcalf, which is good to see.
Honestly, with the way this NFL season has been going so far, you feel like randomly this could be a year where they just go ahead and walk into the Super Bowl. Not walk, struggle, claw their way into it.
Hell no, I don't feel that way.
Zero chance.
Hell no, I don't feel that way.
Zero chance.
I don't feel good about anyone right now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't either. But hell no, I don't feel
It's
that way.
it's damn sure not them.
I'm giving them props. They're going to win the division probably.
It's not them.
This is the year of the mid. This is their year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be anybody's year. So why not us, right? Well, why not the Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I won't be predicting it.
I'm not.
I won't just yet.
Who are they going to play in the wild card right now? They might play the Chiefs in the wild. What do they play the Chargers in the wild card? Who would you pick?
It'll probably be them.
I'll pick the Steelers.
Hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't pick the Steelers.
Is Alt there?
What do you say?
If Joe Alt's there, I think I'll take.
If Joe Alt's not there, they're not making the playoffs. Yes, Joe Alt's there.
I think I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah,
Okay.
I say to say there's going to be some good wildcard teams. So
Yeah.
I'm not getting over heels yet about them as a contender. But, I've been very lukewarm at best on this team before the preseason. And they're winning games. They're looking good. The defense is, once again, at least against the Browns, rounding into a real strength. I think this is a game you saw the defensive line be truly dominant, which is always like, that needs to be the vision for this team to be really good.
Yeah.
Is the defense can be game changing like we've seen in years past. If we can continue to go down that path, they can win a playoff game. They could also lose the first playoff game. Like
That is
that's
very
also
true,
in the cards. This is gonna be a high variance team come playoff time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. High variance quarterback, a rushing offense that could eat you alive, like we saw with Kenneth Gainwell a couple weeks ago, where they went crazy. But also I could certainly see them being shut down in the run in a playoff game against a good team. Now that wouldn't be the Chargers that would do that, but a different playoff team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. But shout out to them. A very successful season.
Okay.
Next conference. Let's go to the NFC East. I have the Philadelphia Eagles on my team.
Ooh.
Talk to me.
Eat him up. Eat him up.
Weakness. Offense is buns all
Damn.
around. I think we can keep it that simple. Offense is buns. Shit from some buns. It's bad. The rushing offense we've been talking about has been strangely bad. I don't know. I really don't even know what we fully chop it up to. There is offensive line issues. There is a new coordinator. There is the thing hanging above our heads of, did the 300 carries Saquon took last year kind of hurt him a little bit in terms of like being ready for the next year? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say when the other issues are also present. I kind of feel like all three are probably a thing. I feel like maybe Saquon is a little rusty, or I don't even know if you call it rusty. Whatever word you describe to say he got too many carries last year and isn't moving the same.
Yeah.
There might be some of that. The offensive line is clearly an issue. Kevin Patullo clearly is not Kellen Moore. Whether or not the run design is all on him, I don't know for sure what the delineation is and who's in charge of that, but that's clearly an issue. And then obviously the pass game, they just are so clunky and inconsistent. We've talked about it every goddamn week on this show. The offense is bad in pretty much every way.
Yeah. The run game isn't directly to Patullo. That's a Jeff Stoutland thing.
True.
Mm.
So
Which you would trust is not really like him.
yeah.
So leads you to believe it's probably a talent issue.
Yeah, and like there's been years prior, like even in 23, like the running game wasn't super creative because, and like the Eagles, basically in the Nick Sirianni era, and we've said it before, their entire offensive scheme has been overly simple and it is very like this. We're gonna run 6 plays and we're just gonna be great at them. And so like they've always just ran like inside zone and counter, and that's kind of just been it. And you've seen at times that the running game can get kind of stale if you aren't, dressing it up a little bit more. And so it's part of it with the run game. Obviously, the offensive line and the injuries. Like Cam Jurgens, starting center, he had back surgery in February after the Super Bowl, and Landon Dickinson got hurt in preseason. So you have injuries there, all that stuff. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I'm tired. I told you guys last week, I'm tired, man. Like, it's just every week, exactly probably what you're going to get. And at this point, if the Eagles come out in this next game against the Vikings and everything clicks and they put up 30, I will let out a sigh of relief, but it's going to be the first time in basically this entire season I'm like, okay, wow, we actually had a complete game, because I don't feel like we just haven't had one since the Super Bowl. So I'm at this point, it is what it is, and we'll see if it can get fixed.
Yeah, it's just like straight up not a good offense, and I don't. It can get fixed, right? There's always an up when you're talking about a team at their lowest when they have credibility like this. We've seen them have year-over-year success with this coach, with this quarterback, with this core. Yeah, it just feels like that's the only thing we have to latch onto, though, is that like we've seen them be good before, so surely they can get better. I don't know what to point to say this is like a directly fixable thing. I can imagine a clear fix to that's going to make them a good team.
We'll see. Apparently, Sirianni said that him and Patullo, they went into the lab and they found some answers. And they had a long bye after this last week.
Yeah.
Apparently, they see some things that they feel that they can exploit and that they can add to the offensive game that will be better.
Yeah.
But we will see, because you can't have an offensive showing. You can't have two of like the worst offensive halves and offensive showings that you've had this year, and then also have that showing against the Giants on Thursday night. That just can't happen. So it is what it is.
What sucks and what puts more stress on the Eagles, of course, like their offense is their offense, but their offense is also making their defense so much worse, considering all the time that they spend out there on the field. I don't know what the stats are necessarily for this. I don't know if there's a stat when it comes to how like what team has their defense out there the most. But I know for sure, at least it feels like through watching these games, the Eagles are like at least like a top 5 team.
Yeah.
And obviously like they're already beat up. Everyone on offense is healthy. So it just like makes their life so much worse.
Yeah. Eagles rushing success rate on different play types right now. Inside zone, 38.89%, which is, you want to be above 40% in rushing success rate to have a balanced offense. They're also at 38.89% on outside zones. So that's like almost good enough. But you can only be almost good enough if your passing offense is really good. And they obviously are not that. And then counters, they have an 8% success rate. But you know what they have a 71 success rate on?
What?
QB sneaks.
Hell yeah.
That's
surprising.
what we got.
Hell yeah.
So the run offense is almost there. It's almost good enough. But even if they get almost good enough, then you need pass offense to also be there, and I just do not see that happening.
I can see it happening only because, one, we've seen it before, and I just think that this offense is just too talented. But there's also the thing that in the back of my mind where, and I saw somebody had tweeted about it, like some Eagles fan, where it was like, hey, if the Sirianni era is just win the Super Bowl down year, get back to the Super Bowl down year, Super Bowl, then it's like, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But damn, like I don't want to live like this. Like if you actually have a team and Howie does all the accounting stuff and we have all the, void years and you're building it perfectly, I would like to have year over year success where I can feel solid instead of every week turning out to be some type of referendum on this entire era.
I have an interesting stat pertaining to what I just said. So far, they have like a league high percentage of going 3 and out. 47% of the time of their offensive drives.
47?
That's like the highest since the year 2005 if they were to continue on this pace.
Oh, I'm going to fucking throw up.
That's disgusting. And the other teams that share that is the Tennessee Titans and the Bengals.
Do you hear that?
She just
the cat said Jalen Hurts is buns.
Furball?
Come on now.
Damn.
Come on.
That's like.
But I forgot we can criticize everybody besides Jalen Hurts. It's not his fault. Even though it kind of is. Strength, obviously. Immense defensive star.
I'm
talents.
like, I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you get this off because I was actually like heated because I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah.
But on Thursday night, and I was like, it's not even the fact that like that they lost that frustrated me. It was two things. One, you embarrassed me, and I just don't like that. and then two, it's having to hear it. Obviously, like all the conversation around it, and everybody came out and was like, "Oh, Jalen Hurts, da da da." It's his first interception in like 330 passing attempts. And if anybody else throws a pick, then like let's see what happens then. Like we can have just a smidgen of grace that like obviously it's a bad mistake. He can't make that mistake. But it is the first mistake that he's made in a long time.
Yeah, but that's because he's a very low risk thrower and low risk player. They don't ask him to do much. Like it's not a good thing when your quarterback doesn't throw picks unless they're like just God and it's like tons of touchdowns too. That's an incredibly safe style of passing offense that doesn't lend itself well to
even then, one interception, like the span in which there are no interceptions, that in itself is like, if that is your first mistake in 17 weeks or whatever, you should be allowed one interception every 17 weeks. Did it hurt that like it's in that situation? Obviously,
no, for sure.
It's an indefensible mistake, but to take that and then to turn it and be like, okay, well now everything that we've seen for the last 20 games is like fake. It is a little bit unfair to then turn that into a referendum on him.
First of all, there is a referendum on him to some degree, but it's not because of that interception. It's because his play style and what you're describing, the no throwing interceptions, very safe, very productive style of play, very high success rate that he's done, only works when you have the best rushing attack in the NFL.
Of course.
He's not going to be a floor raiser that does anything to help that whenever that part isn't going well. And that's the problem, is that when you ask him to have to go downfield like this and ask him to have to make these big boy reads, you're much more in harm's way to make these big mistakes. And again, I'm not even like saying that that's the biggest issue. I wasn't even talking about the pick. I was talking about the lack of ability to solve the other problems and help the offense go and like make things go in the way that top 10 quarterback should, you know, like obviously a very simplistic way of saying it. I don't care about that one mistake necessarily.
But you are then using that mistake as the intro point. And I'm saying like,
you know, you have PTSD. I didn't even talk about the pick. You brought it up. Not me.
No, you did bring up.
I said it's kind of Jalen Hurts' fault. I wasn't talking about the pick.
You were talking about the pick.
I wasn't. I swear to God, I forgot about the pick. You remember. I was talking about the utter lack of impact passing on the roster.
Well, you had sent it the moment, because I remember seeing the moment the pick got made. You sent a text in the chat.
Oh,
did I?
Okay.
You did.
Oh, well, I forgot about it since then. I wasn't even talking about that.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about just now. Okay.
But no, he's such a rigid player that like, I'm first of all, I brought Jalen Hurts slander as a joke, but he is a very rigid player that I think clearly isn't like an elite quarterback, you know, all things considered, when we talk about being able to like withstand the situation changes and elevate your offense and like, you know, get through these things, which is a very, again, simplistic way of talking about it. But that is a real thing that's necessary from quarterbacks to be able to withstand less than ideal running games, less than ideal situations. And the fact that we don't get anything in that way is just, it's a tough world to live in when the other things aren't going well.
2 games is like
the whole season. You know, they were winning games, but it wasn't because the offense. Let's not act like this is brand new. The whole season, really.
We'll talk about it later.
But again, they won games. Again,
we'll
I'm not saying he's terrible, but it's just tough when you can't look towards your elite quarterback to like solve any of these issues.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, they knew what they were signing up for. They know his like weaknesses and all that. So
yeah, we all do. It's just sometimes they pretend they don't exist. So that's the problem. Cowboys. Who has the Dallas team?
Me. I have the Cowboys.
I hate you so much.
I know, because you hate reality.
We'll talk about it later.
We've talked about it plenty.
And we're going to keep talking about it.
Oh, man. Okay. Cowboys, biggest strength, obviously their offense. Like, that is the story of the season for them, the most positive story. But on the completely other side, their also another story for their defense is they're fucking terrible. I wrote down on my notes, QB can do backflips before they throw the ball. That's how much time. Pass rush, ass.
And that's not even getting to the fact they have the second worst run defense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then on top of that, too.
Did you see the picture of Rico Dowdle? You see the...
No, which one?
Oh, my goodness. I got to find it.
I got to see. While you're finding it, interesting stats. Of course, they've allowed the most passing yards in the entire NFL. They've also allowed 15 passing touchdowns, 15.5 yards per carry, and they give up the second most yards in the league after the catch. ass on all regards.
They can't tackle. They can't rush the passer. They can't fill run gaps. It is a truly like generationally terrible defense.
Yeah, I fear that they have. What's their DC's name?
Matt
Eberflus.
Ooh, they got the Eberflus flu. Fuck, man, he is fucking terrible.
He is quite bad,
Yeah.
and it's tough because he runs a very conservative style of defense that I think in large part he was brought in because they had Micah Parsons and that could work. It's not impossible to run a conservative defense. Jesse Minter does it. They run lots of coverage, rush 4, sometimes rush 3, and say we're going to beat you with coverage, and our defensive line is going to get there, and we're not going to give up any big plays, and we're going to make it so you have to dink and dunk us. We're going to bend, don't break. That's how he wants to play. That doesn't work when your players suck.
Yeah, so speaking of that, I did a deep dive. I logged into PFF, and I went ahead and saw players who allowed the most touchdowns. His name is Donovan Wilson. He currently plays safety for them.
Yes.
He feels like he is so out of position. I think in the past he hasn't played safety like that. He's a solid player. He's not bad. He shouldn't take your defense. But this year he's completely tanking their defense because he's out of position and he's so wildly like slow footed in my mind. He's big and he's able to like hit players real hard and you're like convert on like a lot of big hits. But in terms of just like passing coverage, just not his bag at all, and he just feels like completely misutilized. Oh, his defense pussy shit I have.
This is Matt Eberflus. This is the face of Matt Eberflus. Yeah, generational bad defense, which is funny because they have a generationally awesome offense right now.
Yeah.
George Pickens looks like a superstar. George Pickens looks like it was always there, but he was rotting away with some bad quarterback situations. Now CeeDee Lamb goes out. Dude, he's just out there doing whatever he wants. He's goofing around. He's moving erratically.
Just trying to hurdle people.
Hurdling people.
Dude, he's such a goofball.
He's
Man.
having fun.
Jumping with weird angles, feet in the air. He's just having a good time.
He knows he's getting his bag regardless, bro.
That looks like what it looks like when you see like a high school phenom that's way better than everybody around him. Like a guy that's gonna go to Alabama or some shit, and he's playing in like random California football, 3A football, and he's just out there doing whatever, playing every position. That's how George Pickens looks right now. He's having a ball.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
He's hilarious, bro.
Another big strength, the run game is insane right now.
That was genuinely something that caught us by surprise to start the year.
Yeah, Javonte Williams is back. The
Yeah.
run blocking is amazing. He's amazing at utilizing that specific style of gap runs. He's such a patient runner. Everything about their offense is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Ferguson is eating since CD went out. Dak Prescott is MVP level. They just don't win the game, so he won't be in the conversation.
Mhm.
Everything about it is awesome.
Yeah, man.
And it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Not one bit. It is the least consequential elite offense of all time.
Dude, shout out to Clayton Adams, man. He's changing their fucking lives
Yep.
completely.
Probably going to be a head coach one day.
Next
Commanders.
game. Ooh, that's me.
What you got?
So I went ahead and I rewatched the game last night.
Mhm.
They're all through all 22. And I came to a realization. I watched that game a little bit and I watched a few of their other games too, key plays. And I realized that this team is genuinely like the worst fumble recovery team in the entire
Fumble recovery?
Yes, absolutely. So, biggest weakness is they struggle with getting the ball as soon as it hits the ground. So far this year, they forced 5 fumbles, only recovered it 2 times. They fumbled the ball 9 times, only recovered it 3 times. That means that out of the 14 fumbles that's happened throughout the entire course of the season, they've only recovered 5 of them. That's a 65% rate that you're not getting the ball back. That's a major fucking issue, and that's one hell of a way to lose the goddamn game.
What a pull. They don't dive on loose balls fast enough.
Yeah.
We're not swarming.
Yeah, they're not. And last night cost that. They should have won that game. That game was, I don't want to say handed to them, but it was right fucking there.
It was handed to them. They should have been able to just hand the ball off, get 2 yards, and kneel and end the game. And they weren't able to do it. And because they fumbled multiple times. And it sucks because like you had the fumble from Bill, but then you also had the final fumble, which wasn't even on him. It was on Jaden Daniels because he couldn't handle the snap and couldn't perform the handoff. So it's like, damn, like that's the tragic part because we did everything else and overcame a tough start where the Bears were actually jumping on the Commanders pretty early. You came back, you did everything you had to do, you just couldn't finish. And so yeah, You have to be able to recover some of these fumbles.
Yeah.
I think their biggest strength is their short area offense. With Bill now being the main go-to running back, and even with Rodriguez and McNichols, who have been playing pretty well, their run game and success rate, they stay ahead of the chains very well. Jaden Daniels is still amazing at
Easily.
third and short when they blitz him, replacing the blitz. There's one play last night at the end of that game. I think it was the last drive before they fumbled. It was 3rd and 13, and they lined up 3 defensive linemen, and then there was a 4th linebacker there that didn't show blitz at first, but blitz post-snap, so they really sent 4. But they vacated that area where the middle linebacker was and played a deep coverage, trying to allow deep outside of that. They came screaming at Jaden Daniels. What did he do? He threw the little Texas route to the running back right where that linebacker was that blitzed.
Yeah.
And McNichols went up, I think it was McNichols, and got the first down after the catch. That specific play, Jaden Daniels does that every single time. If you blitz him, he will throw the route right to where the blitzer came from. You combine that with the running game, combine that with his legs. The way they're able to stay ahead of schedule on offense so consistently is such a high floor way to play.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Because of that, going back to what you said, their running game, the best in the league. It's them and the Bills up for debate. They're just right with the Bills when it comes to in terms of just straight up yards, almost 1,000 already, 906, and they average, I believe, some of the most yards per carry in the entire league. The most yards per carry in the entire league. So
top 10 per play, top 10 in EPA per rush, number 1 in yards per play, 5.5 yards per play as a rushing offense.
Yeah, so that's genuinely like their calling card, which makes sense, dude. This is one of the first times where I've got to fully experience like a good to great, I don't want to say great, but a really good Jaden Daniels game. Like, he is so fucking good.
Rusty start to the year.
Yeah, rusty start. And it's hard for me to like gauge him in general because you know what happened, or their offense in general through the injuries, but he's so good in terms of just like ball placement and of course like how elusive he is and all that when it comes to the running game. But I was more so interested in like the reads and how quickly he's just like making the defense pay.
Yeah, people want to force this like sophomore slump narrative because there's been some like iffy performances throughout the year. Not his fault entirely. The defenses have film on him. They figured him out. You can't figure out the fact that he's going to throw beautiful go balls up the sideline with perfect accuracy. If you blitz him, he's going to replace the blitz every time perfectly. He'll get outside the pocket perfectly.
Yeah.
You can't film your way to stopping that.
He's so good. He's so good. So I understand why you feel like he's solidified as like a top 7 quarterback in the league.
Top 10 at least. Because some of the guys from last year that like Dak has made a comeback after his injured season. So I don't know where I'll rank him, but yeah, I think he's top 10. Okay. Drake May might have lapped him. We'll see.
Shit, man.
Man, not might have. Okay, Drake May lapped him. Drake May's amazing.
We'll see, man.
Okay, is any team? Oh, Giants. Who has the New York Giants to finalize this division?
You do.
Oh, I got the Giants? Fuck.
I didn't have anybody.
I'll say fuck, man.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody in the NFCs.
Strength, defensive line depth. They have so many good defensive linemen. They single-handedly allowed them to beat the Chargers with that defensive line. It is ridiculous depth there. The fact that you have Abdul Carter and he doesn't have any pressure to be the go-to guy for a team, despite being a truly, truly elite edge rushing prospect. Incredible. They have so much defensive line depth. They were using Abdul Carter as an off-ball linebacker against the Chiefs. Getting creative as hell, just doing whatever, throwing shit at the wall because they have 2 other elite edge rushers out there still. So that part is clear. Weakness. 0 wide receivers left. They have to go out there and just play fucking figure it out Jackson type of football. They have to have him and Cam Scatterbo running their asses off on the field. On the ground. Lots of little RPOs, throwing it to Wanda Robinson at the line of scrimmage, doing the PPR scan they know and love. Because outside of that, post Malik Neighbors, that room is dire. They have no receiving talent.
And guess what? That's the fun way.
Yeah.
Just letting Dart and Scatterbo just run all over the league. That's fun.
And shout out Theo Johnson, humongous target at tight end. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
But not even close.
They fun though. They fun as fuck.
All right, next up, let's do the AFC South. Donovan, you have any teams from there?
Yeah, yep. I got a couple teams.
A singular team.
All right, Donovan, who you got?
I have the Tennessee Titans.
Nice.
Their biggest weakness, they're top 3 in drops this year. And so if you have a rookie quarterback, you would like for your receivers to catch the ball to make his job easier, to make him look a little bit better, stay on schedule. That would be one of the biggest weaknesses for them. One of their biggest strengths is the fact that they will have a new coach moving forward.
Finally, let's go.
Damn, that's their strength?
Yeah, because Brian Callahan was awful. And 4-19 record over 2 years. Terrible clock management, terrible in-game decision maker. And that's not going to be the case anymore. You are now freed from the Brian Callahan experience, and good for you guys now.
Roster still stinks, but at least you have some faith in the guy that's going to be leading you. Actually, never mind. Mike McCoy is your interim coach, so no faith in the guy leading you yet. But you
That's
have,
okay.
At least you know next year you'll have faith in the guy
Exactly.
leading you.
We can go through a proper coaching search again,
Oh, good.
and we can get somebody else in here.
Okay, Mo, what is your team in the AFC South? We're flying through this division.
I got the Indianapolis Colts. Pretty short. The offense is fucking elite on all fronts, man. Like they
Literally.
damn near got pretty much have the offensive player of the year in Jonathan Taylor. Damn near probably is the comeback player of the year in Daniel Jones. They have great wide receivers. They have like one of the best tight ends, one of the best rookies in the league. It's hard to say the best in Tyler Warren.
He's up there.
He's like fucking I think he's clearly top 5. I don't know how to rank him against the other guys because they're elite too.
Mhm.
But they're just like clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, specifically their balance offensively is their biggest
Mhm.
strength. They check every box so
Yeah.
perfectly. They're such an organized offense. Everything that you hear is like quintessential football 101, like the way the run helps to the pass, the way the short passing game helps the deep passing game, the way play action will help you open things up. Like every single like cliche about offense and philosophies, they just do goddamn perfectly. Their talent fits perfectly. They have the versatile running back. They have the mismatch nightmare in Tyler Warren. They have the deep threat in Pierce. They have the short and intermediate guys in Josh Downs and Michael Pittman. Everything flows perfectly through a quarterback that fits perfectly with an OC that knows how to utilize it perfectly. There's really no weaknesses offensively right now.
Yeah, I agree. Like they're just like so untouchable. Now, when it comes to their defense, not terrible, but it's not one of the best in the league. Their biggest weakness for me on defense is just that they're just middling across all ends.
Yeah, star
And that's
talent
it.
defensively isn't really quite there.
Yeah. So that's what I have for the Colts.
They're a really goddamn simple team. The offense is perfect. The defense doesn't have quite enough blue chip pieces.
Yeah.
Is
Like
what it is.
if it's crazy if you really think about it, they would be if Mitchell didn't go ahead and just like do what he did, they'll be 5-1 right now.
They're pretty goddamn
Pretty
great.
good.
And
That's shocking.
And
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
sustainable. It's so great. What the biggest surprise of the season? The
Are
Colts
they-
are the
A
are the
con-
Colts going to win the Super Bowl?
Are they? They look.
No,
Probably not.
no.
But
I don't
they
know.
are a contender. There. Like they are
Yeah.
legit. They are like can
There's-
make a splash.
I would fucking hate to face a team like that in the playoffs. Hate it so
I'd-
much.
I'll be nice now.
Nah, come on now.
I mean, we see teams this all the time. They don't win the Super Bowl usually, but we see these teams all the time come out
Yeah.
and like have the surprise quarterback and like win a playoff game or two. Like that happens.
They could win a playoff game, but like you almost got walked down by Jacoby Brissett. Like what's really good? You know what I'm saying? Like what's happening right now?
But they didn't. Like they didn't though.
Yeah,
Like the offense
exactly.
came through and they did what they always
Always.
did. Like the Cardinals offense played pretty well without Kyler, so which is funny, but that's gonna happen because the Colts defense isn't like extravagant. But the offense getting it done in the end once again, like it's a pattern.
Yeah.
Just off of pure like being contrarian, I'm about to start hating pretty hard.
Just off of preconceived notions
Why
about
not?
Daniel Jones.
Just pretty hard. Like I'm gonna find my angle, but I'm gonna start hating.
That's funny.
What's the next team in the South, Donovan?
The Houston Texans. Their biggest weakness is their offensive line. They cannot block. They are one of the worst units in the league. Better than the bottom of the bottom, but they're still not great, obviously. And then their biggest strength is their defense, specifically their D line, their pass rush. When you have Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, when you have all of those, those two guys bookending your D line, it's amazing, and you can create so much havoc, and you can help. You're already like very physical and good secondary with Stingley, with Petrie, with all of these guys. You create a very high foundation for your defense.
Mhm.
So that is their biggest strength.
Again, a very simple team. We know the offense is a goddamn disaster in pretty much all facets. Maybe them beating the shit out of the Ravens is the get right game they needed. They had a bye week this past week, so we don't really know how they're going to
Mhm.
follow up on that yet. Maybe they'll come out next week after that bye, being able to figure something out, and they'll be back on track to compete for the division. But yeah, no, right now they just feel like one of those one-way teams that the other side of the ball is a disaster.
Yeah.
Finally, for the interesting team in this division, the
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars. One of the
Nice.
more interesting teams in the NFL. I think that was the case before the season because we knew they brought in Liam Cohen. We knew they brought in Travis Hunter, who was, at the very least, going to be interesting. We know they have Trevor Lawrence, who is, at the very least, interesting. in one way or another throughout his career. And they have continued to hold up their end of the bargain on the interesting meter. Their biggest strength to me is their defensive playmaking.
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd just can't stop intercepting balls. He can't stop grabbing balls out of the air. He finds a way every single game. We know they have the edge rushing duo that can make plays. They just traded for Newsome, trading away Tyson Campbell, who at times was a weakness for them this year. I think Greg Newsome is better. So that obviously makes him better on that end too. They just have very good takeaway power. They're a top 5 passing offense right now in EPA, top 5 offense overall in EPA. It's a great mixture of takeaways plus elite edge rushing duo. That's going to lead itself well. Weakness. Inexperience in the system. I'll put it that way. They have a very complicated offense, and there was a lot of wrinkles to iron out over the course of the season. Getting the receivers on the same page. Brian Thomas Jr. started off having the yips start the year, looking better now. Trevor Lawrence there was a lot of drop problems early in the year that made him look worse than he was, but he's had his fair share of poor moments. They've gotten that going better. They're doing a really good job as of late of passing the ball up the sidelines, exposing cover 2 defenses, and rushing. They are pretty great rushing the ball out on the outside, getting Travis Etienne on the perimeter, getting creative blocking schemes going. Pretty dreadful running the ball up the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Interior, their offensive line isn't particularly good. They got to get creative there, so they have to mitigate that by doing a lot of outside runs. But overall, they, in the first 4 weeks, had the most illegal formation calls in NFL history in a season because they do so much motion and had so many balls snapped before the motion was set. They did that in 4 weeks. They had the most illegal formations ever in 4 weeks because they have a complicated ass system that's going to take time to figure out with Liam Cohen. And I think we've seen many flashes of that going well, but it's obviously going to take time. They still haven't figured out how to really utilize Travis Hunter offensively. That's still a wrinkle to figure out. We still have Bashal Tutin, who is continuing to be exciting, but they still haven't quite gotten him going. I keep seeing you make faces. You said when I said the experience, you were like, no. What do you think is their biggest weakness?
No, I think that it is. I feel like for you saying inexperience, it's a little bit let off. They're undisciplined as hell. I think
Sure.
I think using that verbiage would be a little bit more accurate.
But why is that though? Because I feel like they have a new coordinator, a new system they're learning. It's one of the more complicated offensive minds in the NFL.
Well, for the Bears, it's the same thing.
I agree. It's literally the same thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You called the Bears undisciplined, and they also have a new coordinator, and they have Caleb Williams and bringing in different pieces. And so I just wanted to I just think it's the same thing. You should just use the same word because they also because even on top of just the illegal formations, they've taken mad delay of games Trevor Lawrence, just the operations from the Jags as a whole is an issue. And so even if you're going, and that's the reason why I would say undisciplined, is because I don't think it's just people are lining up in the wrong spot. I also think that Trevor Lawrence has also had delayed games and not been aware of the play clock and knowing time and situation, things like that. So because it's more team wide, that's why I would say undisciplined.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of view it as the same thing. The lack of discipline is because the mental load in everybody's plate, and you hope it gets better over the course of the season. Yeah. But if it doesn't, then it'll just be the fact that these are undisciplined players.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
But overall, this team is exciting, man. This team feels like a sleeping giant. They're already good. They're already winning more games than they're losing, obviously. But they have so many areas they can still improve that one of the more exciting teams to me for that reason.
I think I could see them taking a leap next year. I mean, I've already taken a leap this year, obviously, but
I think we're due for an in-season second half of the year leap. I think we're going to see them by the time the playoffs come around that they're a very dangerous team.
Okay, that's just not, that wasn't on my bingo cards.
It was on mine a little bit offensively because I really do always believe Liam Cohen. But now that they're an elite defense with the Liam Cohen of it all on offense, this team is really, really good.
I didn't see the other side of that happening on the defense.
No one fucking did.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about who the Steelers would play in the wild card. It would probably be the Jags because if the Steelers are the 4 seed and then the Jags are the best wild card team, assuming that the Colts finish this out and win the AFC South, then you have a 4-5 matchup with Pittsburgh and Jacksonville in Pittsburgh.
I like their odds. I like Jaguars' odds.
I think I might trust the Steelers there. That one just because of the
but it's close.
The variance of the Jags means that's a very interesting matchup. Over old Braun figuring it out.
Yeah.
And then versus this flashy young team that has a variance. That would be intriguing. That can go either way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, that's the South. Real quick one.
Okay.
What do we have left? 2 divisions now? That's
we have 3.
3. God damn. All right, so let's go through fire through one of them. What's next? Donovan, pick a team.
AFC East.
AFC East.
Miami
Okay.
Dolphins. Their strength, the resurgence of Darren Waller and Jalen Waddle.
Nice.
Both of them. They played pretty well after Tank got hurt. So we will see that. Weakness vibes. I really don't care about anything else that's going on with this team outside of the vibes because it's a very interesting experiment and just experiences happening in Miami where every day somebody says something, every day something happens. You're like, what is going on? And so if you want to look on the field, the pass rush was supposed to be good. They're not good.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, it's whatever. But the vibes, oh my goodness. So we're about to get fired. People are about to get traded. That's not a great place to be in before we get to the midpoint of the season.
Tua is so talented at saying the stupidest things ever. Every time he touches the mic, he's the best combination of being the reason his team loses and having something to say about it every single time.
Yeah.
It's stupendous the amount of things he says, and I'm like,
The audacity,
stop! Like, no one's making you say these things.
the gall.
Again, we said it again like a couple of weeks ago. You see him take all these hits early in his career. You wonder why he's saying these things, and you wonder why he thinks he's cooking.
Yeah, obviously we know the weaknesses. There's lack of talent at all levels on defense. The offensive line, their biggest saving grace for their O-line was supposed to be a second-round pick. Jonah Savanea, he sucks. To put it plainly right now, he's one of the worst linemen in the NFL as a rookie. He's fucking horrible right now. He's truly goddamn atrocious right now.
Yeah.
Obviously a rookie. We'll give him some time. Fucking piss right now. So everything, all the swing factors that could have went their way went the other way. It's we're really seeing worst case scenario for this team. But all that matters is those goddamn vibes.
Yeah.
And they are so horrible. And I think a new takeaway I'm realizing is I don't want to pay big money at all to unathletic quarterbacks ever. I'm tired of watching a guy that makes $60 million in Tua just be physically outmatched and unable to do anything to make a big play. You get that on the other side of the field. You see Justin Herbert shedding sacks, making big plays happen, earning his money. And you see Tua out there throwing pick after pick where you have absolutely zero hope that a good outcome will happen if he has the ball in the fourth quarter because everything mentally has to be perfect to make up for the fact that there's no good blocking, not a ton of big playmakers out there. Actually, no, there is big playmakers.
Yeah.
But, not a high floor there. He has to make it happen, all with IQ. He's not Tom Brady. He's not big, not athletic. There's no
arm strength.
Yeah, there's nothing there to help him if he's not making the perfect decision immediately. That's not a world I want to live in.
I don't want to do that either.
We're only paying tall quarterbacks from now on. That's the new meta. Only big boys get paid. Tua, sorry. Bryce Young, sorry. Dylan Gabriel, 3 years too early, sorry.
Damn.
It's not going well for any of you guys. Caleb, you're just tall enough. Kyler Murray, sorry.
I got two teams in this division. One of them we can fly through super fast. The New York Jets. I just found out what the Jets are abbreviated as or for. Can you guys guess it?
No, just tell me.
Too late.
No.
Just end the season already. No strengths, no weaknesses. Just end the season, brother. Hang it up. Bro, 45 passing yards by Justin Fields in their last. I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh, I did.
I had no idea teams could be capable against that.
I knew just how low Justin Fields could drop.
And this is my first Justin Fields experience, and good God, man. I wanted to stab my eyes out.
Remember week 1, how fun that was? We were like, listen, man, Justin Fields is proving us wrong. They lost, but it was a good loss. It was exciting. His rushing, as good as it's ever been. The IQ, the feel for when to take off was amazing. He threw several out routes up the sideline with good accuracy. 3 to be exact, I think. Mwah. Perfect standards. The offensive line, dominant. Breece Hall, back. It was great. It was the best moral loss I've ever seen. How far are we fallen since
Now
then?
Breece Hall's over here on Instagram saying free 20.
Listen, man, the Chargers need a running back.
Oh, God.
I got a 4th round pick for you. What are you prepared to do about it? What are you prepared to do about it?
Oh, God.
Him and Hampton are going to move mountains for generations.
Oh, my gosh. That would be so fucking nasty. Him as a running back.
Could
too.
happen for sure. The Chargers are looking for running backs. That I'm not even joking. That could happen.
That would be so crazy, man.
Be
But yeah,
filthy.
the Jets are the Jets. My second team in this division is the Patriots.
We didn't even say a strength. Fuck off, Jets.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just-
Offensive line is good.
Nice.
No, y'all suck too.
Never mind. Fuck you, Mambu.
Biggest strengths for the Patriots, and I think this is just pretty much, of course, shout out to a lot of the veterans who they paid up big money to. They're pretty much owning up to that,
That's a good
and
point.
they've stepped up to the point. Someone like Milton, he came
Williams.
from Milton Williams. he's earning his money.
Harold
He has
Landry
been
earning his
fantastic on
I
defense,
miss
bro.
him.
Exactly. But I think the biggest takeaway is obviously like the leap that Drake May has taken. He's truly like ascending into. I don't know what number to place on him, but he looks like an elite quarterback out
I
there.
do top 10 quarterback easily
Jeez.
right now
Yeah.
for this season at least. Easily been top 10 so far.
That type of accuracy and touch he's been having on these passes, combined with, of course, like the athleticism and all that stuff that made people fall in love with his game back when he was in UNC too. Amazing. It looks like it's all clicking. And they showed a graphic the other day. I think it was the game against the Bills or something like that.
Mhm.
And they showed a picture of like they compared him to Tom Brady, and I'm just like, holy fuck, man, that motherfucker kind of looks like him too. This is kind of spooky. What the fuck is going on here,
They
man?
got their next savior 5
Yeah.
years after losing the GOAT. They're a spoiled franchise. And listen, man, they deserve to praise him. Drake May is like that. He's truly a superstar quarterback.
Every deep pass that he threw, like everything was just so on target. He's so
Dude,
good.
he's so good. He's so good. It was genuinely breathtaking seeing like how, like earlier in the season, we're just like, yo, what's going on, man? Obviously, we're super hasty. And we want to see like the new thing rip and roar day one. And he's been better each and every single game. And he looks like all the expectations that you guys set out ahead of him to start the year. So
Yeah. They're the
Elite.
team I was down on compared to consensus the most. And
Mhm.
he's single-handedly proven me completely wrong.
mm,
He's single-handedly made them be a team that we can probably project to be a wildcard team, or at least in the race. We'll see where it nets out. But they'll probably win 10 games. And it's because he's elevated that level that the offense can completely move off of his shoulders. The run game, listen, Ramondre Stevenson is a good running back, been fumbling a lot.
yeah.
Trayvon Henderson hasn't gotten going like people wanted him to. The receiving core, we've gotten a few good Diggs games, and Kayshon Boutte has been far better than expected overall.
Mhm.
Very solid player. Overall, still at bottom 10 wide receiver core, probably bottom 5 overall. And there just doesn't matter because Drake May is incredible under pressure, incredible at keeping the ball moving with a high success rate style of play, doesn't take a lot of sacks anymore, doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, doesn't miss a ton of throws badly, really checks every box, has a good mix of consistency and big playability. Everything you want from a top 10 quarterback, he does.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours away. I've been thinking about I've been thinking about 2 hours away from locking in that bet to have the Patriots win the AFCs.
Wow.
Like they are on track to do it. And the way that Drake May is playing right now,
Mhm.
I mean I fully believe that. Obviously, like it's real and this is him. I think the Patriots can do it. I think that they might.
He's second in the NFL right now in EPA per drop back under pressure.
Come on now.
Dude, he's so good.
And week one, we got a little queasy because I was supposed to be his calling card has been great under pressure. Week one, he got heated up a little bit and played a relatively poor game when they lost to the Raiders. Since then, fuck that week one victory lap I got to take for 1 week. He's completely answered it and completely answered every question they needed.
If we're saying all this, they definitely should finish out with bare minimum 10 games, bro.
With the
Being
schedule,
one.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
probably.
should for sure.
And weakness,
Their pass defense is not the best. It's not like the worst in the league, but it's just like their bottom 10 to 11 passing defense, which is just like much to be desired. But it doesn't look like it's like absolutely killing them
Yeah.
because of all the ground that Drake May's able
and also
to
part of
make
that's
up.
Chris Gonzalez missed the first, I think, 4
True.
games. So
Very
that's
true.
hurting it too. So I
Mhm.
think overall the defense will be fine. It's really still like interior offensive line with the boundary receivers still being kind of mid and Drake
Mhm.
May winning in spite of the talent around him. But the offensive talent is still probably their biggest weakness. So
Yeah.
offense giveth and offense taketh away for the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly.
But shout out spending money. Blowing bags is the
It's
biggest
working
strength of this
out.
team. 'Cause it's
Love
been
it.
working for sure.
It's working out.
Donovan, do you have a team in this division?
No. Oh well, I had the Dolphins.
Oh, you did? Okay. I had the Buffalo Bills. After
Ooh.
last game, when they lost to the Falcons, maybe we got to rethink this a little bit. I got to think through this in real time. For us
Ooh.
reacting to Monday Night Football. This team is so up and down. They either dominate teams or have ridiculously bad losses, which I guess same thing said about the Falcons, which we'll get to. I wrote before last night. You let me know if it's changes or not. Biggest strength, rushing offense.
Mm.
The mix of O-line talent they have, just gigantic maulers, and James Cook being an incredibly patient, disciplined runner who's made a star leap this year, I think. Obviously, with Josh Allen's running ability, outside the pocket scrambling, that's their biggest strength, I think. That's undebatable, I believe.
I agree.
Now, weakness. Where do we go with this one? Because this is a team that suddenly has lots of weaknesses. I wrote down run defense / secondary talent in general. Because I think the secondary is a big part of why the run defense is so goddamn bad. And also, why their pass defense is so goddamn mid. Because you can stretch them out and attack them in space along the boundary, which we saw the Falcons do to great success last night. Michael Penix and Drake London diced up those corners up and down the field. Also, those goddamn safeties cannot tackle, and that's why they're so easy to run on the outside against them. Taylor Rapp, salute. I would like to see you getting the fucking tackling drills going.
Yeah.
Let's get you in some Oklahoma drills. Let's get that footwork going better. But now that I'm saying that, that's the biggest weakness on defense. Kind of feel like the wide receiver room is developing into a bigger weakness offensively.
Nah. Okay.
So that's up there. Obviously,
I don't know.
it is a defense,
It's-
but like
it's-
the wide receiver room is worth noting. They have really no ceiling down the field as a passing offense.
It's okay.
I don't know if it is though. As far as like we're trying to win the Super Bowl,
Well, I mean, if you have a Josh Allen, like figure it out. Like I don't really care. But like I think like I do think that like that the rushing offense, I mean the rushing defense is that's the biggest
it
issue.
is number
because
one, right?
they've shifted to especially like since they fired Ken Dorsey a couple years ago, they've shifted to a different style of offense
Yeah.
that has been more run heavy, that has been a little bit less risk. You've minimized the amount of turnovers that Josh Allen has thrown, and obviously a lot of that works if you don't have 80-yard touchdowns being ran on you. And anytime you go up against a team that has a decent running back, or not even a decent running back, but like the two of the top 5 running backs, and
Yes.
you can say that and just put it on them. But Derrick Henry lit him up, Bijan Robinson lit him up, and even outside of like the 170 that he put up, also had 70 yards through the air too, or 60. So they have to figure that out, because if that's the case, then you now get into shootouts, and then you have to open up the offense, and then you might get the version of Josh Allen that we saw a couple years ago where he was turning the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
And so I think like that is ground zero. And for a lot of football teams, we always talk about the trenches. If you can't stop the run defensively, it's a non-starter.
Yeah.
So they're in very, very serious trouble right now.
The defense just isn't good. Like
I have some
at all.
I have some interesting stats. So through the wins that they've had versus the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Saints, the teams that they've beat have a combined record of 3-21. All those teams fucking dog water.
Yep.
And going back to you just saw something Isaac on the screen.
Yeah, it wasn't the one. I'm looking for that one.
Yes, but they are genuinely like fucking on heavy fraud watch, because all the teams that they've beaten have been meh, but also they haven't necessarily like whooped like genuinely put belt to ass on teams that feels like, yo, you should have like demolished them, and that's going back to what you said.
They whooped the Jets.
They whooped the Jets. Nice. 30-10, I believe.
They did
that
whoop
was
the
the
Jets.
score. That was much deserved. But they didn't necessarily whoop the Saints, the Dolphins, and of course the Ravens game was first game of the year, whatever, cool. But I think they genuinely have real pain points. And after last night, seeing the Falcons, who are a decent team, they're good. They're a good team now. They're a good team with
They're
good
confusing
defense,
too, though.
and they're like confusing on their own right offensively, very much well too. And to see this team run up 21 on you in the first half, very, very, very concerning.
Yeah.
Very concerning.
All this is true. And you mentioned sometimes we get games like last night where Josh Allen's making bad decisions and fucking them in the end. I think that's not entirely just him. He's doing that because he has nobody that can create separation against man coverage. And that's a real problem. Like sometimes they can just figure it out, and the rushing game is so good that they'll figure it out. But against good teams, with the state of their defense, they're going to have to throw the ball at the end of games.
Mhm.
And this receiving core, like they have their strengths. We know what Shakir can do in the short area of the field. Kincaid, we know what he can do. He's kind of been a little bit more talented vertically this year. Has some good touchdowns over the course of the season. But overall, man, like shout out Josh Palmer, shout out Keegan Coleman. Those are big bodies that don't play the biggest. They don't have good separators, good contested catch receivers, really anything reliable when teams say we're going to play man coverage against you and make you beat us.
Yeah, I think like, and I wasn't even talking about last night specifically with the turnovers. I'm talking about like 2 years ago, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like where he's leading the league in interceptions, and he's throwing 3 picks on Monday night against the Jets, and he's forcing passes into windows where you're just like, yo, like what's going on? Where you really are getting the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. I think that's a situation that I don't want to get to. And there was before I think it was before the Thursday night game. Either a Thursday night game or it was before the Sunday night game against the Patriots, where he had some sit down interview with McCourty, before the game, whatever, and he's talking about how he's kind of put away that like Green Goblin mask of like, okay, let me not do that, let me be more in control and not as erratic. That's scary because as we know, the Green Goblin mask can call you at any time. It can be there. And so I just don't for the Bills, I don't want them to get to a spot where that side of Josh Allen comes back out. And so right now, like they're for 4-2 teams, there's like 2 of them that are in very similar positions over the last 2 weeks in terms of them and the Eagles. They are both in serious trouble. And both of them need to make all the moves and all the calls that they have to fix whatever is the issue for their respective teams. Because for you to lose the games that you have in these back-to-back weeks in the fashion that you have, this is not where you want to be at. And it is as bad, as much as we're talking about the Eagles as well, like it's just as bad for the Bills. And this is like the list of teams that they've beat, that also is like, you can only play who's in front of you, but you just have to be better than what they have been.
Yeah. NFC West. I have the Seahawks in this division.
Hey.
Biggest strength. So obviously, great defensive talent. We know what they can be as an elite defense. That is their biggest strength, is they're so talented defensively. Their defensive line is monstrous with Leonard Williams, Boye Mafe, everybody else in the unit. Really, really talented there. And they have a myriad of different types of skill sets that play off of each other. But I want to go to the offense and say their biggest offensive strength, just because we know what they are defensively. Clint Kubiak is so motherfucking good at drawing up deep passing concepts. Jackson Smith-Njigba is so motherfucking good at running these deep routes across the middle, all these crossing routes up the sideline too. And Sam Darnold is so motherfucking accurate at delivering these deep passes. Everything comes together. Their deep passing attack is special.
The fact that JSN, oh my goodness, JSN right now.
Is he top 5 receiver?
He's
right
a CD
now?
Lamb talks to me
That's
now.
what I'm saying. The conversation,
shit.
the conversation that we are going to have for the rest of the year,
Mhm.
it's scary because he has instantly elevated himself into those talks. And
Clear
it is-
top 10.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's
Is he clear top 5?
No, not clear, but he can be if you want to argue that for me. I think you can argue him as high as CD Lamb conversations.
in terms of seasons,
Mhm.
he's having one of the 4 best receiver seasons.
Oh yeah, for this year for sure.
Yeah,
But like
for this
overall
year.
rankings, you can argue in top 5, and I won't call you crazy.
Wow. Okay.
And I think this team is leading the league in rushing attempts and play action volume now. That was their MO. That's how they wanted to play, was be a ground and pound team and use that to kill you in play action. That's the Clint Kubiak model. Their rushing offense is bad. We'll call that their biggest weakness. Zach Charbonnet is getting more snaps, more touches than Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet is the least efficient rusher in the NFL. He's really, really bad right now, especially if he's asked to make any type of move to make somebody miss, any type of lateral agility. He's a brick wall. Good goal line back. He can go straight real good. But if he has to do anything laterally, he moves like you do. It's not great. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all that they don't run the ball well because they're so good at drawing up play action, so good at convincing defenses that they will be running. They use a lot of good motion from the fullback to really make it seem like this is clearly going to be a rushing look. Then they boot out. Sam Darnold rolls out to his left a lot, which is a difficult throw to make. Still, he's been excellent there delivering these play action passes. They're forcing teams to play stacked boxes so they can open up and force them into these one single high safety coverage looks where JSN beats them really deep on a deep crosser. And they're just so good with talent plus scheme fit. What I mentioned the Colts as the biggest surprise this season to me. This is up there too.
Yeah,
and
for
we,
sure.
we knew it was possible because we love Clint Kubiak. What he did last year at the beginning of the year with the Saints, like it was clear he could be one of those guys that makes his team be better than we anticipated. It was clear Sam Darnold had a good year last year. He could be one of those guys that continues that and makes his team better than anticipated. All these things could happen, but there are big question marks. Even JSN, he took the number 1 receiver role from that team last year by force by just being better than DK Metcalf. But, it was a slot-oriented role. We hadn't seen him be a true number 1 on the outside. We knew he could, but we haven't seen it yet. Everything that could have happened in theory to make this team good has happened. This is the best case scenario for Seahawks fans.
They're living their best life, man. Shout out to Grace Abel, too. He's a fucking goon, man. Jesus Christ.
Yep. It's kind of like the inverse of the Dolphins. Every swing factor that could have went the Dolphins' way went the bad way.
Huh.
Every question mark for the Seahawks went the goddamn good way.
I didn't think about that.
They
That's
are
so interesting.
first team all optimism right now.
Yeah. Good for them.
And shout out Sam Darnold, also playing like a top 10 quarterback this year.
Yeah. everything's going well over there for them.
Yeah. And I don't know how, like, if I'm going to rank him top 10 or anything, but for this year, he's certainly been on that level. He's probably, like, year over year ranking now, second year in a row doing this. He's probably a top 15 quarterback.
Damn.
He could have it.
Like, I think 15 would rank like Brock Purdy or something like that. Like,
He could have that. Yeah, you're right.
he's in that range.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out Sam Darnold, man. Shout out Redemption.
Everything hidden for them.
All right, who else?
Okay.
All right, I have the Rams. Biggest strength, you have Stafford and those receivers. And so it's like when you have that and you have Sean McVay, your offense is going to be great. You're going to get mad explosive plays. You have a unique weapon in Puka Nacua. We've talked about him. He's having, and he got banged up a little bit, but he's having the best receiver season right now. He's hooping. They're hooping. Their biggest weakness, obviously, you can point to the offensive line. You can point to the secondary. I'm going to point to their red zone efficiency.
Yes.
I think it's very weird to have a team like that has Matt Stafford, that has Devontae Adams, that has Puka Nacua, and they're just mid in the red zone, and they don't convert and they don't score touchdowns. And part of the reason why this last game, where some people are like, oh, like, Ravens, they're kind of in that game, it's because the Rams aren't there. It's the same thing why the Eagles were in a position to come back, was because the Rams kicked field goals early on. It's a reason why they weren't. I mean, the 49ers also played very well, but like they weren't able to capitalize on all of their opportunities. And if you are kicking field goals instead of touchdowns, it's very simple, but like you're just not going to win high leverage games like that. And they just have to be better there. Like right now, they really are, in terms of touchdowns scored, they're middle of the pack. And you want that number to be a little bit higher. Can we get to top 10? Can we get to top 8? Because if you actually start scoring touchdowns, then we're actually talking about something. Then we're actually cooking. But they're not doing anything right now. They are, and actually I lied. I said that they were middle of the pack. They're 24th right now in red zone efficiency in terms of touchdown score. They're scoring a touchdown on 50% of their red zone attempts. That's not good enough. For reference, the Titans are 25th at 45.5.
Jeez.
Damn, you're in Titans talks for red zone? Fuck.
Dude, that's inexplainable.
Yeah.
Like hell nah, man.
So yeah,
And they'll probably figure it out, but it's been glaring so far.
it's a clear issue. So that's the thing that I'm going to point out for them.
Okay.
What do I have left in this division? We have the Cardinals and the 49ers.
I got two of those teams. For the 49ers, man, this is such a depressing conversation for them, because it's like, as every single ounce of just like hope and cope that goes through their way, like they find a way to win, but then things just fizzle out, and it's just body after body after body that just gets dropped. Fred Warner's out, and I don't know when he's going to come back.
Never.
I think he's going to be out for the entirety of the year. Yeah.
Yep.
And he just feels like one of those players who just like, you can't afford to lose someone like him. He feels genuinely irreplaceable with his level of communication. Of course, he's playing on the field too. So
Yeah, one of the best linebackers of all time is very irreplaceable.
yeah, exactly. And so genuinely horrible. So I think their biggest weakness, health, underlying health. After that, their offensive line and their offensive run game is piss fucking poor. Like, you would think that someone like, whoa, yeah, CMC, like he's one of the better running backs of all time and all this other stuff. Brother, he is thriving this year as a receiver. He is on pace this year to receive like, I think 1,300 passing yards. That's insane. That's like a testament to how great he is, but also a testament to how fucking ass this run block game is, bro.
And biggest strength of 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, you are a god for finding a way to win games despite this. You got the best offensive coach in the NFL who finds a way to win. It just won't matter because all your core defensive talent is getting injured.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Saleh too. I saw an interesting stat on, I think it was a prompt up in one of their last two games, where they don't allow any points in the first quarter. Shout out to Robert Saleh. He's also like one of the best free agency signings or whatever in the entire league, for being honest.
49ers' biggest strength, coaching. Biggest weakness, players.
To no fault of their own, though.
They're just cursed. I think Kyle Shanahan or something forgot to take Madden's Maroney up the mountain, and they're cursed for eternity.
Yeah, exactly. So, and my last team is the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, what is their biggest strength?
Biggest strength, shout out to Budda Baker. Goon. He is that fucking guy. But biggest weakness, they lost
Strength is Budda Baker?
Yeah, strength Budda Baker.
Secondary overall, though, is pretty strong. With Will Johnson, Garrett Williams, Budda Baker. It's a very good pass coverage unit.
I agree. Biggest weakness. They lost their run coordinator. We mentioned him earlier. There's a reason why the Dallas, I almost said Mavericks. The Dallas Cowboys are fucking thriving. Clayton Adams, you said he was going to probably be a future head coach. He has that in his future for a fucking reason, because look at what's happening with the Arizona Cardinals without him. They are fucking piss poor for a whole lot of reasons, and he is like one of the bigger reasons why that's.
Yes, probably
why
the biggest
that's
coaching loss of the season this year, considering they were so run heavy last year, relying on James Conner in early downs to be a very consistent runner. Losing him while maintaining most of your starters in the offensive line, I feel like he's the clear difference there between what was a very good rushing attack and what has been pretty terrible.
Yeah.
These guys really lost their identity compared to last year. Like what we were expecting to happen, it feels like what we were expecting to happen with the Detroit Lions and Ben Johnson leaving is what actually happened to the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's actually a very good comparison. The way people were talking about it, they are a team without an identity right now. Because what's their biggest strength on offense? I have no clue. James Conner isn't there. Trey Benson isn't there. They're running the ball with DeMar Carter and Michael Carter. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Without their guy who made the run scheme what it was, made it very good in Clayton Adams. They don't have an amazing offensive line. They don't have an amazing wide receiver core. They do have an amazing tight end. We'll give them that. And they damn sure don't have an amazing quarterback. It's an offensive line without a strength. Not a debilitating weakness, but they're just so unbelievably regular on all levels offensively.
They suck.
They're just not fun.
Yeah, they suck. But like they are annoyingly mid.
It is very annoying because I had hopes that they'd be good this year. And I had a lot of hopes in the defense coming around with the additions of the rookies, which I think is still on track to do that. Walter Nolan missed start of the year, had been injured, so TBD on that pick. Will Johnson, I think, is fantastic. Was supposed to be fantastic when he was on the field. The issue is injuries. Defense, I'm not super concerned or disappointed, but offensively, man, like the Kyler thing is just going to be in the air forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time to move on.
A lot of Cardinals fans are like, yo, if this guy has another good game, we're going to have some real Kyler conversations.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here next year. I'm like, damn, bro. It's been that like stale and just over with.
That's the future quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn.
He changed their life.
I don't know if he would.
Whoa.
He would.
I don't know if he
Aaron
would.
Rodgers been good, man.
He can't move.
He's the heir apparent. I honestly don't know who the right fit for Kyler Murray is. I have no clue.
I don't know. We got to think about it much harder than 20 seconds.
But
Yeah.
That's a conversation that needs thought.
Yeah, we can get there.
Okay, NFC South, last division on here. Let's start with the best team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their biggest weakness, injuries. Once again, all their good players are getting hurt. Lost Mike Evans. Probably going to lose Egbuka. It looks like he's going to miss some time. Bucky Irving's already hurt. They've had insane offensive line injuries. Tristan Wirfs missed the start of the season. Banged up on all levels. Defensively, they lost their second best defensive tackle, best pass rushing defensive tackle for the season. Up and down the roster, everybody's getting hurt. That's their biggest weakness. Because we know they're a very well-rounded roster in pretty much all ways. They don't have a big hole when they're healthy, that is. Their biggest strength, they get that shit out the mud no matter what. Their ability to withstand injuries, next level. Their depth and next man up mentality is perfect.
Yeah.
They continue to find guys that can play and have a quarterback that's making do with no matter who is out there with him. Baker Mayfield is in MVP conversations.
That's
strictly off his ability to get it out the mud and succeed with anybody next to him.
That's so crazy. He's so
he's
insane.
He's a hooper.
There's this one play where I saw him get like nailed by some pass rusher, and he just gets up, just start yelling. I'm like, bruh.
He's crazy.
Oh, yeah. On the touchdown pass,
Yeah.
straight gets CTE, right? gets hit in the head. And he does this all the time.
Yeah.
Where the moment he gets a big hit, he's activated. You know, he's like a glow stick where you have to like break
Crank
it
it a little
and
bit.
it lights up. It's like,
I'm here.
It's
What the hell?
crazy.
Yeah, and like Baker's amazing at finding a way to push the
That's
ball
funny.
downfield, whoever's out there, which is really a testament to the roster that Tez Johnson is like their wide receiver 5, who's like a talented vertical receiver.
Making fingertip catches for touchdowns.
Yeah,
Like,
Jeez, bro.
They have so much depth. Like a lot of teams have injuries and can't withstand it, i.e. the Chargers aren't a deep team. They're a talented team on the first level, but their backups are terrible. This is a team with top-down roster depth because they have good draft class after good draft class led by Jason Light, who's a great GM. That's the difference in a team like them, like the Chargers, who are 2 years into this new era with their new GM and haven't had that ability to have 5 straight drafts with a good GM that knows what he's doing and building that systemic level of talent from the top down. This team has a vision, a program. They will not get, no one injury will sink them. I don't even think a Baker injury would fully sink them. They have that much depth up and down.
Man.
obviously they'd be hard to win games. But
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like there's this type of roster that if they were healthy around Baker, could win a game or two with a backup quarterback because they have that much depth.
Dude,
Maybe.
Now Baker plus these injuries, no, I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
I
But I'm
understand.
saying if everything else was healthy, the weapons were healthy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like they have no one piece is bigger than the whole for this team.
Dude, if Baker was to win MVP, that'd be one of the best storylines I've seen for sure, man. Just considering the
be
journey
lit.
that he went on.
Yeah, I mean, if season today, he'd be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Now, what? There's a lot of weeks left. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, he'd win, right? I actually know Mahomes would probably.
Yeah, it'd be tough, but no, Loki, he might win.
Actually, no. Right
His
now,
win's not
right
bad,
now,
yeah.
Baker would.
Yeah, he'd
would
probably win if the voting happened today.
Mm.
And one of that is just they're winning despite the talent around him crumbling, continuing to find ways to get it done. But also, he's gotten a lot better. Like his level of poise in the pocket has always been an issue. Him being able to withstand pressure, not bail out of pockets too fast, and like just play too frenetic, putting the ball in harm's way has always been an issue of his career. Even in recent years when he's become a good quarterback, that's kind of been fixed this year. I feel like he's one as a scrambler, the best he's ever been. He's running out the middle of the pocket. I've heard a lot of people point out the difference that he used to scramble rolling out the right side, and now this year he's been coached to roll up the middle and attack the zones, kind of like Patrick Mahomes does. That's made a huge difference. He's had so many big runs on big third downs, making it happen with his legs. And yeah, the lack of bailing out to rush has made him stand in the pocket, move up the pocket, and find new passing lanes better. Overall, just way less the frenetic stuff that kind of like bogged him down in overall efficiency before.
Yeah. Shout out to them, man. He's on a different level than
He's a
what
good-
we've ever seen him at.
Yeah, once again, another top 10 quarterback. There's a lot of guys playing great quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Damn, who's the top 10? Because we just said 3 new guys that have been playing
We
at
need to
top
make
10
a
level.
list soon.
Who got kicked out of like the consensus top 10 from before the season? Like Hurts, obviously. And then who else was thought about in the
Was
back end?
Gino
of that?
top 10? Or was he like
No, we
Nah,
just
he was out.
no. Most people didn't put him there.
Stroud out.
Yeah, Stroud's out, Hurts is out. Who else am I thinking? Who else was talked about in that area? I guess Dak was still talked about around there, so he still stayed there.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe some of these guys
Is
have 11 or
Goff
12.
out? Or is
Yeah,
he
maybe
still
those some of
on?
these, the guys are playing better than Goff. So yeah, those 3 guys kind of got pushed back.
Mm.
Not to say Goff's playing bad. but
Yeah.
Baker, Darnold, and Drake may have been insane.
Yeah.
That is very true. It's a different level to this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe next week we should do a little like TikTok time ranking quarterbacks.
should. That'd be
I
fun
might
as
do
hell.
I might do a quarterback ranking. Have y'all react because this is an interesting part of the season to do it.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next team in the NFC South?
Do you have any NFC South teams? You're out?
Nope. I'm
You're tapped out?
emptied. Yep.
All right, Donovan, load the clip.
All right. It's my last team. Saints.
That's your last team.
yeah.
Where's the Panthers?
Not me.
The Panthers.
I don't have.
Do I have the Panthers? Oh, I have the. Yeah, I lied. I have Panther stats right here.
Okay.
Or notes. That's so.
And who
funny.
has the night of the Falcons? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Falcons.
Okay, cool.
That's so funny.
Hilarious. The Saints' biggest strength, even though that I could call this a weakness, because you spent the second round pick on a quarterback, yet you had him in your hands the whole time. And so their biggest strength is that they actually have somebody that has been pretty good. Like Spencer Rattler has played pretty well.
Yeah.
And for a team that's obviously in a little bit of limbo, we always talk about if you're gonna suck, either make it exciting or look cool doing it. And the Saints have been in positions where some of their games have been kind of fun. Now they have gotten the doors beat off of them on some of these games, but it's okay.
It's a good rebuilding season. There's
Yeah.
some exciting elements.
Yeah, so I would put Spencer Rattler as one of the strengths for them. The biggest weakness is that, and this is the reason, honestly, why some of their games have probably swung. They suck on late downs. On third and fourth down, if they can't operate, they can't execute. If you look at their success rate, guess where it is in the league?
Overall,
Overall on third and fourth down.
oh, third and fourth down,
Yeah.
30th.
Yeah, they're last.
Damn.
Worse than
E-
the Titans.
I didn't get
They
that.
are last. EPA per drop back,
Yeah.
last. Explosive plays, last. They don't do anything. And when you look at when you
Then how is Rattler so good?
the first 2 downs,
Okay.
and this is their biggest weakness as a
Yeah.
team. They're not good finishers. They can't finish.
Yeah.
And that is their problem. If they can learn how to finish, we can get somewhere. We can go. But they're not doing that right now.
They're never reaching climax as an offense.
They're not.
Every single formation is
They're
getting
not.
edged every single
God
time.
damn.
They're not.
Every single drive.
And so yeah, that's what it
Okay.
is for the Saints.
And it's the Saints. Atlanta Falcons. Again, complicated ass team to discuss after Monday Night Football, in which they beat the Bills by completely relying on their skill position stars to be stars. They put them in good positions to succeed and attack matchups. And defensively, they gave Josh Allen fits with a good front seven performance once again, which we've seen twice this season. First, they dominated the Vikings with their front seven being monstrous against some backup tackles of the Vikings that they picked on. And then this game. But we've also had several games in which they were horrible, like the game against the Panthers, which they got blown out 30-0.
Yeah.
So this team is so up and down. This is probably the team in the NFL that I have the worst idea of how good they really are. I have no clue. But overall, I think the strength of this team is still their skill position talent. The fact that you have probably the best running back in the NFL right now, with Saquon not being efficient eye test wise or statistically, CMC not having a chance to rush. Maybe he's low wash on the floor. I mean, on the ball.
No, I think it's their
He's a great receiver still, but I
Yeah.
think obviously he doesn't run blocking, but maybe
I
maybe
think
part of
it's
it's
that
him.
bad. I think their run blocking is that bad.
It's both probably. But either way, Bijan's probably currently the best running back in the NFL. Drake London, top 10 receiver at worst, I think. I think he's a top 10 guy. Kyle Pitts, fast. These guys are talented and can be put into space and attack. They're doing a good job at putting Drake London in the slot again, unlike the start of the season. After they fired their wide receiver coach, they're putting him in there, allowing him to be big and attack mismatches. They scored a touchdown last night because he was able to get in the slot and box out a receiver and use his size, reach over the line for a touchdown.
Almost scored 2 touchdowns.
Almost had 2 touchdowns with him taking a slant or a cross or whatever it was
Yeah.
up the right sideline and almost taking it like 50 yards.
Mhm.
Great. Bijan ran all over that terrible Bills offense. Being able to put these guys in position to succeed and let you win the games will give them a high floor. Biggest weakness, I think, low-key, the consistency of Michael Penix.
Mm.
Whether or not he will play at a game-by-game basis well enough to allow those guys to succeed. Because last night they had a clear idea of stretching the Bills' defense side to sideline, putting the ball out there on the perimeter, and allowing these guys to beat you one-on-one. Not every week has he played well enough to allow it to happen.
Here's a few stats for you, just like help you think about the Falcons' offense.
Okay.
So far this year, they're 14th in yards per play. Okay. 18th yards per carry. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
10th third downs and 25th in the red zone.
Damn. Middling. And we've had a few games that have been huge, a few games that have been bad. So middling makes sense as their season averages. And I just think we've seen games in which Michael Penix is really inaccurate on the sidelines, which needs to be where he's accurate because he's a power thrower and has very little touch. You can make the most of that, throwing bullets to the sidelines and outbreaking routes where you got to squeeze into tight windows. That has to be his bread and butter because he has really no vision to throw over the middle of the field consistently in any like, deep way. So whenever he's off on the sidelines, you just see it kind of cascade where he doesn't really have much going for him. It can quickly have bad games. I think he's always going to be a high variance quarterback. Overall, I think he's kind of mid. But the biggest weakness is how do we get the good version of him every single week like we did this time?
You won't.
Nah,
Like
it's too soon to say
you won't. You're not, and like, and you also said like that the Falcons are complicated. They're not complicated. They're mid. Like that's what they are. They went 8-9 last year. Guess what? They're gonna go 9-8 this year.
Yeah, but
they're probably go 10-7.
But they're not a mid that like you're always mid. They have a mid that you're either really amazing or really terrible.
and guess what? Like their losses are gonna look bad. Their losses are gonna look 30-0, right? And guess what? In the win-loss column, they all matter for just one win and one loss. So we're gonna get to the end of the season, and they're gonna be 9-8. They're gonna be 10-7 at best, and that is what they are. And like it's gonna be better than last year. If they end up 8-9, obviously mid, but like sub mid, I will be a little bit disappointed because I do feel like you should win that extra game for where you are right now, but just based on how bad Kirk Cousins was last year. But the defense, shout out to you. That's awesome. But this is when the head of your offense is an inconsistent quarterback. This is probably what's going to happen. And when you factor in the fact you are the Atlanta Falcons, you are going to be mid. And this is probably your lot in life.
I don't think he's very good.
But hey, this
Not gonna
type of
lie.
mid though it's way better than what they were over the last few years, man.
Yeah,
Being mid,
kind of.
fun
while,
mid.
like-
It's a little bit more fun mid.
It's better because Raheem Morris came in and like their defensive front is like
Exactly.
very high powered. They do a great job blitzing, utilizing the talent there. Like they're interesting defensively, talented in the secondary, so it's better. But offensively, it's the same kind of mid. I think. I really don't think
Yeah.
Michael Penix is very good. Like obviously he's young, so it's always like give him time. We'll see. He's not accurate at all, really. He doesn't throw with great anticipation. He's a powerful arm, but doesn't have touch and like versatility with his delivery to make that work. Doesn't have good processing over the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Was supposed to have a great deep ball. Hasn't really translated. Kind of feels like he was Rome Odunze made in college. He's not mobile. He's not a good improviser. Doesn't have amazing pocket presence. Like, I just kind of feel like he's regular, and it is what it is.
Yeah, so far this year he's just had a
That's
bunch of regular
mid.
games.
Yeah, he's just mid. He's just
That's
the
mid.
22nd best starter in the league, maybe. I don't know.
Ah, man.
And for the Falcons, and for Falcons fans and where they have been, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
It's not like you got to go draft a quarterback. You can't play with him. You can play with him, but
Yeah.
it's always going to be like a weird thing to parse when like he's not going to like change your life, but he's not going to ruin your life either.
Exactly. Now that the defense is not embarrassing, it's going to be okay. And you can have like 7 to 8 Sundays a year where you actually enjoy your life for 3 hours and beyond. Like that's what you're gonna get.
Okay.
That's
Last
funny.
team, Carolina Panthers.
That's me. Biggest strength. Oh man.
What
One
is
of the
their
most
biggest strength?
interesting.
The final 53 minutes of the game.
That's
Locking
one of
in
them.
after they sell in the first quarter.
I think overall, like over the last 2 weeks, they've made this insane jump as a rushing team on offense.
Yes.
Biggest strength, of course, like I love the leaps that they're back. Rico
Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle. I love the leaps that he made, but the run blocking, it's fantastic. The
Big Robert
gaps in
Hunt.
the lanes that they've been able to create, and also like props to him too for finding these lanes and using his vision. He's just exploded onto the scene as a running back, and he's like clearly snatched a chain as RB1. That's clearly their biggest strength and what like kind of helps them keep them afloat. I guess another thing too that you could talk about is Derek Brown. He is genuinely one of the best defensive tackles in the entire league. His impact, the level of impact that he has on their defense changes the game genuinely, and they miss his presence so dearly. Biggest weakness, I mean,
Still run
It's-
defense.
it's the run defense is and then Bryce Young is, I don't know if I consider him a weakness, but once there's pressure, it's up in the air.
Yeah, the biggest weakness is he has a government mandated interception he must throw in the first quarter of every game.
Mhm.
And the biggest strength is he locks the fucking after that every single game.
Yes.
He plays like Tom Brady. It's crazy how every single first quarter he's Jameis Winston. Every single second through fourth quarter he's Drew Brees.
Yeah.
He is consistently inconsistent in
Yeah.
a very recognizable pattern. It's kind of perplexing.
And the most frustrating pattern as well.
Yeah.
It's like, can you just not do that, please?
It's hilarious. But yeah, the defensive talent still isn't great. They still can get toted on. The secondary still has its strengths, but isn't great. Like defensively, they're just mid. But yeah, the rushing offense is a legit strength. They're fourth in rushing EPA. They have a good line there. They've invested over recent years. The hopes was it would be a strength of this team to help Bryce Young. And I think it has been. He hasn't been under quite as much duress this year,
Yeah.
but it's really paid dividends as a rushing unit. They have a legit front there that, honestly, whoever's back there is going to tote. Like Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle aren't the most talented duo in the league.
Yeah.
They're both good, but they're not like amazing. Whoever's back there in a Dave Canales scheme, they're going to do well.
Yeah, that run blocking, bro, is beautiful. I love what they're doing. The way they're able to just create all these gaps and all like work in unison. They have like they share one brain.
Yep.
Fucking beautiful.
Yep. And that is the end of every single NFL team's biggest strength and weakness. We got through every single division. It's time for some TikTok time.
Crown Eater, show your biggest strength. How about you?
And let's go to TikTok time. Welcome to TikTok time. Today, well, what is that dance? What are you just bench pressing?
No, it's my
Hammer
dance.
fisting?
It's my dance.
Okay.
Not hammer fist. You went fisting. What's good?
Okay. Welcome to TikTok time. Today, we're going to begin with our weekly special. We are going to pick the biggest winners and losers of week 6 of the NFL season, as we always do. Donovan, who was your first winner of this week?
The biggest winner of them all, Cam Ward. You no longer have to be attached. We always talk about quarterback coach combinations. You no longer have to be combined with Brian Callahan in the same sentence. He is now fired. He's out of there. You, sir, you run the Titans now.
You've been freed from the White Devil. He's no longer there.
White devil.
Cam Ward is the biggest. He is the biggest winner. Your career will no longer be ruined by this man.
Yeah, I wrote the Titans as a whole. Just-
Yeah.
You have, I don't know if you're going to necessarily have a good season. You know, Mike McCoy is the interim coach, hasn't been a head coach since he was a Chargers coach and got fired in 2016. I don't know if he's a guy or anything, if he's a good interim, but at least you have the hope and faith to look forward to next year. Look forward to the summer where you can get the guy. You'll ride out the rest of the season with hopefully better vibes, just because, I don't know, it's like substitute teacher vibes the rest of the year.
Yeah.
It's always fun at school when you have a substitute teacher. Everything feels unserious. Everything feels loose.
Hell yeah.
You ever had a substitute teacher for 3 months?
Yes, I have.
You have?
And it was a time. I didn't try it all in class. It was great.
Dude, 3 months is insane, but
Yeah,
wow.
paternity leave or something like that. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, Titans are clearly winners. They got rid of the coach who's the worst in the NFL. We've been saying for 3 weeks now. It's any day now. A little bit too early, but it finally happened.
My first winner, Joe Flacco. Bro, can you imagine being old and washed and still being wanted? This is like everyone's dream right now, bro. What do you mean a team in the same division, correct, traded for you? That's rare. You don't see that too often, and that's a beautiful thing for Joe Flacco, man.
Yep. 2 weeks in a row, you're the winner by simply somebody wanting you.
Yeah, exactly.
Next winner I have for this week, CTE awareness. And that is because Cam Scatterbo continues to be on our TV.
Dude, he's
And
on my list too.
And every single time he plays, everyone says, this man is awesome. He runs through a wall. He won't do that for very long, though. He's going to have a short career. And everybody knows the long-term ramifications of CTE. And they said, he's up next.
It's worth it, bro. Fuck it, man. Who gives a fuck? He's going to have like genuinely the best 17 months of an NFL career you could ever think of from a random niche running back. I love it.
Yeah, it's great for us
Yeah.
because we'll be able to say in 10 years, remember Cam Scatterbo? He was wild. That was
Yeah.
a crazy year. Not great for Cam Scatterbo.
He will not be able to remember what happened 10 years ago.
It's okay. I'll be there to help remind him.
And he'll just be
Watching these highlights.
Jackson, all right, Cam, come on, you're splitting.
My next winner, Bo Nix. Because it doesn't matter how bad you play. If you are across the field from Justin Fields, you can do whatever. Because there's going to be a worse performance than what you're doing right now. Bo Nix, nobody cares at all the fact that the Broncos only put up 13 points. Nobody cares that his offensive game is also extremely limited and handcuffed by his abilities and by his coach, and that even this team that we thought was going to win the Super Bowl isn't looking Super Bowl-ish. Nobody cares about all that. Because Justin Fields, you're about to get benched for Tyrod Taylor again because you can't throw the ball because you hold on to the ball all day long and don't look like a starting NFL quarterback.
Okay, so your biggest winner of this week is 2 quarterbacks who are bad and one's a little bit less bad.
Yes.
Nice.
Makes sense.
I love it.
Because you get to hide.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Speaking about a winner, I got the biggest winner of them all for the entire course of the season, Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
People are putting you in MVP talks just last year. Folks over here telling me that you were so overrated. You are not upper echelon quarterback status. People said your stacks inflated, fake, fugazi, phony. They didn't matter.
Stacks inflated.
Whether they matter to me, you got it.
Yeah, I wrote Baker Mayfield long-term reputation because for the next 5 years, no matter what happens, no matter how the season ends, no matter how next season goes, the year after that, we'll be able to say Baker Mayfield was an MVP talks, you know?
That is very true.
He's going to have that forever.
Yeah.
The first month of the season defines a lot of guys' reputation. Some fans stop watching. Baker Mayfield will maintain he was in MVP talks.
That is
Is
true.
there a spider there or something?
Yeah, there was.
I just saw you
was
looking. I saw you looking cross-eyed. I was like,
Yeah. There was. It was right here, but now it's dated off. I don't know. So if I start slapping the shit on myself, don't worry about it.
But yeah, Baker's gonna have that 5-year run where like it's like Russell Wilson every year where we're like he was in MVP talks. Remember?
Yeah.
That was for a month.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield's had a month of MVP talks.
He got it.
It's gonna last.
You fucking got it, man.
Other winners. Lifelong Seahawks fans like myself.
What the
What?
fuck?
What?
Get the fuck out of
Because
here.
Jason is out here hooping
He said I got to root for some.
Lifelong.
ever since yesterday. Because, because the way that I have completely shifted my thoughts about the Seahawks, I thought that they were going to be last in the NFC West. I think they're going to win the division now. I thought that Sam Darnold was going to turn back into the Sam Darnold of old. Nope, he's just a top 10 quarterback. I was like, yeah, Jason, you know, he's good. He's a good receiver. I don't know if he's going to be like the best receiver in the league. Psych, he's having one of the best receivers. Just having one of the best seasons by a receiver this year. The Seahawks are legit. Everybody is clicking on offense. They say, we can't run the ball. Guess what? Still going to fall for our play action. We're still going to throw it 50 yards down the field, and we're just going to win games.
Yeah, JSN is breaking the top 5 wide receiver talks. This is an elite of the elite wide receiver. You can compare him to CeeDee Lamb, compare him to Nico Collins, compare him to AJ Brown. He's probably better than 2 of those 3 names I just said. You can decide which 2. He is as good as anybody. He might be an Amon-Ra St. Brown talks by the end of the season.
Ooh, man.
I'm
that's
leaping
crazy.
that high. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the back end of that tier,
don't
but I
know.
think he'll be in that tier.
I don't know. It's looking like you're so far.
Yeah, he has a vertical speed to win up the field. Obviously, he's an amazing slot receiver, great route running, amazing anticipation and like physicality with his route running to create separation. He checks every box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amazing.
Next winner, I have the Devil. Chiefs are back.
Nice.
They're just back, and they're getting Rashee Rice next week, and they're going to continue to be back.
Yeah.
This team is probably going to make the Super Bowl again. They're looking like the best team in the AFC. Never count the Devil out.
They finna go on a run right now, bro. I see it coming.
The serpent's
I smell
back.
Yep. He is inevitable.
it. Another winner. Aaron Rodgers, successful hate watch against your former team in the Jets. They have nothing good going on. They finna probably fire their head coach. They have started off to a blistering 5-0-6 record. Oh my God, everything is terrible right now. Meanwhile, you're chilling at the top of your conference. You still got some on your tank left, reviving your team, saving these fans' lives with your quarterback play. Amazing life for you.
Aaron Rodgers is hooping. The Jets are failing, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't been talking very much.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically the best case scenario for Aaron Rodgers' PR this year.
I couldn't imagine a better scenario.
Next winner, DeAndre Swift.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Played good.
Yeah. He wasn't
Pretty
running
good.
into chest. You're right.
Doesn't happen too often.
Solid guy.
Played real good. Won them the game, essentially. 55-yard touchdown to break open the game. Was great on the ground all game outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic DeAndre Swift game. He was not the reason for the Bears rushing attack suffering today.
Mm.
They haven't been able to say that all year. I hope he maintains it. But today he was a reason for a victory for the first time this year.
Shout out to that. Shout out to
Very
them.
true.
And on the same topic of the Bears, winner, revenge games.
Okay.
The Bears made up for their Hail Mary loss last year. Rico Dowdle said, Dallas Cowboys, you guys let me go. You should have paid me my $2 million. And I'm just going to have 200 yards against you guys.
Mm.
Both of them succeeded in their revenge games against their former, not just revenge games
Yeah.
in general.
That's all my winners. Do you have any more winners?
I think I'm good.
Biggest loser of the week 6. Mo, who do you got? Number 1.
Biggest loser, number 1. I don't know how to say this name. It's Donovan Smoot. Watching your team crumble. Your narratives go ahead and preserve. Watching Isaac run up jokes on you. Watching you and your Sunday plans just continuously be piss poor every single morning or midday. It doesn't matter.
We're 4 and
You
2.
are in shambles.
Who did you see in your nightmare the other night? Was it Cam Scatterbo or Jackson Dart?
We've won more than we've lost.
You lost 2 games back to back, and all the
And one of them was on
hating
a Thursday, so my
arguments-
Sunday plans are fine.
You know that is true. You did get that Sunday.
That's
plan
what I'm
off.
saying. My Sunday was fabulous.
He said, we want more. That doesn't help. I know it. He's had 2 straight weeks of misery. Those 4 weeks don't do anything for you. The last 2 have sucked.
Yeah,
I know. Dude, you don't care at all about those first 4. Cope.
No, I do, because if we were 0-6, I'd be living. I need those 4 wins.
But hey, man, things have been very, very quiet for you. What's his name? What the fuck? Why am I blanking right now? What's your wide receiver one's name again?
AJ Brown?
AJ Brown. I don't know why I was going to say Antonio Brown or Anthony Brown. But yeah, nothing is looking good for you at all on all fronts here.
On a similar topic to the Eagles, I wrote the concept of good teams.
Mm.
Who are the contenders right now? Bills, terrible week 1. I mean, terrible Bills, terrible week 6. Eagles, terrible week 6. Terrible week 5 for the Bills. All these should be contenders that were top of the league. Ravens, disaster class. Packers, middling offense. Everybody that we thought would be amazing has been mid in some way or form.
You said it earlier.
Red zone issues, like you said. What's going on, man?
Chargers, everybody's dead.
You said it earlier. One man stands, looming, ready to take advantage. It's Patrick Mahomes. This is the Chiefs.
And even he's 500 right now. Like, there's no
Yeah.
elite teams right now on paper.
That's fair.
Yeah. Tough scene.
So I said the league is wide open. As
Okay.
wide open as it's ever been
My first loser.
outside of the devil.
That's true. First loser. Not a person, not a team, but a concept.
Mm.
The concept of honesty.
Mm.
Tua, shut up. Please stop talking. You are too honest. You are way too honest. Lie to these people. Don't tell them everything that you know.
Lie
Because
to
every time Tua steps up to the mic, he is very honest. He is very forthcoming. And it just seems like it's making the vibe so much worse, on top of the fact that you keep losing because you keep throwing interceptions too. Yep. It's not like it's a not his fault situation. It's not like Tua is out here throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and they're still losing. He's throwing picks every single week. You have to stop talking. Please stop.
Tua. On the concept of honesty, I also wrote Sean Payton's credibility at the podium. He spent all summer telling us Bo Nix is the best quarterback in the league. He has all the faith in the world in him. Won't trust him to do a single thing other than throw a screen pass. Clearly, he thinks Bo Nix is trash. Clearly, he thinks Bo Nix can't be trusted on a 3rd and long. He's putting the utmost training wheels on him, the most baby gloves on him possible. He's putting a pacifier in his mouth and saying, throw it to J.K. Dobbins for 2 yards. Everything he said about Bo Nix is a lie.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
Another loser.
Just lie to people.
He's doing it.
He was supposed to tell the truth.
Tell
Or
the
what
truth.
His
That's what I'm
truth
saying.
was, at least.
Tua needs to stop telling the truth. Sean Payton needs to start telling the truth.
Another loser. The 49ers training staff.
Mm.
We have witnessed the first case, or at least my first case, of ChatGPT doctors entering the building in the NFL. The amount of injury luck that's just been swinging the complete opposite way makes me think this is just not luck, bro. This has to be the actual doctors.
Here's the thing. It's been this way for a decade. They've had terrible trainings. They've had terrible injury luck since before ChatGPT was even thought about. They're generationally injury cursed.
I don't believe it, man. Not to this degree.
It's gotta
man.
be
they
the
just
AI.
they just throw muscle guns at these guys and say, "Figure it out." Have at it. What do you mean, figure it out, bro?
They have shake weights. They're trained.
Shake weights.
Another big loser. The concept of small quarterbacks.
Ooh, yeah.
Tired of it. Tua,
Tired.
overwhelmed. Bryce, overwhelmed at times. Dylan Gabriel, not up to a hot stretch. If you're not 6'4" or taller, you can't play for me.
Yep. That's
Kyler,
Damn.
what's
Yeah.
funny is that it's not even the fact that Kyler's small. He's just not making good decisions. Like he's just
I
not.
guess
Like,
they were lying. I'm just kidding.
it's in here for Kyler.
That's
But I do get that. Another concept, big day for concepts, right?
Mhm.
However, another losing concept, as I say that,
Ooh.
the concept of sympathy. Myles Garrett, I don't give a damn if you're sad. You took that money. You knew exactly what you were signing up for. I don't want to hear like, yeah, it must be nice to be able to, get after the passer. You can't look sad. You chose to cry in the Maybach instead of the Camry. I can't feel sorry for you anymore. That is why they gave you $40 million. You should have stood on business. You should have asked to be traded, and you should have demanded not to play for the Cleveland Browns. But here you are.
Yeah. Another loser. Man, shout out to the Carolina Panthers because they won, but losers are fans. Specifically, that fan-made podcast that went ahead and decided to announce they're quitting their job, or not their job, but whatever it is that they did, their podcast. Their hobby. And now their team is 2-0 since then.
You know what's going to happen. They're going to come back and say, listen, we had to do it to motivate the team.
And then what if they start losing again? Then what? You are the problem.
Oh, yeah,
you must be vanished from the entire internet.
You get one reversal. After that, it's over.
Mm. I wrote Chuba Hubbard.
Mm.
Shane, snatched.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle, here to stay.
Damn.
At best, this will be a timeshare from now on.
Yeah, dude, that's so awkward now. Timeshare is hilarious.
It was really,
Yeah.
really Chuba Hubbard fantasy managers. The worst thing you could possibly hear in football is my starting fantasy running back is now in a timeshare.
Is in a committee.
Is in a goddamn committee. That's a death sentence to fantasy teams.
Hate it. My next loser, just the eternal loser. Not even the biggest loser. Eternal Jets fans.
Yeah, I wrote Jets, period.
Yeah.
Simply put. No more words really need to be said. It's Jets.
You lose everywhere. You're literally losing across the world.
That's tough. International ass.
Yeah, what do you mean? You go ahead and you lose in front of the London Bays, bro. You come back home in New York, you lose again too. Fuck, man.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast. In different time zones.
Damn.
Just
I got
get-
L's in different area codes.
That's honestly impressive.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But yeah.
And that's all my losers for the week.
That's all I got.
That's all I got to.
Tough to be a Jets fan. I would say feel bad for you. I don't. 'Cause you don't even really feel bad for yourself. You know what it is. You're used to it by now. I don't even think you're really in pain.
Yeah.
I think you're calloused.
Nah, it hurts every year.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't get
hurts
better.
every year.
It never gets better. All right, next thing we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys a series of NFL player tweets from over the years, and I want you to rate them from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Whether
Okay.
how good the tweet is, how funny it is, whatever it means to you. React to what this guy said back in the day, or maybe it's recent for some of them, and you
Alright.
tell me what you think about these tweets. First off, we have Deontay Spencer tweeting a graphic of him and his miles per hour with the caption, God peed.
See, you tried to be clever.
I kind of see it. It's kind of hard. This is something the 19-year-old me would type into.
Supposed to say Godspeed with the emoji being the S.
Yeah.
Doesn't lend itself well to being read.
Not at all, but he kind of had a little bit of aura to get off there.
Listen, he ran real fast, 20 miles per hour. You cannot take that away from him.
That's fucking dumb. But man, you know what? I think what he did, where he messed up, is that he used a space bar in between the lightning bolt and P. I think he did.
He probably didn't. The emoji
You're right. It
just
does
comes
take
with
up a lot of
space. Yeah.
space.
So it is what it is. He just has to know.
Just a failed bar. And that's the worst thing ever. It's not that you weren't clever. It's not that you were corny. It's not that you missed. It's that you failed the delivery. It would have been a good pun. It would have been tough. But in the end of the day, God peed.
God peed. Who was your God, man? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
this is awful.
Next up, we're getting to 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
0
for
out of
sure.
10.
0 out of 10 for failed bar. That's always the worst. Next up, Travis Kelce. Happy Easter to all. Shout out to Jesus for taking one for the team.
What is wrong with him?
Dude, this is a 2010. When he was a teenager. He was like 16 or something.
Yo, that's fucking crazy.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
And I will do this. I will do this. This is a 10 out of 10.
He's a salute G-O-D. Real one.
His mind.
Yo, man, that's hilarious.
This is the real poet in the relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
This is Edgar Allan Poe reincarnated.
This is the real songwriter.
No one is thinking on the level of him thinking.
Dude, shout out to him. This is a 10 out of 10, genuinely.
I love Travis Kelce.
Fucking hilarious. Why did he delete it too? 9 out of 10. Never mind. He should have stood on it.
I need him to post this again.
Take him over the team is hilarious. Next up, we have Travis Kelce. The moon looks crazy tonight. I'm going to chill out here for a little and just visualize my success and vibe to the scenery.
It's a chill dude.
Once again, 2010. The thoughts that go through his mind.
See, this is where I like when you go back and you look at like old Instagram pictures or old tweets. It's just so real.
Yeah.
You know, this is Travis Kelce at his core.
See, and this is back before social media was content.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to get a bar off now. Farm aura. Get ready with me going.
Tell me
Everybody
about
wants-
your day, man.
Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me about you wanting to visualize your success in the scenery.
Visualization is top tier. This is like peak manifestation, man. Did you think he imagined being a multiple time Super Bowl winner? Do you think he would be dating or marrying Taylor Swift? Come on now, man.
I think he imagined having like a nice set of golf clubs or something.
Yeah.
That's probably all he was picturing.
That's all he wanted, bro.
Yeah.
Golf club and some bologna in the fridge. Simple dude. Simple dude.
Bologna in the fridge. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 wishing things into existence. Next up, we got Chad Ochocinco eating at IHOP alone because nobody wants to hang out with me. And a picture of the booth.
Oh, come on, man. What's going on with the little puppy eyes?
Yeah.
If anybody is going to keep it real, it's Chad Ochocinco.
I don't know. It's kind of pick me.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think it
very
is.
pick me.
I think it is. This is something that like 8th graders will post.
Yeah. Because they want like their crush to slide up on their story.
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Come on, man. He probably.
That's exactly what he's doing, though.
Yeah.
You're 100% a pick me.
You got to respect the game.
Chad, we see through your moves. You are not clever.
I know he used to be asking while he's in the league, TBHs.
Can I
Rate
get a
me. Yeah. Can I get a hug?
0 out of 10.
Come on now, man.
Too transparent of a move.
Come on, man.
LaShawn McCoy. RIP my dog Tony Stark. He tweeted this the night Avengers Endgame came out, spoiling the death of Tony Stark.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was tough. And you misspelled Tony.
Poorly.
You're right.
Nobody's ever spelled it that way.
Yeah, that's not how you spell it.
Damn.
There has to be some etiquette around spoilers. You can't do it the night of. At
Yeah.
least the day after.
People were
maybe.
pissed.
I
Wait, you
would
was
be
at
too.
120.
I
Was the
yeah.
So must have been the day after.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
morning.
I don't either way. You especially for that specific movie for that specific time, everybody was like, all right, like there was an understanding like, listen, you have about 30 hours to watch this
Yeah.
movie before I can like say something. So you really have to be on it, but you can't go and tweet it out.
He walked out the theater like it was his first time ever being alive and consuming anything type of media.
Mhm.
And he was just like, yo,
Yeah.
right away. Like nobody would care. This is literally like the biggest spoiler in entertainment history. All things considered, like all the buildup.
Was he retired by then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
19, no.
No, never mind, no.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Active
clearly
player.
he's towards the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
That means he has a lot of free time. He ain't studying playbooks.
It was April. Yeah, he was at home.
Yeah, exactly.
chilling.
He was big chilling, bro. Right.
No etiquette, 0 out of 10. Joe Burrow in 2013 saying, all I do in school is try to figure out what time the bell is going to ring.
Nice. Just
Chill
a
guy.
dude.
Just a dude.
Figuring out like 7:50 a.m. I know he's dumb late. Bro, class started at 8. You at home tweeting. What's wrong with you?
Oh, he's waiting for the bell. Just chill, just relatable. Just a dude.
That's real. I used to do that.
10 out of 10.
Just a guy.
What if he's tweeting
one,
this
one of us?
in class? Just like, wait, just.
Yep. You have to look at the schedule every single day. It's like, all right, if I could just make it through 5 minutes 10 times, I can get out of this class.
Rationalizing your own boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth guy.
I
Who
like
amongst
this.
us?
I go 10 out of 10 because I've been there. I know exactly what he's talking about.
If there's one thing Joe Burrow is, it's relatable.
Mhm.
Shout out Joey B. Next up, Mitch Trubisky saying, "I feel like a boss driving my mom's van." October 2011.
Yeah, we just got some chill guys here, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Like
I feel like a boss. I'm him.
minivans
He's
back
like-
then, back in 2011,
Can fit everybody in there.
peak.
What minivans were hot in 2011?
Peak.
Mhm.
08, 2011, bro. Peak for
Yeah,
sure.
that
When
was-
the
that
Honda
was- that
Odyssey
was
came
peak.
out, boy, changing the fucking
The Odyssey
game.
lit the streets on fire.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the Swagger Wagon commercial?
Ooh, I don't. Tell me about it.
See, that was a different time. You had to be there. Like he's saying, minivans were up. If you were
Yeah.
driving them at this time, you were driving a Sprinter. You could
Yeah.
fit, you could fit everybody in there.
Yeah, bro.
So what I'm hearing is Mitch Trubisky had his ear to the streets.
Dude,
he
he
knew.
was flooded.
Ball nor Mitch Trubisky. I'm giving you a 9 out of 10.
His minivan.
9 out of 10 for Mitch Trubisky.
Man.
He has another old tweet that's very viral and very famous. I didn't include it because I didn't want to get demonetized, but you should look up Mitch Trubisky old tweets. It's
Okay,
hilarious.
I'm doing it right now. Say less.
Go ahead. Next up, Stevie Johnson saying, "I praised you 24/7 and this is how you do me. You expect me to learn from this? How? I'll never forget this, ever. Thanks though." This is after he sold a game-winning catch that he dropped and the fans are mad at him. And he lashed out at the fans on Twitter. How do you feel about the concept of players taking to Twitter and being like, "You fans don't deserve me"?
I mean, it's fine, but like,
You see the other
Mitch
Mitch-
Trubisky's real. He's so real. Same.
Okay, if you're watching, Google Mitch Trubisky old tweets.
He's so real. Oh, he's
How do you feel about Stevie Johnson defending himself
Just a
from the fans?
dude.
yeah.
If you're gonna lash out for real. Start calling out people like individually. Start cursing at some people. Tell people to pull up to the next game so you can fight them. I need
Fuck.
legitimate beef, not just this.
Not just, "This how you gonna do me?"
Bruh, he could have made a video though. All caps on Twitter. Come on now. You're losing it. You're losing it.
I praise you 24/7. He was
This how
pissed.
you do me?
Look
You
at all those
expect me to learn
exclamation
from
points and
this?
all the question marks. He was heated.
Like if this was completely taken out of context, like it would look like he just got cheated on or something.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Like wife and kids left him and just got divorce papers handed
That's
to him at his
literally how it
job.
looks.
Yeah.
Wow.
24/7. This how you do me. How? How was hilarious. The question mark.
He said, "I'll never forget this."
Ever.
Man, I'm sure he scored a touchdown, jumped into the stands next week.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
That's real emotion.
Damn, bro.
Next up,
He
Martavis
tweeted that from
Bryant.
his iPad too. I just realized that.
It's Martavis Bryant.
Just wide tapping.
Typing on iPad is difficult.
Dude, it's tough.
This is Martavis Bryant. After the Steelers drafted Juju Smith-Schuster, presumably to be his replacement, he said, "LOL, that's Sammy Coates' replacement, not mine's. Take it how you want. I am back."
What the fuck?
He's taking his job, not mine.
In 2K, if you said this, your fans went way up. Team chemistry all the way down.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was Sammy Coates' replacement. That's the funny part.
That is.
It was really both a replacement. Martavis Bryant was out the door pretty fast too.
Come
Let's
on,
talk
now,
about
man.
we ain't gotta talk about it, but yeah, he was gone. Out of
That's
there.
crazy. He could have. I bet you didn't even send no. Yo, welcome to the league. Text, hit me up back, bro. No.
Oh, definitely not.
He's looking out for his own. That's,
Definitely not.
That's tough.
You know he wasn't trying to mentor nothing in training camp. Gave him the cold shoulder.
I don't
That's
think I
tough.
would have wanted my receiver to be mentored by Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, man. If I was trying to teach my receiver how to run a go route, I want Martavis Bryant to teach him. He was
Yes.
filthy.
But being my vet, now I'm out of receivers. Now everybody's gone.
He was so good, man. If he was normal, he was so good. I'm gonna give this 10 out of 10. I love pettiness.
Okay.
I love lack of leadership from my veterans.
You know that spider that we talked about? I think it crawled in my ear. I don't see it anymore, and now I'm starting to tweak a little bit. So now if you see me just, you know why.
Josh Allen, why you so white? If it ain't white, it ain't right.
What is he talking about here? Please, for the love of God.
He's pretty clear. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Josh Allen, 2013.
I really hope. I hope that this is like the Modern Family reference, because Phil Dunphy had said it in an episode.
So Josh Allen was active as hell on Twitter when he was a kid. From like 2010 to 2013, he was all over Twitter. This is just the voice of a kid who heard a fucking uncle say this, and he's like, "Hell yeah, that's dope." This is a kid from Montana.
I'm gonna have to do the search.
He has an unbelievable amount of tweets that I could have pulled from.
I gotta have to do the search. What were you saying back then, Josh Allen?
Shout out to Josh Allen.
What do you?
I go.
Josh Allen?
Obviously, it's incorrect, so I will go 2 out of 10. But it is funny.
It's hilarious. Next up, Josh Allen. When I eat, I don't leave a tip.
No, we don't like that. That's bad service.
2010. He must have been 12 years old tweeting
Yeah,
this.
he had no money for real.
Why
so-
is he commenting on tip culture in the 6th grade?
I mean, shit. Maybe he knew that things would get out of hand. Maybe he is a fortune teller.
Ooh, he foresaw that spinning of the iPad for every purchase.
Yeah, exactly.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, dude.
He was ahead of the time of barbers charging $60 and still asking for a tip.
Dude, one of the most damning things I've ever experienced is
Man, if you don't kick rocks, you don't get out of my bed.
He's that guy. You agree?
$60. I told you, I started cutting my hair myself.
Oh man, Josh Allen was right though, man. I experienced the most like disgusting tipping thing ever. One day,
Allen's right, though.
dude, I bought an extension cord for the fucking pod. Turned around, tip for what? It's an extension cord.
Who did you buy this cord from that asked for
Some
a
corner
tip?
store in New York, bro. What's going on, man? An extension cord? What?
Who are you buying shit
What the
from?
fuck? I didn't tip my in back in the fuck out of you.
You bought that shit off a tarp on the corner of the road, off a street market.
And I work still to this day. But damn, man, that's so damn you. So he was onto something.
An extension cord. Next up, we got Josh Allen driving naked.
What the fuck?
Once again, 2013, he had to be 15 years old.
Yo, butt ass naked on leather seats. What?
Because you know he's in Montana. He's probably driving like a Jeep or something. Things are bumpy as hell.
Yo, dude, your ass got like all types of burns on it.
What is he
Ew,
talking about? In what scenario would one drive naked?
Dude,
First of all,
I would never want to be in the car with him ever. Ew.
this crazy ass white boy in Montana. You look to your right on the road, and he's just, whoa!
This motherfucker was on the loose, man. What the hell?
We're gonna do
Butt
something about
naked?
him.
Jeez, man. He was a demon. What the fuck? When I see him these days, I'm just like, yo, he's like the most wholesome quarterback. Never say nothing wrong. Always saying the right thing.
He was fucking rabid.
Dude, he's insane. What the fuck? Driving naked. What type of experience this is?
He's an animal.
I might try it.
I knew he was going to say
2 out of 10.
Oh my God, man.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10 for sure.
And that's the last one.
I don't think I've ever
Once
had
again-
that desire to drive naked.
I've
never
never even
will.
thought of it. I've never heard of that.
And once
before.
again, there's so many more Josh Allen tweets where that came from. Google Josh Allen old tweets. You will see more lunacy that I could not include.
Oh my gosh.
Next thing we're going to do. I'm going to name you an NFL team. I want you to tell me from 1 to 10, how fun are they to watch this season?
Okay.
So we got 6 weeks of sample size. Who have you had the most enjoyment from seeing play? First off, Chicago Bears.
About 4 out of 10.
That's pretty low.
Nah. Me personally, I think 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
No, they've been too inconsistent
They're
offensively.
not at the top of the league.
They'd have to be like clicking on all cylinders, getting the best version of Ben Johnson's offense to be that entertaining, I think. I've seen too many DeAndre Swift 2-yard runs for that to be the case.
But the type of throws that Caleb Williams makes and also don't make too, entertaining for the
You're right.
wrong reasons, might I say.
No,
But-
yeah, you're right. There is Caleb gives and Caleb take it away. There's
Mhm.
big swings that he takes that are entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the creative playbook that Ben Johnson has and just how he's been trying a few things here and there. Special stuff for a first-time watcher.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast.
But their defense is so unentertaining, though. That shit is dreadful.
It's not It's not fun. You have a whole side of the ball that isn't super fun, and then offensively, we're still trying to put pieces together, and we have an idea because of what the Lions were. We have an idea of what a Ben Johnson offense can look like, and it's not there yet. So it's like 4 out of 10.
I'll go 5, maybe 6. Because I love watching Caleb, just like watching the growth week by week. But yeah, it's an undisciplined team, nowhere near their ceiling, bad defensively. I'll give them a 5. The Bills. How fun is it to watch James Cook rush for 150 yards a game behind a gigantic offensive line?
It's actually
pretty
very fun.
It's been pretty fun until past couple weeks.
Hey, they don't play much defense. They play hella offense. You're one of my favorite teams.
That's a recipe for fun right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also not the most like high flying offense. Like it is a lot of running, a lot of quick passes to Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid. Nothing really down the field.
And that's okay. I think like they're probably like
That
a
is
7 out
true.
of 10 for me.
7, okay.
Yeah, they can. If we got the old Josh Allen back where he was just trying stuff, maybe we could get to 10 out of 10. But in this current version of them, I'll go 7 out of 10.
I think I'll go 6 out of 10. You are right. They don't have their receivers haven't been necessarily there creating explosive plays on their own. Everything has to be made perfectly by Josh Allen. 6 out of 10, but they're still fun.
Week 1, they were a 12 out of 10 fun. That was exhilarating. Since then, yeah, I'll go 6. Cleveland Browns. How fun is it to watch a dominant defensive line and the most unserious offense you've ever seen in your goddamn life?
I'd rather watch grass grow.
I
Damn.
actively run away from Browns replays.
You're scared of the all-22?
Yeah, they're never on the main. I will rewatch their games, but in real time, no. There's many other teams that have to be on the quad box.
Their defense is fun to watch, though. I like watching Myles Garrett.
and that shows up on the replay. Yeah,
Listen, I just look away when they're on offense. It's fun. It's a good rhythm.
Being forced to watch the Browns is just like a disciplinary action. You know, it's just like the equivalent to like ISS as a kid.
Oh my God.
Brother, why am I doing this?
What
Why did I
if they
deserve
start
this?
Shedeur Sanders?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
What if they start Shedeur Sanders and he's terrible?
10 out of 10
for,
still.
for the first game, 10 out of 10. Every game after that, hey
Collective
man,
suffering.
you're on your own. I've gone as far as I can go with this.
Next up, Arizona Cardinals.
Yo, 0 out of 10.
0
I
out
have
of 10.
no
I hate this
fun
team.
watching the Cardinals at all.
I hate watching this team with all my fucking heart. They can't run the ball anymore. Kyler Murray is frustrating. I hate seeing him roll out. I hate it so much.
It's like a 2 out of 10 because for me, it feels like they're just in despair. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. being treated like he's a Make-A-Wish kid. It's just not a good time at all.
Yeah, and like mobile quarterback should always be fun. How is this one not?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I think like we had hopes that, okay, year 2, you can have your quarterback and your wide receiver get on the same page and maybe this offense can be great. And now that this team lost its top 2 running backs, you would think, oh yeah, we would rely on the guy that we took in the top 5, this generational wide receiver. And it just hasn't happened.
Yeah,
Every time their offense is on the field, you feel disappointed.
exactly. They're way too disappointed to be entertaining. Dallas Cowboys, 12 out of 10.
Ooh,
100 out of 10. 1 million out of 10.
Dude.
Watching Dak chuck that ball and George Pickens run around like a madman playing the most loose, hilarious style of football ever that works with no defense being played, so it's constant points.
dude.
Perfect football.
But the type of points that's being given up to, the explosive plays that the secondary gives up, 10 out of 10, bro. It's so fucking fun.
Exactly. They had the Bears walk in and looking like the greatest show on turf because
Brother.
they were slinging the bitch down the field, hitting flea flickers. You are a source of entertainment for everybody you play against.
Man, exactly, bro. They allowed Bryce Young to go ahead and have another damn near what might be another signature comeback win. Only the Cowboys can give you this type of performance, man.
And you still get to see the Cowboys lose in the day, so that's always fun.
Thank you so much.
100 out of 10. Chiefs.
Are you into witchcraft? Are you into devil magic? Are you into voodoo?
Are you into fascism? That's the question we ask.
I mean, I dabble with from time to time, but like
You are an Eagles fan.
I don't know.
I would say like
there's
5 out of 10.
Yeah, because there's some times where like they can be fun, and then there's other times where it's like, man, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're probably at 5. But honestly, you have the greatest quarterback of all time, or what whatever I'll say it, but like I don't feel like getting into it, but like
Yeah.
yeah,
You have one of the greats of all time.
thank
It's
you,
gonna be entertaining.
thank you. So I'll say 7 out of 10.
Seeing him pull up these like random tricks off of his sleeve is so entertaining. Seeing him become like damn near the best running back throughout the entirety of the season for his team, hella entertaining, bro.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like when it's like week 1 through 3, when you're just seeing them be held back by all these annoying roster deficiencies. But as they've gone going the past 3 weeks, it's getting more and more fun. Once they get Rashee Rice back, it's going to be exhilarating again to some degree. We'll never recapture the magic of 2019 to the same level with Tyreek Hill going down the field, being guns away. But we're going to get pretty close, I think, this year.
And now that Pacheco's starting to get going, tell them what you said about Pacheco. What you called him?
I said he's the world's first performative running back. The way he runs, performative.
That's hilarious. That's so
he runs
damn-
like a JV player trying to impress the coaches.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
And you know what? It's entertaining.
I love it.
It's fun.
I love it. He may only get 2 yards. I always feel like he gets 5.
Successfully,
It looks
scamming.
like 5 no matter what.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
It looks like it could have been 5. It got better blocking.
I love that, man.
Dolphins.
0 out of 10.
What's crazy is like
Is it really? 0?
they suck and they keep losing games, but you look up and they're scoring like 25, 26, 27 points,
They're always in it.
and they keep losing. But I just don't like it.
It's really not fun. It's probably not fun because we know what they used to be and how exciting they were. And now it's such like a neutered version of that where they don't have the huge down the field plays they used to have, but they still have the effective short area stuff that makes the offense go. So like you're getting your vegetables, but none of the dessert.
Yeah. This is just not fun to watch at all.
But you know what? Seeing Darren Waller come back,
That's been fun.
that has been
Yeah.
fun. Because now I get to see that clip of Darren Waller and John Gruden rap to each other every single week.
How's it go?
And see a Darren Waller edit.
I'd never seen that clip.
How's it go?
before.
I actually forgot how it went.
Ah.
I know how it goes, but I won't say it.
Well,
but yeah.
Educate us, man.
Tua is the opposite of fun, honestly. In all regards, I absolutely despise watching Tua.
Yeah.
Probably my least favorite quarterback to watch in terms of fun factor.
Yeah, you already know what to expect.
Like, in terms of fun, like at least Bo Nix runs.
I like seeing his post game interviews.
More than Justin Fields? Who's more fun?
Justin Fields runs. That's fun. Tua's not
Seeing
fun
him-
at all.
Yeah, seeing Justin Fields get rocked too because he's holding the ball too long. Fun as fuck.
Like
For
even
wrong
Tua's
reasons,
deep
but fun.
balls, they're like big completions. Like, whoa, 50-yard gain. It's always underthrown. The receiver has to come back to it. That's not fun.
Yeah,
I
that
think-
is.
I
You're
still,
right.
I
That
still think that
eliminates
he
so
might be a
much.
little bit more fun than Justin Fields.
Nah.
The highs of Justin Fields are more fun on paper.
Yeah.
Eagles.
0 out of 10. One of the worst offenses I've seen in my goddamn life.
Donovan.
Stay over there.
Are you having fun?
Well, you're having fun right now?
Stay over
Are
there.
you be honest?
You're
Are you
having fun?
Stay over there.
You had fun watching Cam Scatterbo ruin your life?
Stay over there.
I mean, watching Cam Scatterbo was fun.
We're handling this internally.
Mm.
I'm not going to discuss this with outsiders. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay.
This has been one of the least fun teams in the NFL. This is goddamn dreadful to watch. To watch Jalen Hurts bounce around with good protection and nothing develops downfield, and he's just
The only thing that be developed
For 30 seconds?
is like premeditated bars they got to get off to Instagram and to these reporters.
watching Saquon run into the back of guards because there's no good blocking on the interior. Watching AJ Brown out there running around.
How are you one of the
Nothing.
worst rushing teams in the league, man? How?
It's not fun at all. Even when it's clicking, it's not really fun.
You
Like it's
wanna
impressive.
watch-
It's never fun, like to like the highest degree.
Yeah.
When it's not working, it's goddamn abysmal.
And it's bad too when more and more NFL players are coming out like Micah Parsons randomly shooting out. This is not football because you had to watch consecutive tush pushes.
We didn't even get into the tush push of it all. I don't hate it, but a lot of people do. That's not fun.
Shh, that's not fun to watch, man. I'm starting to realize it. I understand it.
0 out of 10. Pretty clear.
It's fun when it's like a niche play, but when you like continuously spam it, it's like, all right, bro, like, come on, man.
And even when it's good, like you can like appreciate it and
Yeah.
like, give them their flowers. It's not fun. There's no scenario where it's fun.
It's interesting when they pull it out once in a while. It's like a trick play, but when you like rely on it as a crutch, it's like, yo, dude, what are we doing?
I know you only let Jalen Hurts pull it out every now and then. I get it. I understand your ammo.
What?
Next one, Jacksonville Jaguars.
They're pretty damn fun.
They're pretty fun.
I like watching.
Liam
this
Cohen
team.
runs a fun offense, some unique running patterns. Travis Hunter hasn't gotten going like that, but it's always fun to like watch him every week and be like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
Yeah, like going into the game, then you watch the game and you're like, oh, this isn't
Oh,
fun.
nothing's gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm going like 4 out of 10.
The defense is fun. Watching Devin Lloyd somehow get a pick every single game, that's fun.
That has been crazy.
Josh Hines Allen and Walker are fun.
like this team, man. This is like a solid 6 out of 10 for me.
I'll give him a 9. I think it's one of the more fun teams watching the league right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I disagree with that.
You're not familiar with Baishal Tootin.
But I think they're probably a little bit high. They're probably at 5, like depending, because they do have some moments where that offense could look stale, especially like this last week. And maybe that's just Seahawks tax. Maybe the Seahawks just went across the country, just beat them like that, and it is what it is. But I wasn't having fun watching the Jaguars this weekend. I was having fun watching the Seahawks.
True.
Tough. Detroit Lions.
On offense, they're just attacking you from every angle, bro.
10 out of 10, right? This is probably the most entertaining team in the league right now.
Dude, they're entertaining like through everything. I agree. They're always putting up fucking 35, 40 points. It's so fun seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown like catch all these random ass hard and unexpected balls, darts from Jared Goff. It's also fun seeing Jared Goff trying to scramble and how he scrambles too. It looks like he's running away from mice. It's hilarious. It's like trying to like sneak in there.
Yeah, we have electric players making electric plays, and what makes it more fun, every time you can finish watching the game, pull up your phone, and see podcast clips of Amon-Ra talking about it, trolling David Montgomery.
They also have disgusting celebrations as well. I found that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the celebrations are nice. They also operate by the method of you can either win the game or win the fight. They won the fight this last week as they lost the game. So shout out to them. On the field, off the field, they are going to find a way to get a win walking out the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
They also throwing hands. Brian Branch. Oh my
That's
God,
what I'm
I
saying.
love it, bro. What?
I'm with it.
Seahawks.
Hey man, this is 10 out of 10. This is fun.
This is absolute cinema.
This is peak cinema. All anybody talks about anymore is too high coverage. It ruined the NFL. Sam Darnold said, I don't give a damn. I'm throwing it. And guess what? Jason, he's down there somewhere, and he's down there every single time. They're going to make big play after big play. And you are seeing, first of all, big plays on offense, and you're seeing the ascension of a young wide receiver star. You're seeing Sam Darnold solidify himself as an actually like good NFL quarterback. I love watching the Seahawks. And their defense is fire.
I'll go 8 out of 10. They're almost perfectly entertaining, except for the fact that I have to watch like 15 Zach Charbonnet carries every game, and that is the least entertaining running back in the NFL.
It set you up for the big play. Wow.
Yeah.
That is true, I guess.
Salute his role in the offense. Good goal line back. Not fun to watch. Titans.
It's fun watching Cam Ward just try shit out there.
It's really not. It's kind of depressing.
I've not been having a good time watching the
He hasn't been playing good. Like, it's not his fault. But
I
like,
see him try shit. That's cool. But is it a good type of fun? 3 out of 10. No.
No, I was not having a good time. I was watching the Raider game. Every 1st and 10, screen, and I was like, okay, like I do not like what we're cooking up here.
Yeah. This is not a fun time at all. 3 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
and that's the last one.
Perfect.
Man, the Titans. I'm so glad they fired the goddamn coach. Next thing we're going to do. Let's play a little bit of Keep 4, Cut 4 with some NFL coaches.
Ooh, yes. So you guys know how Keep 4, Cut 4 goes.
No, I don't know how it goes.
Explain it.
I'm going to name 4 NFL coaches, really 8 NFL coaches, and you guys got to go ahead and decide carefully. Think this out really hard, which ones you want to keep or cut.
Okay.
All right. So based off of this season only as well. Well, none of that. I'll leave it up to you guys. First name up, we got Sean McVay.
You have to keep.
There's
Sean
no
McVay.
scenario I'm cutting Sean McVay. That's
Ever.
probably the best offensive mind in the NFL.
Okay. No.
He's stamped.
Stamped?
Completely stamped.
History.
History.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim Harbaugh. Speaking of history.
Jim. I mean, well, right now, Jim might have a better case than John.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I think we might be able to cut.
He's either
Jim.
going to be the worst name we keep or the best name we cut.
And I feel okay with him being the best name that we cut.
Am I his quarterback in this scenario?
Sure.
Okay, I'm keeping him. He's gonna rub my shoulders. He's gonna scream at me, slap my head. I'm gonna be the most confident version of myself I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a player for him, I want to keep him. He makes everybody feel like they can run through a goddamn wall.
He is the craziest old man in the league, and I mean that in the best way possible. So you want to keep?
Sure, why not? Let's keep John. Let's keep Jim Harbaugh.
All right, we're keeping Jim.
Okay. Pete Carroll.
Cut.
We can cut Pete Carroll.
Whoa. He's
I'm
also
sorry.
like, whoa.
I'm sorry. He also looks like a crazy old man, and I mean that in the worst way possible. everything that looks like everything that he did in 2015. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna run that back."
Came back after a few years.
And we
hiatus.
knew. And
Who
we
did he
know.
bring with him when he came back after a few years off? Chip motherfucking Kelly.
And I hate him.
How is it gone? Motherfucking poorly. They have nothing to show for right now that makes you think this is a well-coached team. We can cut him.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
And this is why you don't give people second chances.
this
This is why.
this is why I don't hire old people. How about that?
Kevin O'Connell.
Keep. You can keep KOC.
Reigning coach of the year. Salute.
Okay.
This is the Kevin O'Connell is going to be the first coach part of the not his fault.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, your quarterbacks are trash. Everything else that Kevin O'Connell has done and the things that he has proved to us, he turned Sam Darnold into a franchise quarterback.
Yep.
I know you can do it. It's not on the coaches.
Yep.
Players, it's on you.
Yep.
It's your
We're
fault.
keeping them as 3 keeps. Who are we cutting next? We're cutting whoever you comes. We have to start cutting names.
Damn. Okay. Brian DeBall.
Cut
Oh,
him.
yeah.
We'll live.
Yeah, okay.
Dable, we can go.
Whoa, he's starting to revive.
Nah, I don't care. We can cut him.
No,
We'll live.
Damn. Andy Reid.
you have to keep.
I guess we have to keep him. There's a certain section of Chiefs fans that hate him and swear he's like outdated. The league's caught up to him. They treat him the same way Warriors fans treat Steve Kerr, where they're he's holding back our goats because Curry isn't like 100% successful every year. Andy Reid is still one of the best coaches in the NFL.
You're so right about that. I started to see that discourse a little bit. People are just so ungrateful, and football just continuously confirms it for me.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's sad.
And he's not perfect. I'm sure he
All right,
does play
we'll-
his part, but it's the same thing. Like,
Yeah, we have to
until he misses the Super Bowl, we're not going to cut Andy Reid.
miss it. Think about the standard.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
know. That's crazy as fuck.
Until they don't make it.
Yeah.
we're going to keep him.
That's so crazy, man. Next name, Mike McDonald.
Yeah, got to cut him. Is what it is. Great coach. Below the line so far with these other names. That's fine. We can cut him.
Also about to get fired. So,
Damn.
Mike McDonald?
oh, I thought you were going to say McDaniel. Never mind. My bad.
No, he said Mike McDonald.
Oh no, man. See, I wish I could keep McDonald.
I do.
but
I wish I could keep him too, but we'll live. That's not a cut that we're going to be like, it's all right. He could be the 5th best coach on this list.
It's okay.
Damn.
Who's the last name? Who's the final cut?
Last name was Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, well, you're just a dickhead. How about that?
You guys like rattled him off so easily,
I mean-
man.
We knew Jim Harbaugh was going to be the worst name that we kept.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is a respect
we
factor. I
played
see.
the game, but we are not confident in our decision because we have Jim Harbaugh on our coaching staff.
Exactly. We feel good about our hits and our misses.
Exactly, and he's not even in the room with us. That's how confident he makes everybody. I'm with that.
I guess, man. I guess.
Victories.
Disrespect to Kyle
We also won't
Shanahan.
Oh,
blow a
fuck off.
28-3 lead.
What did you say?
We also won't blow a 28-3 lead.
That is true.
True that.
Or another 10-point lead in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes to go and lose by double digits.
Oh my
That
god.
is true.
That's crazy.
You're running it up.
Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna name you some NFL wide receiver duos, and we're gonna put them into a tier list based on this year and going forward.
Okay.
So who we view as a premier wide receiver duos, how factoring in their individual talent, how well they play off each other, their team scenario, whatever it means to you. S through F, got to rank every wide receiver duo.
Based off of this year, okay.
Not even just this year, but whatever it means.
Okay.
Let's start by laying the groundworks. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
They're still S tier. They have the worst situation going
I
on in
know.
the league right now for a wide receiver 1 and 2 duo. It's not their fault. Peak of that, not their fault. They don't have no line, no goddamn QB.
Yeah, it's not their fault Joe Burrow died again. They're clearly still the best, most talented.
Yeah.
Good for them.
That's
No disagreement there?
No disagreement.
Clear.
Okay,
as
I
hell.
felt it boiling up here. I felt some
Nah.
contrarianism
No,
coming
no,
up.
no,
You
no,
just
no,
you gotta feel bad for them.
He heard
I-
best in the league.
No,
and
I
he's-
actually do feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams.
See, Amon-Ra is amazing,
Very complimentary duo too, play style wise.
but JMO is very, very hit or miss. You can get him involved in a lot of like different ways, a lot of versatile ways, but has he elevated to the point where we're putting them like at the top, or is
No,
the fact that Amon-Ra is there is like are you automatic A?
it's more of a superstar and a role player rather than like two guys that could both be the best receiver on a team like the Bengals.
So do you feel like B or A?
Oh, it's tough because we haven't laid the groundwork to these other ones yet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning B. Amon-Ra is amazing. What, like the 5th or 6th best receiver in the league? He's not like tier one with the top two guys, but he's amazing. Jameson is a great compliment. The fact that we have this vertical threat guy that can be the speed demon in comparison to Amon-Ra being so good underneath. So I'll give them points for complementary skill sets. But it's the top of B or bottom of A.
Yeah.
Okay, we could put him in B, but if we have to change him to A, It won't be bad.
Okay, we'll revisit that. At the end, we might move them up to A. Let's see what the rest of the names look like. We might move them back up.
I bet.
Mike Evans and Igbuka.
Well,
Mike Evans getting old. Igbuka coming out onto the scene. Amazing.
And guess what? He's learning right from Mike Evans because that hamstring injury is right back with him.
Taking health out. We'll take away health out of this factor.
for
How
sure.
good did Igbuka look so far?
He looked pretty damn
He
good.
can't stop scoring 70-yard touchdowns. The big plays are crazy. And maybe some of that's unsustainable, but he'll continue to get better in other ways too. He'll get more reliable as a route runner. He'll continue to offset any unsustainable touchdown streak with more of the consistent stuff we saw from him in college.
And I think I'll go B for right now.
What?
I was thinking C. I was thinking they're worse than them just because Mike Evans is getting old.
Yeah,
But both of them are much better than J-Mo.
Are we giving Igbuka much better than J-Mo?
I am.
I don't know.
But they're both
Much
much worse than
better?
Amon-Ra. There's a pretty big gap there, I think.
Yes, but I think that the
Nets out. It's even. Nets
Yeah.
out. Okay.
C?
No, he's saying B.
Oh,
I can see B. There's no reason to write off Mike Evans yet. He got hurt. He'll come back. Probably still be his regular 1,000-yard self. Be great downfield vertical possession receiver. If Igbuka is going to be this guy that is this lethal down the field, if that's consistent and he just is a vertical burner in this way, pretty perfect complement to everything Mike Evans does in a short area.
exactly.
Okay, we can go B.
Okay.
Again, Ibuka was going band for band with JSN last week. He's had every single week. He's had something that you could point to that's like, oh wow, he's here.
And you know what? Fuck it. It's sustainable until it's not. Maybe he'll just score a touchdown every game. Maybe that's just who he is. Roma Dunze and DJ Moore.
This is C.
C.
This is C. We're getting a breakout year from Rome. He's looked really good. He's taken over wide receiver 1 in that offense, but I think that DJ Moore clearly isn't the same receiver that he has been these last couple of years.
Yeah.
And even though the Rome has been playing well, the consistency is not there. I would go C.
Might be D.
Could it be? Yeah, I was almost thinking D because you think
These are all
Rome
good.
is.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
They don't use DJ Moore like at all. The lack of volume to DJ Moore is kind of weird. Like it's a they run a lot. They're trying to establish a run to mix results. They
Yeah.
utilize their tight ends. Rome is taking the wide receiver 1 job. It's not a super high volume passing offense to make DJ Moore be able to like produce. So it's maybe not his fault. We know he's still insanely talented. But it doesn't really strike fear into your heart right now.
Sounds like it has the ceiling of C, but the reality is D right
It has
now.
a ceiling of B, I think. But yeah, it does
I
feel
don't
like
know.
closer to D.
Okay. We can.
Just because they're all
Yeah,
good.
we'll go
you know?
D.
They're all good. So
Okay.
like it's not exactly we only put you
Yeah.
on here if you were like worthwhile talking about. Kind of feel like they're on the lower end of this.
Okay.
At least until we see like
Mhm.
consistency with the passing offense breakout, which by the end of the season, maybe I could sound stupid saying this, and they're like fucking clicking on all cylinders, and you're watching this in February and they're clearly higher than this. But as of October 14th, 2025, kind of feels mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rasheed Rice and Xavier Worthy. Now, we haven't really seen this duo be able to play together really at all since Xavier Worthy got good. But Rasheed Rice come back this week. What do we project it's going to look like?
I've never seen Rasheed Rice play in my entire life as a new NFL fan, so
Yeah, this is your first experience. First 4 weeks of last season before he got hurt,
Yeah.
he was incredible. He was constant yards after catch threat, running lots of shallow crossing routes, taking it up the field. He was legitimately incredible. He looked like he did like 75% of what Amon-Ra does.
75%. Ooh.
And they have the boost of just playing with the best quarterback in the league, so they are going to get that boost. I think for them, they can either be at the bottom of B or top of C.
It feels like they are C. If he genuinely can be like 75% of Amon-Ra, C is definitely top of C feels right for now. You gotta prove it to me because isn't he coming off of like an ACL injury too?
He is.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. So
Yeah.
we'll put them in C for right now.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of projecting. You have to because they haven't really had a chance to play together for real.
Yeah.
So, but I do think, especially with the Chiefs act, they're going to be highly effective.
Okay.
AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
I can see my time. You guys can pick.
No, what do you think?
I mean, I think that
Forties.
they're S tier. I think that they're one of the 3 best wide receiver duos in the league.
This year?
Are we doing it off of this year? Or are we doing it like just,
Well, I mean,
just like
what's
in
your opinion-
general
what's your-
in terms of like
Well, we're not doing it off of last year.
Yeah.
So we're projecting with it. It's this year plus what we think is going to happen going forward.
Yeah.
So if you think the Eagles offense is going to be fixed and like they'll be dominant again, you could project for that, but I don't really know. It's kind of hard.
I think minimum A.
Yeah, I was thinking A as well. I don't know. Like, it's not their fault that the offense is goddamn terrible.
Very true.
They're not being maximized at all, which is not their fault. They're receivers. They're the most dependent position in the NFL. But I also can't fully ignore that it's just like not effective right now. So I don't know what to do with that.
I think A is probably fair.
All right, we'll give them respect. We'll put them in A.
A is
We'll
probably
Yeah,
fair.
A's probably the perfect amount of respect. That like we're not pretending that they're in a good scenario. It's not their fault, but we're also not pretending it's a good offense, and they're they're a major part of that offense.
Yeah.
So everybody gets dinged evenly. It's a part of the team.
Patullo out here ruin legacy.
But yeah, we're not dropping too far. Like if it was just this year, they'd be like F tier. They've done jack shit, but we're not going to do that. It's not just this year. We have contextual brains. We're humans.
Okay.
Another one is a little bit of projection. CD Lamb and George Pickens.
What type of version of Pickens are
Listen,
we
man,
getting?
these guys
man?
are kind of S tier. Like if Pickens is playing like this,
Yeah.
Yes, with how Pickens is produced with CD Lamb out, if he maintains even a little bit of this, they're going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. But will he be able to do it once he sees those like targets just drop a little bit?
yes. Because
Hey man,
they
there's
will-
targets to go around.
and
That
they
is
will
true.
they will still their defense is still going to give up 30 points a game,
Yeah,
so they still have to throw.
this is S tier. This
They
is
will be in the
one of
game.
best.
You're right. Okay.
Now, will Jake Ferguson get the same amount of targets? No. Will Turpin get the same amount of targets? No. CD and George Pickens will be fed the ball. I guarantee
And
it.
tell them that if they want to, go get on the jugs machine and get better.
Yeah.
You'll be
Go,
fine.
go learn how to hurdle people.
Yeah.
Okay.
George knows how to earn targets. Lad McConkey and Quentin Johnston. QJ made a leap this year.
Lads
out here winning games.
Yeah, he's over here ascending again early
He's
in the
back.
year. Could it be A? No. Could A be in question? It can't be lower than B.
Are we putting QJ in A tier?
based off of this year only? In
I do buy
assuming
that it's real.
Continuing.
A
tier is wild.
So for this year, Quentin's been better than JMO. But
Has Lab been as good as Amon Ra?
obviously not.
Yeah.
But
Okay, then it's B.
cumulatively.
Easy.
But if we're talking about netting out, like
That's really good. Obviously, Lad had a slow start to the year
Mhm.
because QJ's taken so many targets. They're just utilizing Lad less.
But if we're talking about projecting forward and thinking about what they can do,
it'll balance out.
yeah, for the rest of the year, you already saw this past week, Lab McConkey getting back into rhythm.
Guess why? Because QJ wasn't there. And they have Keenan Allen as the third guy here taking targets. That doesn't make them worse at all. They just have a deep room. I think we go B. A's possible. I don't want to jump the gun too much on Quentin Johnson being some star after 5
Okay.
weeks. He's playing like it for sure.
Okay,
But we'll go B with a cautious optimism for him going to A tier.
sounds good.
It's an easy convo.
Okay, next up. JSN and Cooper Cup.
I mean, Jason is by himself.
JSN's back into S tier. And Cooper Cup obviously isn't like as much of a receiving threat as he once was.
Yeah.
He's been a great blocker. He's been a damn good tight end in the system, which
But-
does matter.
Yes, but if we're talking about receiver duos and you are effectively a tight end at this
Yeah.
point,
He's a damn good tight end though. He plays his role. He's a good compliment.
Jason's been as good as you could be. So I feel like
Yeah.
I don't want to make B overcrowded, but it feels like that's kind of what it is.
Then how do you get to A tier?
I think you both have to hold your own weight to a degree.
Okay, yeah,
And
we'll
like
give him B.
stamp your
Listen,
footing
we'll
in
give
the
them B. Once Torrey Horton continues to break out and takes that clear second jump, they'll be A tier.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, Justin Jefferson and Addison.
S tier.
S or A? Because Addison's not like
I'll go A.
yeah. Because the guys in S tier have like two star receivers, and I feel like Addison's right below that. So I feel like A makes total sense.
Yeah, A's fine.
Okay.
The best receiver in the NFL and a very good second receiver. That like Addison shouldn't be the best receiver on a team. I don't think. So it's not like Higgins, where like Higgins can be the best receiver on a team.
Okay.
So that's a gap there, but it's not.
If you
they're the best in A for sure. Like they could break into S tier, and that wouldn't be crazy.
Okay. I don't know. When I watch Jordan Addison, also, I get a lot of time with him on Madden. I'm like, yeah, man, like, this guy can be.
You've seen a game and a half of Jordan Addison. He just came back.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison is good. He's very good. But like, yeah, he's not T. Higgins. T. Higgins is a better contested catch receiver, better, more consistent vertical beater, I think. But then again, Jordan Addison's pretty good at that stuff.
He is. Wait, are you playing? You're like playing with Jordan Addison on Madden, or you playing against him?
With
He's hooping.
hooping his ass off, bro.
Okay. They could be S tier. I could see the argument for S tier. Also, just Justin Jefferson is that good.
He is that good.
Yeah.
I think like if you're the best receiver in the league and you do have an above average wide receiver too, S could probably be in the conversation. But like you said, we kind of need two stars. I need Addison to be consistent for real. So let's go to A.
But is it fair to put the Cowboys there over them? Is George Pickens that much better? Yeah, he has been playing crazy this year.
I think from what we've seen from George Pickens, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a tough one. I feel torn.
I don't know. I
about
feel
them.
like we
like-
should bump him up to A because
No,
you
but-
are still the best receiver in the league. I don't think anyone questions Justin Jefferson like that.
George Pickens, like the questions about him have always been more like mental rather than like actual production. And obviously he's getting a boost because the Cowboys are throwing a lot and Dak is playing some of the best football that he's ever played. But at the same time, somebody has to catch those passes and somebody has to make plays. And it's not like it's not like he's just making catches on the sideline and going out of bounds. He's making contested catches. He's going across the field. He's getting yards after the catch. He's being physical. He's jumping over people. I genuinely feel like George Pickens is having an amazing year, so I feel like we should put him in S.
Look at this guy. Wow, man, you are glazing the Cowboys right now. I'm gonna let it happen too because this is a
Listen,
rare instance. Like
My
this
job
don't
is to be an analyst, sir.
Puka
You're an
Nacua
expert.
and Devontae Adams.
S tier.
That's clear S
That's
tier.
S tier.
Ooh,
Devontae
yeah.
Adams, Unk, still got it. Puka Nacua playing like the best receiver in the NFL right now.
Mhm.
We talk about it every single week. His versatility, his ability to be used in the run game, to catch basically every single pass that Matthew Stafford throws to him, all 20 of them every single week. He is amazing. And for him to be leading the league in so many categories, I'm rocking with Puka.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we expected this to be a dominant duo when they added Devontae Adams. We kind of figured that the Jets thing didn't go super well. That Raiders thing went cataclysmic at the end. It wasn't his fault at all. It was bad situations. He probably had one more good year in him at least. He 100% has that. And we know Matthew Stafford, if he'll do anything, he will feed some star receivers.
I thought you said I'm in rocking Puka. I was like, what are you talking right now? But you said I'm rocking with Puka. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter.
I mean, Travis Hunter is half of a wide receiver right now. So.
F tier.
But Brian Thomas Jr. is recovering. He's not as bad as he was his first 2 weeks. He's starting to play more like Brian Thomas Jr. He once again looks like a star.
F tier.
You did say recovering and not recovered.
No, he's played well. He had a very good game this last week.
F tier.
F tier.
Compared
You
to
have
everyone
half
else.
a receiver in that duo.
Yeah.
He's gonna be good though. I mean, obviously they're figuring out the balance. there.
Really? Like I don't know how they're using him.
Yeah, I
Again,
don't know. We'll
As of
see.
now,
They don't
October
know how they're using
14th,
him.
I think they are F tier.
Right now they're using him as a slot receiver that just catches Wando Robinson routes. They're not utilizing him much at all. But this past game he ran the most routes he's ever ran so far, and he's had a couple big plays on the field. He's good. They're just figuring out this unique situation of how much they can play on both sides of the ball. I kind of feel like they're just as good as Rome and DJ Moore. But then again, DJ Moore is so much more accomplished than what Travis Hunter's done. You're right. They should be.
Yeah, we got to put someone there. It's not personal.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, like you can't. DJ Moore is DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Another theoretical one. Debo Samuel and Terry McLaurin. Obviously, Terry's been hurt all year. Debo's looked pretty damn good in that system.
He has. If Debo or if Terry McLaurin comes back and is Terry McLaurin, the way that Debo's been playing, they're C tier.
Yeah.
C tier?
Maybe could get to B.
Wow, That's
Nah,
crazy.
I think they're C. I think just look at the names in B. Like there's real alphas in B tier.
I don't know. I mean, Debo's been hooping though.
Yeah, but also part of that is like the absence of Terry and like the target's been vacated. And also, like, are we gonna get this happens a lot with guys that hold out, especially when they're older. Like we get a weird injury-filled year because they miss a training camp. And it's not always that clear of a correlation. Injuries happen regardless. So I don't want to say it's all because of that. But we have seen the story. So this might just be a weird year where Terry's like trying to recover the whole time.
C tier this.
Damn, okay.
But then Debo fits so good with Jaden Daniels and
Yeah.
with Cliff Kingsbury. So yeah, I could see if it's best case scenario we get Terry of last year. B's not impossible.
Okay.
Last one, Drake London and Darnell Mooney. Drake London is amazing.
I almost said F tier.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
No, I was thinking about F tier because I had him on my fantasy team.
Oh yeah, now I got him on my fantasy team. We made a trade happen. Either C or B, right?
We'll go C.
C's cool.
Shout out to Darnell Mooney, but like,
Just a guy,
yeah,
Yeah.
certified Jag.
you're here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but just listen, Drake London. You could carry some weight to B tier. He's had a crazy couple weeks after they started to activate him. You could tell me he single handedly makes him B tier worthy the same way JSN does.
Okay.
That's not crazy to me.
okay.
But maybe Darnell Mooney is just a little too replaceable.
We'll see.
But Darnell Mooney's also good. Darnell Mooney is also a good receiver.
No, he is, but
He's just Darnell Mooney.
yeah,
Yeah. I get it. Like, he is. And ultimately,
and like,
he's Darnell Mooney.
and if
Elite
Drake
analysis.
London was having the season that JSN was having, then maybe we could
Yeah.
bump him up. JSN's just having that crazy of a year that's why I feel they
Drake
should
London
name
had
him.
fucking 150 yards yesterday and was an inch away from 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh dang!
So like
Your ass.
150 yards, 9 receptions, a touchdown. Like that is a JSN stat line. He's getting there.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh, dang. Shocks, man.
Last thing we're gonna do today, we brought the segment out on T3 on the NBA show where we try to say the same name and like reacting to each other's names we say until we all say the same one. It went interesting. We're gonna try again with NFL names. So we are gonna go 3, 2, 1. We all say an NFL name, and then we have to try to continue to guess names with no hints, no discussion until we get to the same one.
Okay.
Okay.
So the current or former players, see where it goes.
All right.
Ready?
Okay.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
JSN.
Danian Tomlinson.
Ooh,
You said Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
What
I
did you say?
said JSN.
I said LaDainian Tomlinson. Okay,
Travis
2 receivers,
Hunter.
running back. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Jamar
Odell Beckham
Chase.
Jr.
Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Jamar
okay.
Chase, Odell. We're so
Okay.
far off. We're nowhere close to anything.
No. I think
Wait.
we see patterns.
Well, who'd you say?
I said Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Odell Beckham.
What'd you say again?
I said Adrian
AP.
Peterson.
Okay,
but that's okay.
Okay. We're nowhere close. We can keep
Yeah.
trying.
Wait.
But you
3,
said- but yeah,
wait.
Odell and
3,
Jamar.
2, 1.
Oh,
Justin
Marshawn
Jefferson.
Lynch. Well, what?
Ochocinco.
Oh fuck. We keep on shifting.
What did you say?
I said Marshawn Lynch.
Why would you go to running backs? God damn it. Okay.
Who did
You
Justin
said
Cinco.
AP. That's why.
I said
thought we were
Justin
gonna
Jefferson.
shift.
Jefferson.
Ochocinco.
I said
Marshawn Lynch. Okay. I think we got one. I think this makes
Whoa.
sense. I see a vision here.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Doug
T.O.
Baldwin.
You said Doug Baldwin?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the?
Doug Baldwin?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say LaShawn McCoy. But that was even worse.
Doug Baldwin. Why do you keep
I
picking
heard
running
Doug
backs?
and I was like, fuck.
Okay.
Who did you
Okay.
say?
I said T.O.
T.O.
Doug Baldwin.
T.O. Okay, cool.
3, 2, 1.
Randy
Antonio
Moss.
Brown.
Julio. Fuck.
Julio,
Okay, wait.
Antonio
Julio.
Brown, Randy Moss. We're getting closer. than we've ever been.
Wait. You said Julio?
He
I
said
said
Julio. I
No.
said Antonio Brown.
No, I said Randy Moss.
You said Randy Moss.
Yeah, I
you
said
said
Julio.
Julio. I said Antonio Brown.
Okay.
We're the closest you've ever been.
Wait, but I gotta think
This
about
this is so easy.
Wait,
there's
th-
one
wait,
name.
I gotta think about
Give him
this.
4 seconds.
You
I
can't get
gotta
time to
think
That's the
about
point.
this.
No, you can have a little bit.
No.
You get
yeah.
4 seconds.
This is
Yeah,
clear.
Exactly.
One.
It's not that clear.
This is ultimately extremely clear.
All right,
okay.
go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Larry
Calvin
Fitzgerald.
Johnson.
Fuck.
Bro, it was so clear.
Who'd you say?
He said Larry Fitzgerald. God, we were so close.
All right, there's
Fuck.
one more.
Is there?
I mean, there's a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Oh,
but
okay,
There's,
hold on,
there's
we
one that
gonna
I'm
be
thinking
here all
about.
day.
Larry Fitzgerald. We already said Julio. We already said Antonio Brown.
You said Calvin Johnson.
I said Calvin
Fuck.
Johnson. We already said Odell.
Okay.
I think I have one.
I have one too. I think we'll be on the same page. I don't think he will.
Probably not.
3,
Fuck.
I'm gonna say he's not gonna get it.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Mike
Andre
Evans.
Johnson.
Fuck. Oh my God, Andre Johnson.
What did he say?
I said Mike Evans. Oh
Okay,
man.
okay. Andre Johnson, Mike Evans.
Hold on, wait.
We're still sensing a pattern here.
Andre Johnson.
Wait, I actually have no idea where to go from
Yeah,
here.
I don't know what's the next one to say.
Andre Johnson.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I'm
Oh.
there, okay, so there's a logical progression. There's zero chance in hell that he's.
I don't
gonna get
remember.
the
I don't remember
logical-
if you guys saw.
Well,
I
actually,
said
no.
this name.
No, we got it.
Who do
Okay.
we got next?
You said who? You said
I said Mike Evans.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay, so I'm spinning back. I'm spinning back. I don't know if you guys said this name.
Wow, what are we doing?
Where do we go from here? We're saying all these big receivers.
Should we like shift and pivot?
Okay, I'm gonna pivot, but it's a clear, obvious pivot. It's an easy pivot.
Who'd you just say?
We said Andre Johnson. You said Mike
Okay.
Mike Evans. I'm gonna pivot a little bit, but it's not a big pivot. 3, 2, 1.
Cam
Rob
Newton.
Gronkowski.
Ooh.
What you guys say?
I didn't say.
I said Cam.
You guys are idiots.
Okay,
I didn't
let's
say
go. Let's
anything.
go. Okay,
You said
big
Cam
guys.
Newton? You
Yeah.
said nothing?
Okay, so
So
I feel
you, so you said Rob. You said Cam.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I need to say
Okay.
nothing.
I don't
Okay.
What is wrong with you people?
I don't know.
Okay.
3.
Wait. Who'd you say again?
I said Gronk. Oh my God, lock
Gronk.
in.
Okay, cool.
3, 2, 1. Travis
Travis
Kelce. What'd you say?
Greg Olson.
Greg Olson?
I understand why you went there because the Cam connection, but you just sold us.
Okay, we said Travis Kelce. You said
Okay.
Greg Olson.
Okay, fuck. This is such a make
All
a
right,
wish
come on.
one, but
3,
okay.
2, 1.
Shannon
Antonio
Sharp.
Gates. We all said different
What
tight
the
ends.
fuck? We went Rob, Travis Kelce. Why is Shannon Sharp not said?
He said Tony Gonzalez. I said Antonio Gates. God.
There's come on. There's one more.
Hold on, wait. Is there one more I gotta think about right now?
There's one more.
Okay, I got one. That's
Hold on, wait.
We got like 2 more chances, then we're done.
No.
3, 2, 1.
Vernon
Kittle.
Davis.
Oh, we're cooked. I
What'd
didn't
you
even say
say?
nothing.
Vernon Davis.
Yeah.
Okay, I said George Kittle.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of in the middle, but we'll see.
I don't know where we're going now. We're cooked.
Okay, we got to shift again. We got to shift again.
Well, okay, one more guess. One more guess. We're staying here.
We're gonna get it. He's not.
No, let's shift.
No. I'm shifting. I'm
Let's
shifting
shift.
up. I'm shifting up.
Let's shift.
But I'm staying on the same topic. I'm shifting up.
Okay.
One more guess. We're gonna get this.
You said George Kittle?
I said George Kittle. 3,
This is
2,
cheating.
1.
Brock
Brock
Purdy.
Bowers.
Whoa!
What'd you say?
I said Brock Purdy. Oh!
I said CMC.
You said CMC.
Oh!
Okay. There's one more guess here.
Wait.
One more guess here.
Wait.
You said Brock Purdy. You said CMC. We already got Kittle out of the way. 3, 2, 1.
Nick
Brandon
Bosa.
Ayuk. All right, we're done. Nick Bosa. We're done. We lost.
You
It's
said
over.
Brandon Ayuk. Oh
So
my
did he.
God.
No, I said Pearsall.
Oh, Pearson.
Oh my God.
We lost.
It's over.
It's over.
Oh.
We lost. I don't know. We'll try one more time. We'll do one more game. We ran out of lives there. That was another failure. Damn. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Jalen
Dante
Hurts.
Culpepper.
What'd you say? Dante Culpepper?
Yeah.
What the
What'd you
fuck?
say?
I said Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
You
I said
said-
Saquon Barkley.
Okay, where the fuck this guy going? Your brain is way out left.
Dante
I'm trying to get a left.
I need to
Dante
set,
Culpepper.
I need to set.
Okay,
a little
Culpepper hurts. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
AJ
Lamar
Brown.
Jackson. What'd you say?
finals. McNabb.
McNabb. Okay,
Okay.
you said.
AJ Brown.
We should have said AJ Brown. We picked 2 Eagle stars. You should have went to AJ Brown. But I went with you. I went to black quarterbacks. You went to the wrong one.
Okay, let's.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Let's do it. Wait.
It's right here for the
Okay.
taking.
I agree.
If we don't get this, it's a crime against
we
civil
are
rights.
certified
Civil rights.
dummies. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Michael
Michael
Vick.
Vick.
What'd you say?
Mike Vick.
Okay.
We got it. There we go.
Woo.
That was a little bit too fast. That was
Man.
like, we can't post that. It's too quick. We got too easy.
That's for the watchers. That's for
Okay,
the
so let's
Yeah.
watch this here. One more game to see if we can make one that's good.
Okay.
3,
Uh,
2, 1.
LaShawn
Saquon
McCoy.
Barkley.
I said LaShawn McCoy.
I said Saquon Barkley.
I said Tom Brady.
Okay.
Okay.
There's several routes we can go here. There's several connections to both of them.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Eli
Brian
Manning.
Westbrook. I knew you guys were going to say that. I don't know why I said Westbrook. Like, we picked Eagles running backs. I was all clever. It was dumb.
Who did you say?
I said Eli Manning.
You said
I
LaDainian
said
Tomlinson.
yeah. I said LT.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Luke
Peyton
Kuechly.
Manning.
Peterson.
Fuck.
Luke Kuechly. That was random as hell. What'd you say?
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, Peyton Manning, Luke Kuechly.
Okay. AP.
This is all kind of random. We got to find some kind of through line.
AP. Payne Manning.
Okay. I'm going to go here. I'm hoping this puts us on the right path.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Aaron
Russell
Rodgers.
Wilson. Fuck, I almost said him.
You should have said
We're
Aaron
getting
Rodgers.
closer.
You said Russell Wilson. What'd you say?
I said Matt Forte.
Okay. We're on a path here now.
Aaron
We also got a
Rodgers.
connection here now.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers and
And Russell. Okay.
And Russell Wilson,
Here we
Aaron
go.
Rodgers, Matt Forte, whatever that's worth.
I got you.
Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers, Wilson.
3, 2, 1. Cam
Matt
Newton.
Ryan.
Okay,
I
Matt
was
Ryan.
thinking about.
Okay, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton.
Okay.
We got the era. We're on the right
Yeah.
path.
Fuck, I ain't say nothing.
Bro, say
Fuck.
words. Why do y'all
God
keep
damn it.
saying
I almost
nothing?
wanted to say Matt Ryan, but I was like, I don't know if the
I
connection's
don't
gonna be
understand
there.
y'all's ability to say
Okay.
nothing.
Okay.
Matt Ryan, Cam Newton. Okay. We're very focused right now.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
We're very focused.
We got it.
Where do we take it from there?
We know where to take it.
I don't know.
I don't know for sure.
I will take you through there, my brother. Let's
3,
go.
2, 1.
Drew
Patrick
Brees. Oh my God.
Mahomes. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Tom
Ben
Brady.
Roethlisberger.
Fuck.
I didn't know if you were gonna name him.
I named him. What did you say?
I said Peyton.
I said Tom Brady.
I
You already
didn't-
said Peyton.
I didn't know if you were gonna name. That was in a different game.
Oh.
And what'd you say?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
We're right here.
I'm
Peyton,
gonna-
Ben Roethlisberger, Brady.
Okay.
We're right here.
We're right here.
We're right here.
All
Wait,
let's get
who's
this.
the next one? Because we've said all these names.
No.
No,
There's
but
another
that's a
clear one.
different
There's
game, but,
another
like,
clear
there's one right here.
There's
There's another
clear
clear one?
Yeah.
I don't know the clear one.
Ben.
You can say it in this game. in
Oh.
this specific version of that.
I
that we
got
do,
one.
You can
I
say
got
it.
one.
Wait,
It's a clear connection. Genuinely, it's easy.
okay. You said Peyton, Brady, Ben
Yes,
Roethlisberger.
yes, it's easy.
3, 2, 1.
Tony
Eli.
Romo.
Yeah, Tony. Why is that a clear one?
Because he's good. Eli's not good.
We both said Eli. We said Peyton and Brady. Eli makes total sense.
Oh my god.
Okay, Eli, Tony Romo. Oh,
There's one name coming to mind.
Hold on. Who can I think of?
There's one name. There's one name.
Eli, Tony Romo.
3, 2.
Wait. Whoa.
Bro, lock in.
Eli Manning. Fuck. Okay. Who's a good
I'm losing track of who we already said. That's the hard part.
I know. However, there's. I'm not gonna say there's.
I'm throwing
like
that
one
away.
name.
I'm throwing away who already said 'cause I don't remember.
I know, but there's a name.
There's a clear one here. There is a little bit with us. With me and you
Maybe.
saying
Okay.
Eli.
Okay,
3,
let's go.
2, 1.
Matthew
Philip
Stafford.
Rivers.
I just said Philip.
Fuck. You said Stafford. What'd
Fuck.
you say?
I said Stafford.
No, I said Flacco.
Okay, you
Yeah.
said Stafford. You said Flacco. Ah!
Ooh, fuck.
I have one, but like that's, you're not gonna say it.
Ooh, I gotta look at teams, man, so my mind can like be refreshed when it comes to these old school guys.
Okay, wait, there is one.
You got one?
We're not gonna. You guys aren't gonna get it. 3, 2, 1.
Blake
Jay Cutler.
Bortles. Oh, I said Blake
I was
Bortles.
thinking Carson Palmer.
Hold on.
I was the Carson Palmer too, but I knew for a fact he wasn't gonna say that.
That's fair.
You said Jay Cutler?
Yeah.
Okay, I said Blake Bortles. Okay.
There's.
Again,
He's not gonna get it.
hold on.
No, I promise you, you're not gonna get it.
I think we're failing here.
We are. If we had one more, if it's just you and me, could we get it after?
Well, you didn't say anybody, so I don't know.
I was gonna say Carson
I don't know how
Palmer.
y'all keep doing that.
Carson Palmer and Jay Cutler.
Carson Palmer and Jay Cutler. Where do we meet in the middle there? Oh, there's one name we haven't said yet.
Okay.
There's one name we haven't said yet.
I'm tapped
A
in.
notable name.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Tim
Kurt
Tebow.
Warner. What'd you say?
Tim Tebow.
All right,
cooked.
we're done. We lost.
We're
It's
cooked.
over.
I
What's
said
up?
Kurt Warner.
That's
Yo, we
We failed today.
So many names.
We
bro.
failed today.
Okay.
If you're still here, appreciate you sticking through. We failed today.
I'm sorry.
And we'll see y'all next week.